What's going on, everybody? What's happening on this beautiful Wednesday, man? What's going on, man? Man, yo, salutes to the new subscribers as usual. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all, man, 100%. This one right here, bro, might touch your nerves, might not. But I definitely need y'all opinion on it, no doubt. We're going to try something new today, too, man. I'm going to throw a call-in number in the chat to see if it works. If it works, we got a new option of people to be able to rock out with your boy, rock out with the show, rather, you know what I'm saying, and people on the panel. You know what I mean? If not, we're going to keep rocking out the same old way till I figure it out. You understand me? Y'all see the title, You Too Small, as per Mr. Devin Haney. We've heard him say that over and over and over again, but I do want to touch on the first topic before we get to that. All right? Trust me, all links up together, and then we can go on and talk about whatever y'all so fit. You know what I'm saying? Feel free to comment in the chat and let your boy know what's going on or how you feeling, or if you got any questions, you dig. All right. First and foremost, I want to touch on this thing. This whole VADA thing, right? That everybody seems to be having a problem with. Me personally, I don't have. What's up, Casino? I see you, baby. Me personally, I don't have a problem with the VADA thing, right? I have how it's being conveyed and who is projecting, right? Not the problem with the person who's in, not the Haneys or anything like that, just how it's being introduced, this 365 testing, right? Um, and I feel like a lot of fans are not using common sense here, right? I feel like, right, you should have some sense to the point where it's like in your own life, like have you ever, from a kid or adolescent all the way up to a grown person, even in relationships, nobody likes to be forced into anything, right? Especially forced into something where it's an ultimatum at the end of it. Um, Now I can speak for me. Maybe I'm just an eyeball, but I don't like it. I don't like if you have a contract with someone and you sign that contract and then you want to come days later, you know what I'm saying, and start adding additives and preservatives, you know what I'm saying, into the mix, and it don't work. How is that on any level good business? It's not. It's not. And I'm only going off of the words that's coming out of Bill Haney's mouth because that's where it only comes from, right? Basically. But like, if you don't take the 3 sign up, champ, you don't do it, then the fight's off type talk. What? Like, that don't make sense. And when I first heard it, I have to admit, I was like, they don't want to fight. My constituents said the same thing. Like, hey, bro, do they want to fight? What is he talking about pulling out for? And that's what people heard on my end. They're trying to pull out the fight. Why even mention that? If there's something you're gonna do, do it. But why mention that, right? And it kind of is like a turnoff to some fans, right? And it's just weird for me of all the years of boxing that the challenger give the champion a ultimatum. That's what I don't get. I was like, how does that work? Right? I signed a contract. We're going to fight. You're getting the opportunity at the belt, but you want to give me an ultimatum. And then ultimately, if I don't do what you say, you hurry up and say, well, if you don't do it, that means you don't want to fight us. That's not how that works. That's not how that works. If I call somebody put a roof on my house and they show up and I say, hey, why don't you go ahead and throw a metal roof on there? And he gonna look and say, well, that's gonna cost you XYZ more thousands of dollars. I'm like, no, I already done paid you for the roof. Why don't you just go ahead and throw a roof on there? Just throw the metal roof on there. If you can't do that, then hey, I don't want it. What you think that roofer gonna do, bro? He gonna burn out with deuces. I'm out. So in my eyes, if Brian Norman was like, you know what, you don't call no shots, bro. Like, who are you? And I'm like, well, that's on you. Go tell Turkey that you want out the contract because it ain't me pulling out. But instead, I'm hearing it in reverse. If Brian Norman wanted, who does he want? Who does if he wanted, he'll just sign it. Who has he fought? I'm hearing every which way, and it don't make sense. Punch, what's happening? Wayne, what's happening? It don't make sense to me. And I get it. The fans want to apply pressure to get these fights that they want. But man, I gotta tell you, some of this stuff is it's outlandish, bro. It makes I don't see it. I don't see eye to eye with it at all whatsoever. You got a man on top of that that's coming up from 140 to 147. 144 to 147. Don't got a title, so he don't have to get a shot. So who's really doing who's a favor? I get it. Devin is undisputed. I get it. He's done his thing. No doubt. Right? I'm not taking that away from him one bit. I'm still a fan of Devin Haney. At the end of the day, despite all the snitching allegations and all of that stuff, right? Because I only care about what they could do in the ring, per se, for real. But this just takes the cake. This just takes the cake. And if we got some honest Devin Haney fans up here that want to speak their honest opinion, not just start no records, but really speak your opinion, I want to know. If you don't agree with me, I want to know. How does this make sense? Now, I'm hearing that that Brian Norman and them did say, you know what, we'll go ahead and do it. Cool. No, by any means. I'm happy he did it. You know what I'm saying? But to try to pressure somebody to join this prestigious club where there's only one member, you know, I get it, Vada 365. The more people join it, then it might become viable. But people got to pay out their pockets, or your promoter got to pay that. And every promoter's not going to pay that, bro. They're not going to pay. That's an expensive testing. Now, granted, Devin Haney and them are paying for it, but just because you're paying for something don't mean I have to accept it. You're paying for something I didn't ask for, right? And some, salute Frank, man. Salute to Frank from, what they say? Charlotte, North Carolina. What's good, my guy? What's good? Salute to that man. But, I just don't see it. How would Brian Norman be in the wrong? And this ain't to persecute Devin. I just feel like that it's bad business. And then on top of that, to put it out there in the forefront. Now, what is bad business is that I was just yesterday I was watching Brian Norman on no. That was this morning. I was watching Brian on interview saying that Bill is texting creators, podcast creators on YouTube, you know, a subject to talk about. Now that is some dirty work right there. Now that is crazy, bro. Because if some names start coming out, bro, y'all some sad, y'all terrible, bro. Y'all terrible. And you know, I know I be hearing people say the Haney voice. I be hearing people say Bill. I saw the picture though, him eating with everybody. Bill got a whole team of podcasters where he just send the narratives out, you know, salute the names I'm not gonna mention, and all sorts of stuff. And to hear that come out of B. Norman in your mouth, I was like, whoa. Cause see, I'm a person like that, you know, step back to some proof. You know, I sit back. Sometimes I see a story and I had to call some people to make sure there's some life to it. Because I watch stories come out and it don't be what it is. You know what I'm saying? But for this was one of those, like, okay, Haney cool. And I thought it was cool that for a while Bill Haney messed with YouTube, because this is where the news of boxing really come out and the fans get to have a voice. But like at the end of the day, if that's what Bill is doing for his exchange of time, bro, that's dirty work right there. I don't want it. That's not cool. Boxing is one of the most, it's supposed to be one of the most organic sports. When you get in that square circle, goddamn me, ain't no YouTuber, podcaster gonna save it. Ain't no narratives. So why not just let it be, you know, organic from the fighter's perspective, like their attitude, who they are. Let the fans build up off of that. That's like one thing I can respect about Shakur. You can love him, you can hate him. It is what it is, but I can say this, it's organic. It ain't made up. He could be an asshole and he might not be an asshole, or he may say some crazy shit. But at the end of the day, when has Shakur been any different? Right? But the spin narratives is one thing, right? To get on the show, like say Bill come over here, he starts saying a whole bunch of stuff, and that's what he want to say, fine. And if the fans ride off of that, fine. But to say you texting somebody and say, hey, I need you to do a show like this, that is beyond me. That is crazy. That's a whole new level of manipulation. I ain't even trying to be funny, fam. That's a whole new level of manipulation, bro. Like I've never heard of that. But I'm pretty sure it's happened. I've heard it, you know, with the media, you know, like your television, the news. I get that. This is what the world gonna talk about today, and this is how that's gonna happen. But pretty much though, YouTube has pretty much been organic. Whatever the story is, your favorite podcaster gonna come out and talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So, or YouTube channel, you know. But I've never heard that. But I want to know y'all thoughts on that, because here's my thing. What does Vada 365 gonna do? There's still gaps in between. You don't get tests every day. And a lot of people are saying, like, talking crazy. They can't test you every single day. That's bananas. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, you know, the length between the part that what people don't understand, from the time that contract was signed, August 1st, what you got? What is it? August, September, October, November. So they was gonna be tested from August. We're at the end of July. Like, I'm not understanding. Like, what is that, bro? So you was gonna be testing from August all the way up anyways. I'm not understanding what is these little extra weeks gonna do. And if it's 365 with them 3 weeks, cool. But it's just like, I don't understand. I just don't understand it, bro. I need somebody to make me understand it, or not make me, but explain it where I can't understand it, because it just doesn't make any sense other than, I think it was, I don't know. A part of me feel like it was a ploy to get up out of there. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. And I also want to know why fighters can't choose. Like, why, okay, you might be riding with Vada, but why I can't ride with USADA? Why I can't partner with that? Why I can't choose who I want? Because for one, he's the champ. You would think it would be up to him. Why B Norman can't say, you know, hey, I ride with USADA. Y'all need to come over here and get tested. Why he can't do that? I'll tell you why. Oh, I ain't gonna tell you why, but I'll tell you that why they don't want it, because they're afraid that it'll be some messed up findings, right? And I didn't say that Haney and them dirty by any means. I'm just saying, right? So they feel like they're in control because that's who they've been dealing with. But you got, on the flip side of that, you got to understand, if I'm B Norman, which he's already stated, but at the end of the day, I will feel some type of way knowing that you deal with Victor Conte, and they did help. He doesn't have anything dealings with Vada, but he helped build the test. And that's not no speculation. That came out of his own mouth that he helped build Vada. They came to him, you know, what should they be testing for, what they should be looking for, how should they test, how often they should test, things like that, right? Getting information about cycling off and how are people beating the test. So when you got a guy like that in your corner, you know, that gotta put some doubt in you, bro. If you hang around drug dealers and you may not sell drug dealers, you may not sell drugs, you may not sell drugs, but if you hang around drug dealers and every day they see you hanging around the same dope boys on the block, one's to assume that you might be a dope boy. And then you can't blame nobody for assuming that, bro. So if I'm looking at them like, damn, bro, why they messing with that dude like that? His name in their mouth and every which way. And I get it. You want to be with the guy, this, that, and the third, that could tell you how people beating the test. But still, he could tell you that, but how good is, what good is that doing you? You don't test people. You don't draw blood. You don't do any of that. So you got to come with something better than that. What has you with that guy? What? It's not making any sense. It just don't make no sense. DJ, I see you. The boxing kangaroo, I see you, man. You know what I'm saying? Box kangaroo had a wrench. Why box kangaroo ain't got no wrench? I got you. Captain 007, I see you. I don't know. I thought I had gave him one. But anyway, but that don't make sense to me, because that was the reason that Bill Haney gave. Why do you mess with him? Why are you associated with Victor Conte? His reply was, because Victor Conte can tell me, you know, how fighters get by tests and this, that, and the third. But how does that benefit you when he's not drawing blood, you're not drawing blood? Vada just draws the blood and they send it off. I don't understand that, right? Now, all I'm asking is fans to have just a bit of discernment. Like, use some common sense in this situation, bro. And this shouldn't even be a debate. The only debate should be is how to make boxing safe. But just because you doing 365 testing don't make it any more safer, because it doesn't have to be public. None of this shit don't have to be public. PBC shit not public, bro. You don't never hear nothing about PBC. Again, this comes out of Victor Conte's mouth. You could say, hey, we don't want our shit to be public. So we would never know. The only way the sport would be 100%, now I ain't gonna say 100%, maybe 95% clean, because it's always gonna be some type of new way. If it has some sort of umbrella, like how the NFL does the football teams, right? That's under that umbrella. The NBA do the NBA players, where it's like that. But it's not like that in the Wild Wild West, bro, of boxing. What promoter wants to pay that? Like, you know what I'm saying? All that money. Salute to DK, what's happening? It's a little weird. Zai Pacino, what's happening? And we've been having these discussions way back since 2022, bro. Like, how the fuck? Because, every year this conversation comes up because the salute the boxers is guaranteed to get popped. And it's damn near like they get popped in threes. You know what I mean? Real talk. And this conversation constantly comes up. And it seems like Vada might be the leading premier. And they're the leading guys. Let's be real about it. If it wasn't for Mayweather screaming that name out, they wouldn't be as popular as what they is. That was like the alley-oop of alley-oops, bro. Like, for real, bro. But if you got one person part of a club of that 365, bro, I don't think it's up to the fighters to campaign. You could ask them, but as long as they testing, that's all you could ask of a boxer. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're doing it like 3 months out. Shit, that's a godsend. Most fighters don't even want to do it. Most fighters want to leave it up to their promoter. Say, do I got to do this? We just heard Tevin Foreman when he fought Zepeda the first time. He said, shit, when we getting drug tested? They told him they ran out of tests. And they didn't get drug tested, bro, in the first fight. So these guys be on their own thing, man. Especially if you ever go to some of these lower level fights and things like that. It's just not like that how people think. You know what I'm saying? But it's up to the promoter. I think if a promoter say, if you sign a top rank, just know you getting drug tests on the regular. But see, that's where it starts at. It's not the face. It don't start the fight. It start at the promotion until you can get a whole umbrella that's willing to go hard on everybody. You get what I'm saying? If not, it has to be the promoters. That's going, whoever's under that outfit, they have to know whether you got to fight or not, you're going to be getting drug tests. But the thing is, those drug tests cost money. And promoters ain't willing to fit that bill. And fighters definitely not going to fit that bill if they don't have fights lined up. And that's where the problem lies. You get what I'm saying? DK said a fighter can pay for any other testing. The fighter just don't pay. The Haneys are paying $11K to $30K for him and Norman's extra test. That's fine. That's fine. They could pay that. But does that mean he has to say yes? That's almost like I said, you can't make me do shit that I ain't asked you. I didn't ask you to do that. I'm already starting August 1st. If that ain't good enough, he should have the right to say, well, fuck you then. Again, since when does the challenger gets to dictate stipulations on a fight? I've never heard of that. When does that happen, bro? When does that happen? Just because you paying for it don't mean I have to do it. You feel what I'm saying? I don't mean I have to do that. Like, what? Who asked you to do that and then try to apply pressure by putting it out to the public? Nah, bro. I wouldn't have done it, but salute to them. You know what I mean? But me, I'm like, it ain't me. Because I signed the contract, because that ain't what they want, has nothing to do with the contract. Nothing at all. So if you want to quit, you want to pull out, it would be them pulling out. It wouldn't be Brian Norman. What would it look like Bill going to Turkey saying, hey, I know we signed this Turkey for this big fight in November, but he don't want, I'm about to pay for all this testing, but he don't want to do it, so we don't want to fight. Because that's how he would have to say it. But to try to perpetuate it as we gonna do this testing, if he don't, that would be Norman pulling out. That's not how it goes. You get what I'm saying? DK said that Haney said so. What you mean by that? I don't understand that. Like I said, and things like this should be handled behind closed doors. That shit could have been handled on a simple phone call. How you trying to make somebody enroll in a club that I don't want to be a part of? We get it. Devin Haney is the poster boy for 365 testing, whether he has a fight or not. Right? But you can't make nobody else take part in that. As long as they handle in the criteria of a contract, so be it. So be it. Because 9 times out of 10, I still ain't figured out a way. You know, you can find that will be a good preventative, but there's no real way. Most of these cats, you ain't find out till after the fight anyways. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I don't get it. Real talk. I ain't never heard, name me one challenger, bro. If they ain't come up and be champion, you ain't dictating nothing, Rob. What challenger that you know that didn't have a belt came up and said, I want X, Y, and Z? Make it make sense, bro. I've seen champions come up and be the challenger, but they were a champion and had some say so. But I ain't never seen a guy with no belt or none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's a PBC thing, bro. Stop playing, bro. That's some in-house bullshit. You know that. And guess what they finna do to Pacquiao? They finna serve Pacquiao up to Rolly. Watch. They trying to find some money, bro. And they know Pacquiao still put asses in seats. That's why I think that, bro. But that's some in-house shit. That's some in-house shit right there. Neither one of them made terms. In my book, Al made the terms. Tim Brown then was sitting there, goddamn me, like, yeah, they think they make the terms. You know how it go, bro. Don't sit there and play, man. Al sit there, rubbing their hands together like they think they in control, but I'm in control. You know I'm not lying either. You know I'm not lying, but I ain't never seen that. You know what I mean? Real talk. So, what Fury call? What Fury get? The money? Because he was more known? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Miss Nancy Washington. I appreciate you. You know, but Al called pulling them strings, though. We ain't talking about money. I've seen challengers get more money because they'll be more known, but I ain't never seen, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, say X, Y, and Z, this, that, and the third. Nope, that's not even true neither. That Canelo and Bivol, that's not true. He just told him this, that, and the third, but he didn't get to say, you better do this and you better do that. He didn't get to tell that man what to do. He didn't even get to say none of that. If I suggest something, I agree, like I don't care. But let Bivol had said, I ain't going for it. Everybody know in the contract, you could suggest something, but when you get ready to demand something, a challenger don't get to demand anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. So it's not like you don't get to suggest nothing, but you don't get to demand it. That's my point. I could sit here right now and Floyd could walk up and be like, hey, you want to fight Slick? And I'll be like, hey, kid, how much I'm gonna make? Man, you know how Floyd talk. You gonna make more money you ever had. I'm gonna give you $5 million. Bet. Hey man, you gotta fight such gloves. No, I don't want to fight them gloves. Well, guess what? I ain't fighting. What am I to do? All right, you got it, bro. That's how it usually go. Since when the challenger get to tell you, if you ain't finna do 365 testing, then we just ain't gonna fight. Okay, then fine. That's on you. You pulled out. You're still the challenger at the end of the day. As a champion, I could voice no. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it is what it is. What you say, Rob? You said Madrimuff ain't called a shot and was the B-side. Tell me I'm lying. I'm gonna be real. I don't know anything was in that, like who was calling X, Y, and Z, but you talking to a champion though. Again, a champion can come up and you gotta negotiate. I said a guy that wasn't champion, that was not champion, meaning a person that was not champion at the weight class before coming up challenging a champion. Not two champions where you could reserve the right to challenge the champion. Yes, that would make you, y'all negotiating, and whoever ended up being a B-side, fine, whatever the case may be. You feel what I'm saying? Let me give you, even when that's like that, I'll give you another one. When Bud fought Earl, Bud wanted to come out last. Earl was like, no, hell no. And they flipped the quarter. He didn't even have to, but to be real, he didn't even have to do that gesture. It just could have been hell no. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, that's all I'm saying about that, bro. Like, I feel like that was just the wrong way to do it. They should have went behind the scenes and worked that out, or whatever the case may be, and let it be, instead of trying to shame somebody into doing something. Right? When there's no shame there. That's the crazy part. To create this illusion of shame. You can't make me do that. Yeah, Earl was still the A side though, but you get right, because Earl was gonna be the A side. He wasn't finna let Bud get all of that. But that's what I'm saying. When a champion come up, talk to another champion, that's how it be. But if Bud was not champion at all, he wouldn't have gotten, bruh, you know it. The A side rules. That's why there's an A side, there's a B side. But you not finna come up as a challenger and ain't got no status and think you finna dictate terms. I'm sorry, it just don't work that way, because I don't need you. You need me. You want what I have, whether I'm known or not. You need me. You get what I'm saying? I hope y'all get what I'm saying, because if this is the case, the world just finna be upside down. If y'all don't believe earning a belt, goddamn me, don't make you a man in your division, which does, it make you a key figure in your division, whether you're known or not. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Salute, D-Watch Transportation. You know what it do. Y'all know what's up, man. Y'all know I love showing love to everybody doing stuff for themselves. That's what it do, man. But yeah, so you get what I'm saying, though? So where do we just try to justify this like it's right? It's not right. In any circumstance, it's not right to try to publicly shame me into doing something that I do not want to do. That's not business. That's not business. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, there is a way of handling things and not. And I just think that wasn't it, bro. And then, like I said, if that was me, thank God. Well, I ain't gonna say thank God, because boy, I've been there for that money too. But at the end of the day, that would have made me look at them sideways, like partially lost respect, because you went online and talking business like that and trying to shame me and make me look terrible to the people, like as if I'm running for something instead of fully explaining something. 365 is part of VADA, but guess what? 365 ain't a full-fledged club. The only person that's part of that is Devin. And instead of explaining the reasoning behind it, you get what I'm saying? You making it seem like everybody just could jump into it and everybody could just afford it. That's not the truth, bro. Let's be real. DHP is a promoter. Yeah, you should pay it. Just like Top Rank should pay it for all their fighters, or PBC should, or whatever the case may be. You should pay it then. Because hey, it is what it is. I'm already slated 3 months out to be tested. What the heck I gotta pay all this extra money for it? I'm not doing it. If I want to do it. Now, that's all I'm saying. And it made them look, I hate that they did that, because it made them look suspect. You can't shame a man for not wanting to do dealings with, I'm not going to say VADA, but the Haneys have associated themselves so deep with Victor Conte and Vada, yeah, I'm finna look at you like, what? Like I'm a get. Like I just said, if I catch you on the corner every day with drug dealers, you may not sold a lick of dope, but everybody's gonna assume that you a drug dealer. So you hanging out with that guy, I gotta think like, what is going on? Why are you hanging out with him? Why? What is the prestige about Victor Conte that he's in your fold? Like, what is he doing for y'all? And me, I still can't figure that out. Like I said, the reasoning that he gave doesn't justify any means of what they got going on for me, because like he said, oh, he knows how to get around tests so he could tell us this and the third. You're not a scientist, sir. You don't draw blood, sir. You don't do none of that. So how does him telling you those things benefit you? Where's your rankings in Vada? Can you go to Margaret and say, Margaret, he probably took such Damascus? Can you do that, Bill? No, I don't think he can. And then if he can, that's even worse. It's like one huge conflict of interest, bro. It should be somebody from Vada calling them saying, hey, would you be interested in doing 365? DHP Promotions is going to pay for it. Or Turkey could have called him and say, hey, would y'all be interested in X, Y, and Z? Or blah, 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 blah. That's part of my next, hey, I'm talking about that already, bro. I'm going into that, Rob, because that's something ain't nobody talking about for real. But at the end of the day, that's all I'm saying, bro. Like, it's just one big ball conflict interest, and you can't blame the Normans for looking at him like you get what I mean? You looking at them like, I don't know, bro. Should we do it? Why they want to do this all of a sudden? Like, it's gonna be a boatload of questions. A boatload of questions, bro. Real talk. If you a crackhead and you was a crackhead and you got off dope, all of a sudden your TV come up missing. Everybody goes, you know what people gonna say? He probably sold his own TV. He probably back on that ish. That's the same thing. Like, when you look at that situation, it's like, I don't know, bruh. I don't know. Because, like, even if you go through the reference, like, I pay attention to a whole lot of stuff. There's a whole lot of things I don't say. If you look at Devin Haney, go through Devin Haney, bruh. Devin Haney is jacked. Now, this don't mean he on anything. But if I wanted to say something like how each time I see this cat, he light and bigger and bigger. And y'all could tell, I want somebody to tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Each time that kid come out, he bigger and bigger, bro, from fight, bro. Now, I will add this caveat to it. I've been said from the beginning of this show, I've started this show, that kid, he gonna be like 147. I said that. But he's jacked. That dude be jacked, bro. But I'll be want to put that type of energy out there. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all watch football, but I remember Adrian Peterson had broke his leg and came back the next year, bro. And his thighs, paws, was bigger than his whole body. Right? You know, but that's not to say it's all sorts of what was the big one? What was the big one about 2 years ago? I think it was called L-creatine, where it's like help you with stamina, healing, muscle recovery, and stuff like that. And they wanted to put it on the ban list, but it's so hard to put on the ban list because you can get it from eating avocados, all sorts of stuff, right? So a person that's on like a keto diet or something like they were saying could have a whole lot of it in them, but it's not necessarily good for them. But it does help out. But they want to put it because it's made from like, and also you can get from like liver enzymes and kidney enzymes, right? So you got people who process this stuff, and if you take too much of it, it can mess you up. But you can also get it naturally. And it was like this big old thing, bro. So I'm telling you, like, I be reading on this stuff, bro. I be trying to keep up with, but it's so much. It's hard to keep up with, man. I had a great conversation with the homie. He said one on to me. I was like, what is that? I thought he was reading the cereal the serial number, the what do you call it, UPC code on the back of a box. I was like, which one is that? Like, it's real like that though. So like, at the end of the day, bro, this is a never ending story. The Haneys, and it's gonna be somebody else. But the given time, it's just like throwing a punch. It's all about timing. And the stuff they pulling is just bad timing. Like, I have no problem if you would have came behind the doors, if it was me, hey, yo, Slick, let me holler at you. What's good? Hey, man, you mind doing 365, bro? Like, keeping it 100 with me, right? Given what happened to us in the last time, bro, we kind of live. We ain't saying you do it, but this is how we trying to ride going forward. I'll be with that. I would be with that. Like, you know what? All right, you paying for it? All right, I ain't got no problem with it. But it was the shaming part, and it made people feel like they trying to pull out. And it's just, it was bad timing because you signed the contract and then you wait all these days afterwards to go publicly and shame me about it. That ain't how that go, bro. That's just bad timing, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's just like the Ryan thing. That was crazy. That was, right? You can't get on TV after you lose and say, I gave him his shot. It's only right that he give me my shot. I want a rematch. And then next day you over there ESPN talking about I never got hit like this. Bad timing, bro. Bad. It was all bad timing. Like, that's what I think. You know what I mean? But in the day, it gotta be right. Like, business just has to be done right. And I feel like in this instance, it was just done wrong, bro. It was just done wrong. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, you ain't never heard nobody say that. Okay. And then, like I said, we're going to move on from that and we're going to continue on because I do want to talk about this legislation going on in boxing that ain't nobody really talking about. But at the end of the day, like the Haney plan, and I call it the Haney plan. All right. So nobody questions them about the fights they take. And I also believe like they take fights that they have advantage. Most fighters do watch other fighters to get an advantage, right? And this is why you see Bill everywhere peeping people out. No problem with that. I have no problem with that, right? But when you see a fighter in front of another fighter and telling them that they're too small, how do the Haney fans don't have a problem with that? If he's too small and he feel like it's a for sure a whooping, why y'all want him to take that fight? We want to see 50-50 fights, right? We want to see challenges. That's what people say, at least when it comes to, real boxing fans. We want to see 50-50 fights. We don't just want to see showcase fights. But he says that to everyone. And true enough, everybody that he's fought was too small. He was too small. They were too small. When you saw the face-off with Devin and Brian Norman was smaller, bro. He wasn't lying. But how is that celebrated? Don't celebrate that. I feel like, Dad, don't say that, bro. Like, chill. I feel like you taking away. If you win, you taking away from your win. You give everybody an excuse, a out. I don't like hearing that. I don't like hearing that because then it just reverts back to Lomachenko. He was the smallest by far and gave you a toughest fight. Like, not toughest, but a tough fight, bro. And then when you do fight somebody your weight, what happens? He was a cheat. But on that day, it still looked like you would have had problems. Now, I'll go back on record of saying that was a piss poor performance from both of them. With or without it, that's how I looked at the fight. It was a piss poor performance from both of them. But because neither one shined in my eyes. And that comment comes well before the PED thing came out with Ryan. It was just everybody was hyped about it. Oh my God. I was like, this fight was trash. To me it was. But like, and I might be being too critical, but I felt like Devin could have still won that fight. And I'll say that to this day. But just the overall time and all this is just trash. And I feel like it's overshadowing. I think it doesn't add no mystique to this fight. It doesn't add anything. All it does is add a whole lot of excuses. And that's something we don't need in boxing. We don't need all the excuses. When it get handled in the ring, That's what it's supposed to be. If you don't pop dirty, you don't pop dirty. You lost. You got to take that on the chin, take it like a man. Whether B Norman lose or whether Haney lose. That's what it's supposed to be. When nobody should be on here arguing about no damn Vada and no shit like that. All I'm trying to do is demonstrate that it goes both ways, bro. Because if you're a person with two eyes that pay attention like me, like I said, you would have looked at the evolution of Haney, be like, damn, this dude getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Right? I read it a lot, right? But don't say a lot. But like, okay, when he fought Regis Prograis, he rehydrated 25 pounds, right? So if he 147, and if you see how big he is now, how much y'all think he weigh? So when he on fight night, and you see B Norman right now, y'all saw him at the thing. You could tell he kind of walks around maybe 152 or something like that. Like, dude, naturally 147, like he's staying there for a while. How much you think they're finna weigh in the night of that fight? I bet you're gonna try not to disclose it, but I'm telling you, you're gonna be heavy. Nobody asked the question that who is Devin supposed to fight before Brian Norman? He was supposed to fight Boots, right? Boots said, I'll fight you. Meet me at 152. He said, no, I'm gonna fight at 147. I haven't fought at 147. I'm not going to 152. But if I want to be an ignorant analyst, I would say, well, you came in like 165 against Prograis. Why you can't make 152? But I'm not going to do that because he's right. He hasn't touched 147. And I have no problem with that. And at the end of the day, I feel the same way about Bud. I wish Bud would have took a tune-up. So you see how finicky this game can be? You could pick and choose and create shit out of thin air if you don't want to use logic. But at the end of the day, you got to call a spade a spade. I agree with him. He hadn't touched 147. But I do know he gets heavy. If you fought 140, you came in 165. Do the math. Anybody else would be like, yeah, man, he can make 152, but he ain't touched. He's never touched 147. Hell, he was posed to, and he fought at 144. Let him test the wise 147. I don't think he really. I'm be honest. I don't think they want that Boots fight. It would have been that would have been a ton of money though. But I don't think he wanted that. How would you come back from that if you lost that? If you lost that, how would you come back from it? Right, Polo. I see you, champion. I see you. Right. And T.O. He would have been bigger than T.O. Punch. Right. So at the end of the day, like this whole smear campaign, like I said, it go both ways, bro. I just think these fans, bro, I wish y'all become more a fan of the sport, overall sport, so you can see a whole lot clearer. A whole lot clearer, bro. He's talked about B Norman resume. Haney went and became undisputed. Can't say too much about him, but other than he was small. But Jojo Diaz went that. Jorge Linares, you got some names on there that you were supposed to dominate. But if I wanted to, I can go through your shit and pick it apart. See, it's the whole thing about boxing, bro. That's the whole thing about boxing, bro. It's never gonna be one-sided. You can go in your stuff, I can go in my stuff. It can go back and forth. You talking about a kid that's just not getting his shot. Of course, he's not gonna have them type of names yet. The man's on record acknowledging you. You are his biggest name, right? So, like, I don't know, but the shame and all that stuff is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Now, I do want to get into this. It was something else I want to talk about, but why it's on my mind, I do want to get on. I don't know if y'all saw that story that broke. The end game, we was hinting at it and we was close. I think it was Punch. Somebody brung it up about Dana being cool with Trump and this is that and the third and blase. And now they kind of damn, where is it at? Oh, there it is. My bad, y'all. I want to bring it up because I want to read it. All right. I was reading WBC things, so this is how I came across it on X, right? All right, now they talking about the Ali Act again, right? So now we back at this. Now it's about to get voted on in Congress. See how stuff happen behind the scenes? See how they throw everything out there, you know what I'm saying? And how they throw everything out there and the real stuff happening behind the scenes, bro. You know, Rob blew the gasket on it, stole my thunder on my story, bro. But at the end of the day, you got Mike Coppinger, and he is with Ring Magazine, so he got a little bit of credibility back. At the end of the day, this was an interview with Ring Magazine, so it got to be right? You know, he says the Ali Act, as currently constituted, doesn't allow for championships to be awarded by any entity other than the sanctioning bodies, which is true in America, right? That's America, right? He should have put that in America. So this would allow, in theory, TKO or any other entity to enter boxing with its own system. Now, we was talking about that, about belts. If this before the TKO came out and all that stuff, he was trying to make a league, X, Y, and Z. That's why he was making the undisputed belt and all that. He wanted his own belts when WBC didn't want to play nice. The only people who was playing nice, I think, was the WBA was playing nice with him at the time. And all that. And that's how we knew that this was going to convert to, right? Then later on, he linked up with TKO. And we was like, yep, he trying to make a league. Then he announced TKO promotions. Then later on, what? Just recently, now we done found out how he finna get his fighters through all the gyms, all these little tournaments that the WBC throwing. He said he want a WBA tournament now, WO, and so on and so forth, right? And this is where you're going to get your fighters from, right? That's going to be taking part in his boxing league. Now, this is what's crazy. This is all preventative. So, like, basically, your sanctioning bodies can't have nothing to say. So, therefore, they could treat a fighter the way they want to treat him. They could pay a fighter to fight the way, not fight the way, but they can pay him the way they want to pay him. And they got full control. Full control. It ain't going to be you with this promoter, you with this promoter. If you fighting on a TKO, we running the show like Dana White does UFC, right? And I know a lot of people like, well, if he got Dana White, why Dana White can't just do that? He can't. And that's why Zuffa had failed, because you had the Ali Act. You can't get over on them like that. They have to know what's going on in the contracts and everything, this, that, and the third, right? Well, over the UFC ain't like that. They could pay you bonuses for getting a knockout. If the fight held up to par, we may give you a bonus. If not, you might just only make $5,000 for this fight, right? So they want to. What they're doing is they're saying this is a amendment or something like that. It says the new legislation is also being introduced by Democrat. This is the part right here. This is the loophole. Oh, I swear to God, this dude's smart. He said, all right, the new legislation is also being introduced by Democratic Sharice, I think that's how you say that, Sharice Davids of Kansas. She's a former MMA fighter. Ain't that something right there? Coincidence, huh? Dana White, of course, has been vocal about his issues with the Ali Act. Yeah, man. So the sanctioning bodies, the WBC, WA, WO, and IBF will still exist if this bill passes. But fighters will have optionally, if they don't wish to fight in a system that requires to pay sanctioning fees to move up in rankings. Now that was him being smart. Coppinger know damn well you don't pay sanctioning fees, wink, wink, to move up in rankings, right? That ranking system is enforced by the 1996 Ali Act. So what all this means, it means a whole lot. So TKO can get a hold of boxers, basically run it as a league, do what they want, put you on a pay scale, have the same rules ultimately as UFC, right? Also, though, now this is what's crazy. It can't be just for them. It has to be for everyone. So how does that work? It works like this. Say if Top Rank want a belt. Top Rank get a belt. Say if Top Rank say we want to make our own league and we just going to stay in-house. We can do that. PBC pretty much doing it already, but they could legally do it now. You know how PBC keeping their fights in-house, and now nobody can talk to them about it. Create a PBC belt to go alongside a sanctioning body belt, you can have it simultaneously. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, the people that this hurts, no lie, real talk, if they don't care about the WCW and all the world titles, they don't have to mess with them ever. If Top Rank don't ever want to mess with world titles, they can just have a Top Rank belt, and so on and so forth. So they had to make it for everybody. But believe me, this is primarily so TKO could do business the way they want to conduct business, not with anybody else having some say so. You telling this man what you can and cannot do. You've heard the crazy ideas. That man really said that he has somebody designing a shrinking ring. Did y'all hear that? Not the tweet he put out when he was sitting on that couch on that Ring Magazine interview. We really have somebody creating a shrinking ring. So he has to find a way to go around these rules, bro. I don't know what's going on in his mind, but at the end of the day, I know what he want to do. It's all I need to know. And it all panned out to what I have been saying. He wants his own entity. He wants to run his own thing. He sat there, played nice. It's what's the book? 48 Laws of Power. I forgot which one. And if you read that book, you know what I'm talking about. It's a story in there where dude was a stablemate. The king had no friends and stuff, and he couldn't trust nobody. And he found a guy who cleaned horses, and he was so nice to the king. The king come by, just had somebody to divulge his problems into, and X, Y, and Z. And they became such good friends. He boosted that man up and made him to a certain stature. And then he boosted him up again where he's basically up under the king. And it was the army. He was like, made him leader of the army. I forgot what they called it. And then he convinced the army, if y'all ride with me, I'm going to up your pay. And all we got to do is kill the king. The king woke up. The army surrounded his bed. They killed him, stabbed him to death. And the dude cut his head off and rode through the town to show everybody, say, I'm the emperor. Not emperor, but I'm new king. I run this. That's essentially what Turkey did. Turkey played nice, coming into boxing, learning the ropes of boxing, learning the network game, learning how to run sanctioning bodies, played nice with everybody by feeding them money with greed, and played them. He learned it on the job. Like, he literally learned it, and now he's finna have his own thing. And in the midst of it, them built a whole system on how to get paid off advertisement, don't care about pay-per-view. He's seeing the future on that. And then he just gonna keep on going from there. And everybody know who he is. They played themselves off of greed, bro. The man was that's why he handed out all that money where you can't tell him no. That's why the match is getting made because of the money. He paying a promoter XYZ amount of dollars and a fighter. You never heard Tyson Fury say, I got the 100 million. I had to give my promoter 25% of that. You ain't never heard that. He got 100 million and he paid his promoter. That's the part nobody talks about. Bob getting his cut and he paying his fighter. Meantime, I done roped y'all up here to the zone. I own 13% of the zone as a whole. So when you put shows on, I'm still gonna get paid. That means you can hate on me. Dude, he did it easy. When Easy, this is probably too old for a lot of y'all, but Dre Day makes Easy payday. That's what Turkey on. So all of them could say, we don't like Turkey, to hell with you. But guess what? You on the zone now. So you could throw a show. I'm still going to make money off the viewership. Think about it. Think about it. Turkey muscle, now he finna have a law passed in Congress to say he can do whatever the hell he want to do, and you can't do nothing about it. To take a line from Beanie Siegel, get down or lay down. You better join, and that's what they gonna do. Trust me, it's gonna happen. Gonna be some weird tournaments from Top Rank for a Top Rank belt to go along that. They still gonna mess with the world championships and all that stuff. I don't see sanctioning bodies leave. That's always gonna mean something. but they're going to have their own belt or something. Watch. They innovate. That's going to be their way of innovating. Because if they don't innovate, then you go catch fighters, him poaching fighters still for his main events and things like that on TKO. Because that ain't got nothing to do with Riyadh season and things like that, right? Those are still going to hold world title fights. But TKO going to have their own belts primarily, right? So at the end of the day, he'll still be able to poach fighters to come over there for a fight or two. That's how think about how he dealing with fighters now. I don't need to fight you, sign you to no more than 2-3 fights. If that, and you got to be a major name to get that type of deal. Or you're going to be on a fight by fight basis. So at the end of the day, bruh, we here. And I don't see no reason they're not going to let this pass because they're not tampering with the original Ali Act. Right? They're not. It's going to be amended and it's going to allow a separate boxing entity. The first person that's going to join forces with him is it makes sense now why him and Jake getting along. Jake going to join right in, and ain't never going to be like the Misfits League, except it's going to be able to be more playful. It's they're going to be able to do what the hell they want to do. So that's how I see it. But at the end of the day, he has succeeded in what he wants to do. He succeeded in what he wants to do. Now, will it fail is the question. Will it fail? Is all this worth it to the point where can a boxing league really, really survive? The only way we're going to know that is when you see how much they're getting paid. Because I can't imagine guys, they can go there and start out. They'll be like the new D League maybe, and that would be cool, right? You know, you making $5-10 grand a fight, something like that. You know what I'm saying? As long as it's on a constant basis. But at the same time, because I heard what was the other guy name that was talking? He was like, imagine making $100,000 a fight, you know, but on a more consistent basis. That still don't make sense when you see these other kids making way more than that. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. They're making way more than that, especially when you get a belt, right? You getting there, what is it, like $250 a fight or something like that? Minimum? I don't know. It was like, what is it? Rob know for a fact. It's $250 or $500,000 the minimum, something like that. So like at the end of the day, it is what it is. I don't know how it's going to survive. All I know, he has got his way. I don't know if it's going to be around for long, but we shall see. I don't believe the sanctioning bodies go anywhere at all. I still think they're going to hold weight because as long as they're around, they oppose the real threat. Who wants to be the TKO champion versus a world champion? Like, make it make sense, but we shall see. I don't know. So I don't know. I just want to know if y'all was keeping track of that or whatnot. It is what it is. I'm finna put this link in the chat. Where it go? They moving. Okay. All right. And I want to know y'all thoughts about everything we talked about. Also, Tim Zoo, I did want to touch on that, man. TKO champ versus the world champ would be big. It could be big, but I'm not putting my belt up against no TKO champ. That's what I'm saying. Boy, you got to be worth your weight in gold if I'm going to put my world championship up against a TKO, bro. Ain't no way, bro. Like, that's like watching the old WWF where your favorite wrestler wrestled a nobody, bro. That's like, then you must, man, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy, bro. Yeah, I don't know, bro. Right? I don't know, bro. Like, how does that work? Like, you don't never see UFC champion versus the PFL champion. Usually that champion has to go over to one or the other and sign. You get what I'm saying? To sign, they got to sign for that fight. They don't never clash. You get what I'm saying? And take their belt home, which would be dope. That would be dope in UFC. But if Top Rank come up with a belt and Top Rank versus their top fighter, a top rank versus TKO, yeah, I see that, and they take a top rank belt home. But a world championship, man, you crazy. You're crazy. There's no way, fam. There's no way. I really couldn't see that whatsoever. I couldn't. Oh man, where'd it go? Okay. Yeah. The link is pinned. If y'all want to call in, it's at the top of the chat. As soon as I said it, man. As soon as I said it. Salutes to that man.
I vehemently disagree with you.
That boy didn't join in. Boy. He didn't put his quarter in, goddammit. What's going on?
I really disagree with you on this one.
What? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Because, like I said in the comment section, boxing is due for a jump start. This could be the thing to jump start it. If you really think about it, Slick.
What you mean by jump start though? You got to elaborate on that.
Boxing is always looking for something to bring it more life than what it has. Something to get people excited again. Not just for the fights, but just for the sport in general.
Uh-huh.
This can do that. And I'm like I always say, I'm a wrestling fan.
Right.
You familiar with TNA wrestling, right?
Hell yeah.
You know they have a cross promotion deal with WWE right now.
Uh-huh.
TNA wrestlers are winning WWE championships and vice versa.
Right.
If this could work, you can have the WBC World Heavyweight Champion versus the TKO World Heavyweight Champion. And out of this, new stars can be born. New names can come about this. This can be a beautiful thing.
But do you see the difference though? That's why I said I could see if it was like Top Rank got their own belt. Because it enabled this law will enable them to do the same thing.
That's fine.
And if they have a Top Rank belt, I could see that. But a world title,
that's fine.
Because then that defies rankings. That because what's gonna happen is that what it said in there, like you said, they don't have to play part in rankings. And the thing about Turkey, he doesn't want to be with the ratings. What's good, Punch?
And that's fine too.
What's going on, Slick? How y'all feeling tonight?
All right.
Good. It's just gonna be people who want to play nice, and it's gonna be people who don't want to play nice. If you don't want to play nice, and you could take your ball and go the fuck home. We don't need you.
Right.
But everybody else who wants to be a part of something great, something magical, something wonderful, join in. Let's all get this money to fucking gather.
I mean, I've been calling it me and you been calling the WWE thing because you brought it up before, whatnot. When we went Turkey, like we see the theatrics and everything he doing, and it does add to the show and it gets you more into it for what's finna go down, right? My last show, I made the analogy of like, when you see the show, that he be throwing, people will walk past, he be like, "What is that?" Like just to see, they might never watch boxing. All that does add into it. Like, no lie, why everybody going Netflix like Raw. Look at the camera quality. Look at how vibrant, colorful it is, and everything going on. No doubt, and that's a big part of boxing that has left is the real showmanship part of it, right?
Yes.
So, like, no doubt about that. My thing is that I don't see you creating a TKO champion. They're not in the rankings. And you want me to put what I've worked hard for my whole life to climb the rankings and give this guy a shot that has not even fought outside of TKO. Like, that's crazy.
But you don't know that. You don't know that. Just because somebody's fighting on a different platform, basically, doesn't mean that they haven't put in that same amount of work. It probably just didn't work for them with Bob. It probably didn't work for them with Al. But it's working for them right here.
Yeah, but they're no longer in the rankings, though. What does it do for me?
It doesn't do anything for anybody. The rankings are flawed any damn way.
Might be flawed, but it's still here. That's why I'm saying that's why I said, if you heard me, I said, unless you came in late. But the only thing that's still, even though he got around it, that would still be standing in his way is the sanctioning bodies. Nobody's just gonna let go of them belts, bro.
Bro, the only thing they care about is green. You can buy them.
Turkey been trying to buy them, bro. If that was the case,
that means the numbers ain't right. That's all.
100 million ain't right. I don't know what's right. Well, how you get any right punch? How you get any more righter than 100 million?
Because, bro, they're trying to sell their dignity. If your dignity has a price, 100 million ain't enough. 100 million ain't enough for my dignity.
I'm talking about 100 million. Boy, I'm shocked they came back. You give me $100 million, I don't need a box no more ever. I'm good. you give it too much away. Boy, you give more than that away, boy. You know what I'm saying? For one fight. That's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, but I get you in the long haul. I'm just talking about off the bat as they building. I don't see it. I do see them poaching fighters like, like how he does now. He'll go get like how he doing Bud and Canelo and things like that and paying them. I could see him throwing a TKO card and throwing a big main event with fighters that everybody knows for a world championship over there on TKO. I could see him doing that in the beginning, but to be able to add legitimacy, he's gonna have to find that name you talking about, Polo, to be the Heartbreak Kid and hold that belt and be like, this is it. You feel me? But it gotta be a name. That W. What was that white belt that Heartbreak Kid had to add that belt?
Yeah,
Yeah, he added life to that belt. You know what I'm saying? He made it mean something. So he gonna have to find a name to make somebody, respect the TKO belt. What you think, Punch?
I think you should use one of them brand ambassadors, bro. You got some top names you're using as brand ambassadors. Get one of them that TKO belt, bro. I think that's the only way it's gonna give it legitimacy.
I heard you, but your mic is kind of muffled, fam. But yeah, no, you're right. That's
Can you
why
hear
I
me now?
said, yeah, we hear you. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you have to have that. He has to
Right.
find that guy.
somebody that you can milk for the next 5 years until you get
Now,
a star.
what
And they're
name
going to
could
be the
that be?
primary investment.
Is it going to be Terrence Crawford? Can't be. He only got like
No,
2-3 years
it can't
left
be.
on his
It can't
career.
be
Is it
Terrence.
going to be
Nah, he
Shakur
about to retire.
Stevenson? You know what I mean? Because it could be Shakur Stevenson. Can he
Could
be the
be
guy that
Shakur.
can lead the totem pole for
I,
that?
Could
You
be
know
I
what I
think
mean?
I
Shakur.
think
Would
he
it be
even on
somebody
his
like a Hamza Shiraz? It could be a lot of
Hamza.
people.
It could be a lot of
Yeah.
people, but I think it got to be a younger guy because the TKO name rivals with the younger crowd, and you targeting that. I think
I
you
think
know
he's
who it
going to
could
use
be.
that young
He can use
Japanese guy we keep on
Yeah,
seeing
that's
in
why.
all the
There you
calls.
go, a young Japanese dude, or
Yeah.
he can use
if he
he
got
can
a
use
If he got an Abdullah Mason.
he got shit.
Or
He
Abdullah
got Brian
Mason.
Norman Jr.
Yeah.
as long as
Or
Brian
Brian
Norman Jr.
Norman
had a
Oh
Jr.
name.
yeah, or
Yeah.
Brian Norman Jr. Right, exactly. Or
That's
Okay.
Brian
probably
Norman
why he
Jr.
contacted him because he's looking for exciting fighters. I mean, if you're an
Here's
exciting
something
fighter and
else.
you young, he can make it work. All he got to do is feed you one of the fighters that been boring us for years. Like if you feed exciting fighters, the fighters that been killing the sport, that got clout, then that's the formula. That's what he looking at. That's how he doing it. He finna
That
feed.
he got a. That's what I'm saying. I see TKO. Like I said, if y'all remember, superstars of wrestling, Undertaker on Sunday used to come out and choke slam a motherfucker in 2.5 seconds and walk back out. You know what I'm saying?
Then this is what you do. But
That's
if
why I think
only
TKO go. That's why I think TKO is going to be in the beginning primarily. You're going to have the
but with
youngsters, but your main event going to be a guy that fighting somebody that relatively should be
no
in there
no no
just to
no
add
no
hype
no
to
no
him,
no. What it's
to
gonna
the
be
to
is
the
it's gonna be
name, the
one of those
brand.
old veterans. It's gonna be an old veteran. It's gonna be somebody like, I don't know, just give me somebody at 147. Just a name at 147 right now.
Yeah, Brian Norman.
Against Amir Khan.
That ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna
Hell
work.
no.
Hell
No,
Yeah,
no.
it's
that ain't
not
gonna
gonna
work.
work. It's not for it to draw in like a bunch of big crowd, but it's to let you know that they're serious about this.
Nah, but that's
That's all it
well.
is.
You got to come up with a better example than that. That was some bullshit.
Yeah, Americans
I
watch, bro.
just I
No,
just throw out a name. That's
yeah,
it.
I get what he's saying though. Like
Oh,
you
that
got
was just
to.
not an example.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it was just a bad example, but I
Okay,
definitely
yeah.
get what he's saying though. He's saying that like you get a fresh face that everybody that's up and coming that is the shit, but you get
Yeah,
somebody that everybody know that still got a little life to their name and
yeah,
let them go in there and do the
what you were
damn thing.
talking about with
Almost
wrestling,
like how they do anyways in boxing. You get what I'm saying?
like what you were talking about with the
When they
wrestling thing.
building stars,
You seen the Undertaker take on somebody everybody knows, the Brooklyn fucking Brawler.
the Brooklyn
Everybody knows
Brawler,
who the
right?
fucking. Everybody knows who Hacksaw Jim Duggan is. Everybody knows who the Brooklyn Brawler is, and all Brutus
Right,
Beefcake and all these different people.
Bro, I
They
don't
was
know
there.
none
right.
of them people.
Well, they
They was
older
there.
fight, but we talking about how they used to build
They doing
the
the
wrestlers that
job.
are known today were
Yeah,
built off the backs of no name people, and we grew to love them, and it didn't matter who they fought. We just learned to love those superstars. You get what I'm saying? And then
Mm-hmm.
when as the fans evolve, They got tired of seeing that. So what they did was start making superstars fight superstars. That's where all your main storylines came in at. Because when we were younger, your storylines only hit. It was one storyline, main storyline, bro. Hulk Hogan said something to Elizabeth, and fucking Macho Man was mad in the motherfucker, and they had to have a Saturday night main event on NBC, and that was the storyline. Now you got the storyline is every Monday and every Friday or whenever that shit come on now. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, and something else that people are
It
missing with
evolved.
this, and something else that people are missing with this, with the TKO, is going to be a lot different than dealing with PBC or Top Rank, because you got to remember TKO has weekends. Whenever they have a big event, they have a whole weekend. They have a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Well, it's associated, TKO is associated with WWE now and
Yeah,
UFC.
that's what I'm saying,
So
because they have,
it's all part of it.
yeah, they have the PBC Bull
Yeah,
Riders.
they ain't just associated with it. They own that shit.
Yeah, they own it. Yeah.
They have a whole weekend and throw
I ain't
boxing
gonna
on a
lie.
Saturday.
Yeah,
And
but
then throw
they already said that it's already like that though. Like they
I
sell
ain't gonna
tickets
lie,
like
Slick.
to their boxing events through WWE.com, UFC, and they was already saying like the boxing weekend, like if you go to it's really like a 2-day event. If you buy this one ticket or whatever, like already out there. So they already on that type of time. You know what I'm saying? Would you just say
Hey,
casino?
Slick. I was gonna say, I hear what you're saying, but you gotta realize, like we love boxing. We watch that shit regardless, but boxing is not popping. Like the stars ain't stars. The only ones that really is stars is like Canelo, Javante, things like that. Anyway, it's not hard to get more famous than these niggas, bro. These niggas is not that popping. You
Not
know what I'm
hard.
saying?
No, it's not about that. I'm not saying in that aspect, casino. What I'm saying is to get TKO off the map. So like what they have right now is what they will have to use. I already know the formula TKO finna use. They finna use that UFC shit, keep their people in everybody's face. That's all you got to do to build people today. Have them fight more often, and that's all people want to see. And find your stars out of that system versus the system of how boxing been going. So you're gonna have some stars built for TKO, right? But they won't be necessarily be built to travel like a motherfucking going to England and all that type of shit and that shit. It'll be on some UFC shit. You gonna fight when I tell you to fight type shit.
But at the same time, you could build some familiarity, because that's what UFC is doing.
No,
with a
that's why I
lot of
said
they-
that's
yeah,
all
they're
they
doing that
do.
with a lot of their new fighters, their new up and comers. They be at Raw, they be at SmackDown. They put the camera on them,
Yeah.
stand them up, show their
Yeah.
belt, everything else, and then people be like, "Who is this?" That's gonna make them want to look at this person.
Right,
Compared to
right.
the way it
And the
is
first
now,
boxer they
these
did
niggas
like
just
that,
these
it
niggas just
was
taking it.
Bud.
Bud was on Raw
Yeah,
doing
they
that.
put Bud there. They put Bud in there, bro.
You talking about when they called him Kendrick Lamar?
Yep. That's when I knew where they was going. When he got there, when he was there, I said, yep, that shit finna go through, bro. They finna join them niggas. And sure enough, they joined their ass. I knew it. I said they finna go there, bro. There's no reason for that man to be there. There's no reason for me getting in the ring. There was no reason for none of that shit, bro. Other than we finna fuck with y'all on another level.
Yeah.
And sure enough, now look who they fucking with. He likes the showmanship. If you look at the pyro tape, if you look at his shows, bro, all the red that he using, everything, go look at a Raw. Go look at a Monday Night Raw event and tell me it don't resemble what he be trying to throw. It's like he had been trying to emulate it. You get what I'm saying? With the stage, with the screens in the background and all of that shit. That's all wrestling, bro.
You wanna know some crazy shit, bro? I ain't never seen wrestling a day in my life. I played the video game.
What?
And I knew who the stars was. Like I knew the Undertaker. I knew John Cena.
Wrestling is
like
built.
John Cena was my nigga because like he used to dress like me. But
I
it was
ain't
on
like-
the video game. You know
I ain't like him in real when he was acting like he was a nigga. What was his name before that? I know you know.
The doctor of thugonomics.
Thugonomics. Fuck him, bro. Fuck
Yeah.
him, bro. I hated him, bro. Like who is
When
this?
he started the salute shit, I was more
I
geek for him.
hated
When
that
he was trying to
dude.
act like a nigga, I ain't like. He came out rapping and shit. I ain't like that shit
Yeah,
either,
he
bro.
stole the G Unit shit, the
Yeah, I
Thugonomics
ain't
told
like that shit.
UKCV shit, bro. It's like,
But
who is this
that did
he
something.
was
motherfucker?
my
But that
favorite
did
one on the
something for
video
him.
game. I don't know. Like a lot of people watch that shit. I don't know why I never.
But
Yeah, man,
but
me
the
and my
thing is,
family
but
still
you hear how
watch
we
it, bro.
talk about it. But you hear how
We
we
still
talking
watch
about
it.
it.
Exactly.
It's not like they'll say wrestling fake, right? Cool, no doubt. But what it really is, what they mastered is the entertainment
Entertainment,
aspect
my
of it.
nigga.
It's the showmanship. It's the, like, for instance, I bullshit
Pageantry.
you not. Let me tell you how strong that shit is, Casino. Real
Yeah.
talk. And I can play it for you. Where that motherfucker at? I'm gonna play it for you. When you hear this,
Undertaker.
Undertaker. That's the Undertaker.
the world gonna go nuts, nigga. I don't give a fuck. It's pure silence in that bitch.
They just did it on Monday, bro, and
It's,
niggas went crazy.
it's not a
Yes.
game, dog. That
You
man
hear
could be
that bell?
80. He could be 80 years old. Come out, you hear that shit, motherfucker gonna be like, what the fuck? Like, it's the entertainment part of it. It's not that it's fake. It's just they selling entertainment, bro.
And
And
that's the thing that boxing has been missing is the
it,
entertainment
right.
aspect.
And that's why I was saying, if you look at Turkey cards, look how it's modeled. Right, except the little small ones he had, but like the ones like Times Square, he trying to get that entertainment factor with the screens, pyrotechnics. He's trying to draw you into it. You know, instead of you being so technical, he's trying to build off the casuals. He's trying to bring them in. Because technically, if you took wrestling fans, all the wrestling fans and dropped them in boxing, that's what they would be because all they care about is the entertainment factor. They don't give a fuck about the nooks and crannies and all this shit in the middle.
Hey, Slick.
Ain't no contract disputes, ain't none of that shit. All they care about is a motherfucking fight. They don't give a fuck about no politicking. All they want to hear at the end of that motherfucking Monday Night Raw, oh my God, the Undertaker's back and he's going to be fighting Roman Reigns this Friday. Check it out. That's all they want to hear, nigga. That's all they want to
That's
hear.
all.
But the
And
That's
thing
all
that
they
can
about
want to
help
it,
hear.
boxing.
the
That
thing
can
about
help.
it, bro, that's the right idea. That's what I was getting at when I was talking about the casino life box. I mean, on casino life promotions and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't took my idea, bro. Because it's, but I never said it like this. But to be honest, what have we been saying for the longest before Turkey came on the scene? Boxing is dying, right?
Yeah.
So from a business standpoint, the hardcore don't matter
No, as of today, I agree with you. You had said that
because if you
before.
if you
I
if
said
you
we're outnumbered now, bro.
if you cater to the hardcore, this shit going out of business, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even the shit that hardcores appreciate, that shit is not it. Like, and
No,
I'm a
it ain't
hardcore. I call myself a hardcore because I watch so much boxing, but
it
I'm not entertained by a lot of the shit that
now
hardcores get
this
entertained
is
by.
what's gonna happen though. It's just gonna generate a different type of hardcore. That's all it's gonna do. You right?
Yeah.
Like, okay, for instance, dude, there is people in wrestling that know who everybody ever touched that Intercontinental Championship. I'm talking about straight wrestling stats, nigga. How many
I
times
can
this dude
tell
been
you
WrestleMania champion? How many times Undertaker lost that fucking WrestleMania? They know
twice.
you go there's it's just gonna generate a different type of
Yeah,
hardcore.
I
You get
think
what I'm
Taker only
saying?
lost like twice at WrestleMania ever.
Twice.
Right.
He lost twice.
Yeah.
One to Brock Lesnar and one to Roman Reigns.
Yeah. It's just gonna generate a different type of hardcore. But I agree with you though, but it's still gonna be surrounded by the entertainment factor.
It's
It
gonna
has to
create
be.
new
It has to
purists.
be, bro. And it's sad that the boxers couldn't do it, bro. Like these dudes.
It ain't the boxers, to be
It's
honest
not the
with you,
boxer.
because you got boxers that would fight more often, but it's the promoters though. The promoters hold their guys back. You got to think. All right, you got to think. Look at Abdullah Mason right now, right? He
Yeah,
fight what 3 to dinner 5 times a year, right?
yeah, yeah.
All right. When he get a belt, I guarantee you he's not gonna probably fight but twice a year, bro. They're gonna cut him back because if for some reason in boxing they think scarcity generate dollars. So if you don't see him that much, when I do put him out there, you're gonna pay. You understand what I'm saying? And that's not necessarily like the wave right now with
I
social
don't think
media
that's what it is.
and the
I think it's what
microwave.
you. Oh, go
Look
ahead.
at look at it like this because in this day and age, it's the microwave era, bro. People want now, 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 now. You
But
get
I
what
don't
I'm
think the
saying?
scarcity. I don't
People don't
think the
like
scarcity
waiting.
is because of the reason you saying. I think the scarcity is because of what you said earlier about the minimum when you get the belt. And these dudes don't be generating even the minimum. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what it is. So they're just giving you what they can give you. They're giving you what they gotta give you to fulfill their contract. They're not gonna give you no more fights once you got a max, once you got a minimum. They like, nigga, fuck you. If you can't make them more than that minimum,
Well, that
nigga.
depends on what promoter you with, because like Top Rank create their own minimum.
But
But
no, but I'm saying, like, look at, all right, put it like this: if you got a belt and you selling, you gonna look, your career gonna look more like Canelo's. You see what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like
okay.
Canelo fight all the fucking time. You know what I'm saying?
But
Because
that's because Canelo is Canelo in the sense of he built his brand to the point where he not signing to nobody. He's going to
But
the highest bidder.
But then again, Canelo's always out there. He's
Exactly.
always out there.
Because
See,
he's
that's the
because
thing.
he's himself. He's his
Yeah,
own
and that's
entity.
the thing
Yeah,
that can
one
help.
thing you would say about
Like,
Canelo, he fight twice a year like clockwork, bro.
Yeah,
So he
and
never
he's on.
disappoints.
He is right, and he is
You said
his own
Canelo fight
entity.
twice a year.
Yeah, twice a
Yep,
year.
twice a
Yeah,
year like
2 days.
Didn't
clockwork.
he become undisputed like in all in
In
one
May,
year, damn near?
he
Huh?
always fights Cinco de Mayo and Mexican
In
Independence Day.
September. In September, he has 2 dates a year. He stole.
See?
He stole. Cinco because after Mayweather got done with Cinco de Mayo, he made that his date.
He made that his day after Mayweather took it over.
Mhm.
I mean, after all them years. So now, so that's why he's fighting Bud September 13th. That's Mexican Independence Day.
Yeah, he
Well,
fight.
now probably because he's getting older, but I remember he used to fight more than that though.
Yeah, when he was younger. When he was
Well,
younger,
yeah,
yeah,
but for
but
about
that.
the last 5 years,
But
we've been getting him twice a year.
Yeah, but he built his brand to the point where you're gonna pay for the fights because he's only gonna fight them 2 times a year, and he's his own entity. Something that boxers should have been learned. When you get to a certain status, bro, you don't have to sign to no fucking major, bro. You need to just be your own entity, bro.
Yeah,
That's
I
something I
agree with
never.
that.
That's something that I never was mad about when Devin Haney became the youngest promoter. I just think that they both start boasting it too early. That's what rubbed a lot of promoters the wrong way. You know what I'm saying?
But I ain't gonna lie though, like if you ain't generating money, bro, you not. I don't care if you do bounce around from promotion, or if you are your own entity. It's. I mean, I wouldn't
but the
give that
thing that
advice.
generates
Hold
money.
on. No, let me say. No, I'm
Go
saying
ahead.
you make yourself your own entity. That don't mean your entity worth shit.
No, that's
But
why I said you can't do it until you become that guy. Those
Oh,
those
okay.
guys, like say Mayweather was able to really get from up under Al Thumb early.
Yeah.
Floyd would never needed PBC.
but
Never.
the
He would have been what Canelo doing. He would have been going here, 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 here. He would not have been PBC. Who nigga? You gonna pay me this and I come fuck with y'all? He would have been doing that. Only the guys, though, the elite, the real elite, not what people call elite. I'm talking about the real elite, where they making, like you say, making that them dollars. You couldn't do that. Like Roy did it. Roy said, "Fuck you, HBO. I ain't fucking never do. I throw my own pay per views, nigga." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
but the
those
thing
type
that
of guys.
but the thing that made that is the fact that they were always in everybody's faces.
Right, right,
They were
right.
always out there.
Oh, that's
I
right.
hate to keep taking it back to wrestling, but when a champion is injured, even in wrestling, they're always at the show. They're always cutting a promo. They're always talking. You always see them on screen. You always see them. They're doing
But
something. They're always
Turkey fixing
active.
it. Turk. My bad. I ain't mean to cut you off, Polo.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
I
Go
was
ahead.
gonna say, Turkey making them do that. Like Turkey make sure
Exactly.
he make them niggas be at every event. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
Yes.
Man, when I told Slick and them nigga that they put that Turkey put shit like that in the contract, them niggas called me crazy. Till they
I
start seeing them
did
niggas at
until I
all the
start
events.
seeing it. Until I
They
start
start seeing
seeing
them
it.
niggas at all the events. I'm like, I
Yeah.
told you, nigga.
That's needed.
Until I
That's
start
needed.
seeing it.
That's needed to build a brand. That's the
That's
thing that's
right,
been
right.
missing from boxing for the past 2 decades almost. Is there's no real brand building anymore. Floyd did it, Pacquiao did it, Canelo did it. That's
Yep.
pretty much it.
I mean,
Brand
Floyd,
straight brand
Tank
building,
did
real
it.
brand
Tank
building.
did it too.
And
yes,
Tank did it. And Tank
Yeah,
did
and
it's
Tank
Tank did
did.
it.
unfortunate.
And shit, really, Errol Spence did it too. He was on
Um
his way. He
Maybe
was on
a
his
little
kinda
way.
bit.
he was on his way. Yeah, kinda. Yeah,
He
He was
was
kinda.
getting
Yeah.
there.
he
Yeah.
was
He
close.
was getting
He
he
could
was
have
getting
still
there.
finished it though. He just got lazy. He got
Nah, he should have
lazy. He
never.
got
He should have never.
complacent.
To be honest, I'm gonna keep saying this shit. He should have never fought Crawford, bro. Like,
No,
He
he should have
some.
fought Crawford.
Nah, he
he
He just
shouldn't have
got
fought Crawford, bro.
complacent.
If that
No,
not
he
with.
should have. He got complacent with it.
no, he
He
should have been dedicated to the sport.
He
Point blank.
wasn't.
exactly.
Earl was
That's what it
about his
is. He got
bag, man. Once
complacent.
he got his bag, we ain't seen
But
that
I'm
nigga since,
saying,
man.
so I get what you're saying. He should have been dedicated to the sport. But I'm saying, since he wasn't, this is go back to the casino life promotion. If you know you're not dedicated to the sport, don't fight no goddamn boxing nerd, nigga. You know
He
what I'm
said,
saying?
hey,
Don't fight a
Casino
boxing
crazy
nerd,
with
bro.
that shit. He said,
You
don't
gotta
fight no
ride that
box.
shit out, bro. You gotta ride that shit out. If you
He
gonna
said,
be in
I
the
think it
club,
really was that he got the bag from the Crawford fight, and then he got the bag from the Martin fight because Martin got the Tank fight, and that just really made him
right.
more complacent, bro. I think that's
Yeah, I
what it
think
really
so
was.
too. I think he was just like, I don't have to do this shit no more. Fuck it. But you
Complacency
y'all right.
robs
He was next up.
success.
He could have been next up though.
He
He
could
I
definitely could
have.
have
still
been.
say, the biggest fight of two inactive fighters that could happen is goddamn Jamel Charlo versus Errol Spence in Texas, bro.
Yeah,
That
but they ain't gonna
Oh,
fight
for
though.
sure.
They're not.
They
nah,
ain't
they're
They
gonna
not.
ain't
fight
gonna
each
fight.
other, though.
They ain't
They ain't
gonna
gonna
fucking
fight.
fight. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no
I
way
want
in
to see
hell.
that shit so
They like
fucking
Shakur
bad, bro.
Stevenson and Keyshawn Davis, nigga. They ain't fighting.
Man,
Yeah.
I'm one of them dudes, bro. I was okay with the PBC just fighting the PBC because I didn't give a fuck about nobody else but them. When they started letting other niggas in, that shit pissed me off and they cooked them niggas, bro. I'm like, bro,
But that's a
I was
skill
saying it for
issue.
when I
years.
look
I was
back at
saying that
that,
for
bro,
years though. That's
remember
why they
that
were getting
video?
cooked.
Remember that
Because
video
they
where
don't fight outside.
you ain't got to. But look, this, listen. Remember that video when they was all backstage drunk as fuck?
Yeah.
That's good for boxing. I know that's not discipline. I know that's not a unpopular hardcore position. Position. But bro, being a rock star matter, bro. Like if niggas see you got down drunk as fuck Tuesday, you knock a nigga out Saturday, you back in the club Sunday. That's a star, nigga. I
They
don't give
could
It
have.
a
is.
fuck.
I ain't
Like
gonna lie. They could have made the PBC version of NWO with that, bro. They
that's what
could
I'm
have.
saying, bro. You
It
supposed to
could
you
have.
supposed to stand on that, bro. Fuck boxing, bro. When you got to line up like they had, fuck boxing. The rest
No,
of
you
it,
could, no. You're right. You could say fuck boxing, but it's all going to be under the aspect of boxing. That's going to draw eyes to the sport. That's going to draw eyes to
that's what I'm
them.
saying. That's what I'm
It's
saying.
But
But
most.
I'm gonna tell
everything
you where
you
the
saying,
I'm gonna tell
everything
you
you
where the
saying,
PBC fucked up. They fucked up letting these niggas fight niggas who really care. You know what I'm saying? You can't let these niggas fight niggas who really care. Every nigga who
That's
really care is not a star, bro. Every nigga who don't give a fuck. Everybody talk about them niggas, bro. You keep them niggas separated. You
no,
you keep them niggas
no,
separated, bro.
no. You
That's
give
how it
people
is,
a
bro.
your boy
chance.
Casino
Bro,
crazy,
there's
bro.
not one star, bro. No, let me. I'm gonna tell you, bro. Straight up, there's not one star in boxing who give a fuck ever, nigga. I mean, well, not ever. I'm talking about in my life, like recently, bro. Recently, there's not,
Huh?
bro. Canelo will knock your ass out Saturday and be on the stage with a Mexican artist getting drunk as fuck the next day. That's a star, bro. The nigga Tyson
Yeah.
Fury, that nigga Tyson Fury snort a line, come in there, knock you out, go back and snort another line. You know what I'm saying? Like, goddamn,
Allegedly, allegedly.
I'm telling you, bro. That's bro. You can't be a. I'm telling you, bro. It can't be like that, bro. You can't be no gym rat and be a star, bro. It don't work like that, bro.
Oh
It
It
my
don't work
can
like
god.
that,
though.
Oh
bro.
my god. I gotta put it up.
Name one gym rat that's a star right now, and don't say Usyk, because niggas don't know who Usyk is like when you walking down the street, bro. That's why he
What?
got locked up at the airport. They didn't know who the fuck he was. But
Eh,
if he snort a line and get locked up, they gonna know who he is.
Oh my
They know
god,
who he
bro. This
is.
dude crazy.
I'm
Hey,
telling you, bro. You got to get a couple mug shots.
but
You got to get a DUI. You
to
got to
his
snort a line.
point,
You know what I'm saying?
but to his point, controversy does help build stars and make
it
people wonder what the
sells.
hell go it sells. It to his point, it does. It does. And also to his point, the gym rats don't usually get love until they retire. And that is the truth. The only gym rat that I can think of in recent history that got love while he was still around and a ton of hate was Mayweather. But because he added controversy, he talked a lot of shit,
And he was in the club.
and
He
he
might not have
stayed
been
in it, and he
drinking.
stayed in everybody's face. He stayed in Mr. 24/7. He found the way to constantly advertise himself. You know what I'm saying? So, and like I said, he
Mhm.
building clubs, he's showing his money on Instagram.
Yeah,
The kids gravitate
he fucking with
towards
50
that.
Cent. He fucking with Zav Judy. He
Right.
in music videos.
That's it.
You gotta do it, bro. You have to, bro. And if you're not willing to do it, and I'm a promoter, I'm not putting my nigga who willing to do all that shit in there with you, bro. I'm not. I'm not.
Because you
It's
know
never
what's
gonna
gonna happen.
happen.
But you
You,
I
you
have
agree,
you know
yo.
to.
what's
There's a
gonna
You
90%
happen.
have to
chance you're
though,
gonna
because
get
that's a
cooked, bro.
serious.
I agree,
That's a
bro.
David
Yeah, I
versus
agree.
Goliath
Because look,
thing.
think about it, bro. At the end of the day, Errol Spence lost for nothing.
Look, this dude
He
stand on
lost.
this thing.
He lost for nothing. He lost for nothing, bro. We didn't. It's not like think about it, bro.
This
He
dude
didn't.
coming with
He
the shit.
didn't. No, I'm saying he didn't lose, and then another star was born.
Uh,
No, nigga, he lost, and now a nigga got to fight Canelo to even goddamn get paid for real. That's what the fuck going on. The nigga didn't. So what was the reason, nigga? You
That's
could have
not
just
on
not
them.
fought him.
That's
You could
not
have.
on
You ain't even.
them, though.
You can't pass the torch to a gym rat, dog. You can't
oh,
pass
this
the
shit's
torch to a
hilarious,
gym
bro.
rat, dog.
Bro,
Terrence is
bro, I'm
not a
not gonna
gym
let
rat
you
like you
slander
think he
Bud name
is.
like that, bro. Like the people didn't know
You
who
better
Bud
stop
The
was.
nigga
hating,
that
Period,
called
nigga.
that
bro. This
nigga Kendrick
dude,
You
Lamar,
be
nigga, that's
hating, man.
Kendrick
You's a hater,
Lamar.
man. Bud's the best, nigga.
Bruh.
He's way better
Nigga,
than
that's
Earl, nigga.
Kendrick
Let it go.
Lamar, nigga.
You
That's
mad Earl
Kendrick
got
oh,
cooked,
Lamar.
man. You still mad. I hear Errol Spence man mad his homie got cooked. That's what I hear.
I mean,
oh man.
yeah, no. I am mad. I
Yeah,
am mad he
yeah,
got
yeah.
cooked. But it's business. I'm nah,
Nigga.
listen, nigga, it's business, bro. It's just like, nigga, if I'm tanks people, nigga, you not fighting Shakur, nigga, I don't give a fuck. Because that
Well,
nigga's
we obviously that's not happening.
but I'm
Right.
saying it shouldn't. It
said
shouldn't.
shouldn't.
It shouldn't happen.
It should
Nigga,
happen. Just because it's
it's
bad
not a
business
fair
for you doesn't
exchange,
mean it's
nigga.
not good business for me.
Man,
Oh
nigga,
my
it's not a fair
god.
exchange, nigga. One nigga been out here goddamn crashing cars, DUI, locked up, domestic violence. Nigga, he a star, nigga. And you gonna
That's
go fight
his
this nigga?
problem.
You gonna fight this nigga who was goddamn not even the main event in the last couple fucking fights? Like, why the fuck would you do that?
Who
Then
wasn't
that
Why?
the main
means
event?
Hey,
he's an up and comer and he can make him a
he,
star, right?
No, bro. He's not
Yes,
gonna be one,
because you
bro. That's
just
what I'm
said he
telling you.
lost for nothing. So
Bro,
if Shakur beats Tank, that means that Shakur is a star now.
no,
So
he's
something
not.
did
Nigga,
come
that's
out of it.
bro. That's what I'm just telling you, bro. That's what I'm saying. Errol Spence lost to Terrence Crawford, and the nigga not a star. He has
Terrence
to
is a
fight.
star.
No, he's not, bro. He has
right,
to fight. He has to
He's the
fight.
best fighter in the
Listen,
world,
bro.
bro. You keep acting
Listen.
right.
like Terrence Crawford not the best fighter in the world, bro.
That don't got nothing to do with being a star, nigga. Listen, bro.
He
If it
jumped in the
wasn't
ring
for
with the best
Turkey,
fighter in the world
man,
and got
listen,
cooked,
bro.
nigga.
If it wasn't for Turkey, nigga, that nigga would probably be retired right now, nigga.
Doubt it.
No, I don't
Man,
think he would
whatever,
have
nigga.
retired. I
That
don't think
Doubt
he
nigga.
would have
that shit,
retired
nigga.
now.
All right.
Doubt that. You
No,
just
I
talking
can't.
now.
So
I don't
how
think.
many
I don't
people?
think he would have retired though.
How many people you know watched the Madrimal fight? I know a lot of niggas who don't even know that shit happened, nigga.
Yeah, but
I
that don't
watched
got
it.
nothing to do with retiring though. I don't think he would
Well,
have
all right,
retired.
not saying retire, but I'm saying he wouldn't be no star. He probably no. I would say retire because if he couldn't get a Canelo fight, the nigga was gone. So yeah, he would be retired because he wouldn't have got no Canelo fight without Turkey. It wasn't gonna happen.
What? Well, yeah,
Well,
that's that type of fight probably would not have happened without Turkey. But
And then what else would he have been able to do, bro?
to
well,
say that he wouldn't have he would have ended
Cook
up he could have
everybody at
fought Jamel.
154 like he
It
was
was
about to
I'm about
do.
to say that he probably would have just stayed at 154, bro.
Man, hell no.
There was
That's
other
why he
big
yeah,
talked
fights
about
out
The
there
same
retiring.
way he cooked
besides the
everybody
Canelo
at
fight.
147.
All right, so why do he want to retire now then? Like that don't even make sense. How does
He
that make
never
sense
said
to
he was
y'all?
going to retire. You're the only person who said that. Bud said, I'm not done after the Canelo, bro. What you talking about?
Well,
Man,
he
he
said
wasn't
we'll
saying that
see. To
before.
be fair, he said we'll see. And Turkey did say that he was retiring.
Yeah, and it's only because goddamn
That
Turkey
fucked me
goddamn
up.
offering so much
That
money
fucked
that the
me up.
nigga don't want to
Turkey
retire.
said Turkey. No, no. This was on that couch. Y'all gotta listen to that man. Go back and listen to it. He said when Bud came to him, he said, "I'm looking for the right fight. I'm tired. But if I do retire, I want the right fight." And then Turkey said, "Okay," and that's how he got a Canelo fight. And then he said, "But recently, I see the new fire in his eyes, so I don't think he gonna retire." But he did come to Turkey with the intentions of leaving the sport, bro.
Thank you,
And
thank you, Slick.
that
Thank you,
came out of
Slick.
Turkey
So
mouth on that Ring magazine.
so that's what
When
I'm
they was
saying.
all on the couch and stuff.
I mean, but
Yeah, now
intentions
So
and
even
that's what
Zai
that's
even said it. He said I heard that part.
Oh,
He
yeah,
did
I didn't
say
know
that.
that.
that's my
Yeah.
yeah,
okay. All
but
right, so
intentions and actions are two
my
totally
last show,
different
I said
things.
that's why. Did you see my thumbnail where I had Bud in the rocking chair on there? That's why I had that. And I was talking about it on there on that show.
yeah, so thank you because I mean yeah, thank you because
And I
bro the
gave
nigga was
I
so
had screwed
basically what I'm
everybody.
trying to
I told
say is
everybody I was wrong when everybody said he was cashing out. I was like, y'all was right. Goddamn me, like
that's
shit,
why
dude.
I'm gonna just tell y'all this, bro. That's why Terrence Crawford be so mad at Errol, like because he thought he was gonna
Oh
become
my
a star. He was gonna become he thought he was
He
gonna
not
become a
mad
star
at
off that
Earl,
shit.
bro. He not mad at Earl. He just
Man,
don't
yes, the fuck
believe
he
that.
is, bro. That's
How
why
can
he
I
don't
say
ever
this,
have
my guy?
nothing good to
If
say,
you a
bro.
fighter,
I've heard the nigga say,
bro,
I heard the nigga say after
bruh,
he beat Arrow that black people don't support other black fighters. He's still mad because he thought he was gonna become a star. He thought he
They
was gonna get.
don't, bro.
No,
they
listen,
don't
bro.
though.
Listen,
They
that's
don't.
cap. That's
That's
cap.
fact, nigga.
That's cap, nigga.
Oh, your dog's name is Canelo.
What the fuck that got to do with anything, nigga?
Why didn't you name him Tyson?
Nigga, why the fuck would I name him Tyson? Nigga, that's before my time. The fuck?
That
Right,
don't
but
mean
Canelo your
nothing.
favorite fighter though.
Nigga,
That's what he's saying. He's saying that like when you got
nigga,
Mexican,
bro,
where have you heard a Mexican say a black any black fighter is their favorite fighter?
nigga, I don't, bro. Listen,
I'm being
Canelo, my
honest.
favorite fighter, and
I've
goddamn
never
Errol
heard that.
Spence, and goddamn Brian Norman Jr. and I got all my favorite fighters either black or Mexican. I got Errol
Right.
Spence and Canelo, and goddamn Brian Norman Jr. and
Would you say
Emmanuel. I like
but would
Emmanuel
you agree?
Navarrete. Huh?
But would you agree
I
that
like Malik.
black folks don't support black fighters the way other nationalities support their fighters?
I mean, I don't know what other people do, but me, I support black fighters win or lose, bro. I mean, just because Canelo my favorite fighter,
And I'm
don't
only
mean
saying that to the comment you just made that
nah. Let me tell you what
he
y'all
mad
got it
because of
confused. Let me tell you.
Earl because of that. I think the
Nah,
comment
let me
was
tell you what
made.
it
How would
is.
I think that's my greatest win when y'all just saw what I did to him? And
Let,
he had been telling people for 5 years prior.
Nah, bro. Nah,
He
bro.
told the world the excuses they was gonna say, and everybody said that shit.
And
It's gonna be hard to
everybody
get.
said
It's
that
gonna be
shit,
Everybody,
hard to get
nigga.
any
bro.
Crawford shit off. So I'm
Papa
just gonna leave
Fist,
that
what's
shit
going
alone.
on, bro?
I'm gonna leave that shit alone. Cause
He
I
did
can't get. I
though.
ain't gonna be
He
able to get no
did though.
Crawford shit off. No,
Nah,
bro. Because I done
man,
sat
you
here and
gotta if you
seen the
gonna win,
nigga.
you
Bro,
gotta
I watched
the
Crawford press
truth.
tour after the shit, bro. The nigga was talking about how black fighters don't support black fighters. No, bro, it's not what it is. I mean, it's a certain fighting style that if you lose, you're out of there. That's what it really is. If you're an exciting fighter, bro, you'll never be out of there. That's why people still like, damn, I wish Errol would come
I
back.
don't think that was the
Man, that's
case. Bud
bullshit.
got
Cause
a
look at
Bud
Deontay
has
And
a
Wilder
Terrence
right
fighting
now.
Crawford's not
style.
exciting.
Look at Deontay Wilder right now.
11 straight knockouts ain't exciting, Press.
Right. One of the best finishers in the game. I just think he didn't get his just due like early, like everybody else did. Like he doesn't have those more than one Earl Spence on his resume. And that's what people wanted at the
But
time. But it just wasn't nobody. It wasn't nobody around. And it's
but
not
that's
his
the
fault that
thing.
during that time it wasn't nothing there for him to eat. You get what I'm saying?
But that's the thing that kills me about this conversation. I thought the nigga that was getting it out the mud, doing the shit the hard way, was the nigga that was always respected.
Well, nowadays ain't like you
No,
said.
I don't
It's
not
about
respect him,
like
bro. I'm not. You getting it twisted, bro. I don't not
Okay,
respect
explain it a little
Crawford.
bit better for me, because
I
I'm
don't
my
not respect
ignorance is
Crawford. I'm
showing in
saying the
this.
nigga not a star, bro. That's different. Two different words. I didn't say I don't respect
So,
Crawford. I
like,
said he ain't no star like that. He
so
got
basically,
it.
you saying he ain't on like Canelo or Tank's level.
Listen.
Oh yeah, we agree with you on
He's a
that. Hell
star.
yeah.
He's a star right now. People are talking about him a lot right now. Only two times I've ever seen him being talked about a lot. When his name was on the banner with Spence, and when his name was on the banner with goddamn Canelo, and that's it. Like I ain't never heard people talk about. I'm talking about outside. I ain't talking about YouTube.
right.
Outside, I ain't never heard nobody mention that nigga name
And
ever,
you
bro.
talking and you talking to like you said, I will admit, if you talking to regular people who don't watch boxing like that, yes, they only gonna know the handful of notable names. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
But to the boxing fans, we know who Bud is, and we were the ones wanting them to get them fights, and we paid attention to the career where he calling out people where his own promoter hated on him, bro. He
But
was
that
supposed
don't
to get
make you a
he
star. That's all
no,
I'm saying.
no, no, no. What I'm saying, I'm trying to tell you why he's not like at that level. I believe he's a star, but he's not a superstar. And I think that's where you get made. Like Canelo is a superstar.
Well, that's what I mean. I'm talking
You
about
know,
superstar. I'm talking about superstar.
he's one of the stars of boxing. But he's not a superstar, right?
Yeah.
Earl was considered a superstar of PBC. Canelo's a superstar. Even Manny Pacquiao was a superstar. Things of that nature, right? You call those big names out, and it's just in his upcoming, uprising, he didn't have it just was not going his way because like when your own promoter is stopping you from becoming that big superstar, like I said, because the promoter cares about the cash, it's a problem. He wasn't people that just got in that became Earl fans, things like that, and they heard Bud calling out Earl. He didn't even give a fuck about Earl at first. He only went to Earl because he couldn't get Pacquiao. And Bob made sure he wasn't gonna get Pacquiao. He said it. I don't want to get my friend hurt. That came out of Bob's mouth. And then when he wanted to leave, then Bob started slandering him. Talking about all the money I spent on him, this, that, and the third. That's the shit that people don't mention. Then he start going after
Well,
Earl.
I remember that happening, but you know what? The thing about it,
But
what you saying?
would you not agree if he would have got that fight?
No,
If
I
he
mean,
would have, if
I'm
he
not
would have,
saying he don't have superstar material. He is superstar material, but he ain't a superstar.
right,
And
right.
Bob wouldn't say I could have bought a mansion in Beverly Hills if he couldn't buy a mansion in Beverly Hills.
No,
The nigga probably did really.
you're not
No, listen,
understanding. You're not
he probably really
understanding.
did lose all that
That only
goddamn money
came
because he's not a
after,
superstar.
but that only came after when he knew
Slander.
Bud wanted to leave. He only said that after Bud made it clear he wanted to leave. When that man knew he wasn't getting that fight and he started putting Bob on the spot on TV about making that Pacquiao fight, and Bob finally came out and said, I don't want to get my friend hurt. He made it clear, I'm about to go. He
Put it
made it
simple.
clear, and then Bob starts slandering his name like PBC does. When you leave, they gonna you're not leaving out on good terms like that, bro.
Yeah, but
So
the thing about
but hold
it is,
on,
Make it simple.
hold on. At the end of the day, I want to
So
ask you this
Shakur
though.
kind of left on
If
good
you would have
terms.
got no, they didn't. They put that fucking crowd on. They was showing people they didn't have to do that.
Oh
If he
yeah, I
was
no, but
remember
if
that
the
saying,
telling
crowd,
niggas
if he
leave on
but
the
hold on,
listen,
fight.
hold
but
on,
listen,
oh
hold
no,
on.
let
Let
me
me just
finish.
say
Let me
something
finish.
before we get
No,
too
because
far off.
no,
All right,
I'm not. No. I'm not gonna get on the Shakur thing. But if you know why they did that. But at the end of the
Yeah,
day,
because they was
will you
actually
agree?
leaving.
Yeah, no. If he had signed that contract, the camera had no business panning over the way, and the commentators wouldn't have been talking like that.
Yeah, but fight better.
But here's the thing: the commentators wouldn't have said that, and they wouldn't have panned them cameras to that. It was only because he was leaving. That's what they do, bro. That's what Top Rank does to you. If you're not gonna play ball with them, they do that. They're not the first they've done this to. But here's the thing, though. Would you? Let me ask you.
But
right,
sometimes
exactly.
it don't work.
Sometimes, but let me ask you this question. If Bud would have got that fight way back when with Pacquiao and beat Pacquiao, would he have not been a superstar?
Yeah, but it's a what if.
No, but
that's no, what if.
I'm saying that.
Bro, I already admitted that Crawford is superstar material. He could be a superstar, but he ain't. You know,
I only asked that to my point is this, that people are saying he's not a superstar, but the thing is he just didn't get his just due when he was supposed to get his just due. That's all I'm saying. If he would have got his just due like everybody else was getting their just due, because let's be fair, at the time PBC was run, like you said, you a fan of PBC, and I understand why, because they was running 147.
Yeah, but look
they had everybody over there.
Hear me out, Slick. Bro, Crawford didn't even have to be there that long, bro. That's not. You can't make me feel bad that the nigga goddamn went through that shit. Like, it's like, nigga, you could have been left, nigga.
No,
like,
it's not making you feel bad, and I agree with that, because when he should have left, he should have left.
Exactly, bro. Like at around the same age that Shakur left. Like he could have been left, bro. Shakur did what he gonna do, and now Shakur gonna have a better chance of becoming a superstar than he did because the nigga goddamn was playing. So I'm not finna be penalized because you was playing. Like, I know you got superstar potential. Yeah, you're an exciting fighter, but nigga, oh well.
He should have left. Well. He should have left, but the money made him stay. But still, sometimes that's where your balancing options come in. You got, is it about the money or your legacy?
Promoters get their hands on star fighters like that. Like they do everything they power. They give them pretty much anything they want to keep them around. Like Frank Warren will never let Tyson Fury go, bro. Like these, when you get like AJ will never leave Matchroom. They can do whatever they want. So when you get guys like that, bro, it'd be hard to get out them contracts because every time you're trying to get out that contract, they throw more money at you and more money to keep you in it, bro. That's kind of why they do stand up.
If you remember Punch, and we had broke this when Polo was on here, but we had broke the story that Bud was resigning before anybody even knew. Yeah. Bud was resigning the contract. We all said that, like, why the hell did we resign with Top Rank, bro? And I was like, damn, he really finna fucking resign. We had caught word he was signing that contract, and we had good
right before the Ndongo fight,
and he did that shit. And I was like, damn, you should never did that.
I said that too. Like, why the fuck he re-signed with them?
But when we found the details out, he signed the contract. He chose money. It
was a lot of money.
Legacy.
It was a lot of money.
A fight, which made him the highest paid welterweight. I mean, at the time.
But then there was promises also in there too.
Yeah, it was a promise
that Earl, and they could fight for the Spence. You know what I mean? Yeah, they fucked up.
But yeah, that part is his fault because I was upset that he stayed. I was like, you should leave. When that man said he won't give, you should just fucking burn out.
Yeah. After that Pacquiao shit, I thought he should have left too.
So that's all I'm saying. Like, don't get me wrong. I can repeat it one more time. He do got superstar potential. He do fight like a superstar, but the nigga made bad decisions. And shit, bro. Now you got to fight.
I agree with that. I agree.
Yeah, you just got to fight Canelo, bro. You know what I'm
saying? That's the down thing of being with Top Rank.
I agree with that, bro.
Top Rank is like that girlfriend that you had. That whenever you talk about, I'm gonna leave this bitch, you start doing stuff to get things back together, get y'all in good graces again. And then you realize shit ain't fucking changed. So you have to finally bounce on that bitch. So she starts slandering your name and everything like that, talking about you ain't shit, your dick little, all this other type of bullshit.
But
that's what Bob did to Terrence.
But you know how you end up in that situation?
By staying.
No, by knowing your choice. No, but I'm saying, do you know what will make you stay in that situation? When you feel like you can't get no hoes. And I'm gonna just leave it at that.
That nigga stupid, bro.
When you feel like you can't get no hoes, that might
have been. He might not have been able to get the ducket somewhere else. Maybe so. That might be true though. That might be true. If Bob gonna give me 4 meals and I'm like, you gonna give me more than that, that might be true, fam. And guess what? But guess what? To add to that, hey man, every nigga on this panel made a bad decision behind some bitch.
Oh, for sure. No, that's why I say. That's why I say it's all
no cap, nigga.
It's all
he made a bad decision that day.
It's all respect to Crawford. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say that. Like, I do respect Crawford. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not finna sit up here and act like, you know what I'm saying?
No. I am a fan of Bud, but I understood what went on. Like, but like I said, I too felt like he should have left because Bob didn't have no intentions of succeeding none of that. When you watch how that shit went, the way he had to campaign to try to fight anybody at PBC and all that shit was stupid, bro. It was like unnecessary, and it was like a
Bruh.
waste of his career, bro. You know what I'm
I
saying?
remember that shit. It fucked me up because Joe Smith was getting more promotion than Terrence
Yeah,
Crawford.
yeah,
That
bro.
shit pissed me
Yeah, and
off.
that shit was terrible, bro. That shit was bad. And that let me know how Bob had it. Like Bob was like, "Yeah, I'm finna dog walk you. You know, I'm about to
Yeah.
squeeze every little drop I can get out of you, and at the end, you ain't gonna be what you was before." That's what he
Mhm.
thought. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't get to reach that level of stardom, bro.
He really wouldn't be if Spence wasn't a real nigga.
You know.
He would have never
Now,
even been where he at if Spence wasn't a real nigga.
now
It
I'll
had
say
nothing
this:
to do with
we
Spence.
don't know how that fight would have went if
No, I'm talking about if Spence, bro. Do you know what it? I'm talking about what it took for the fight to happen. Spence had to drop his manager, hire Adrian Clark, say fuck PBC, and goddamn
you
made it
can't drop.
happen.
Nah, you can't drop your manager, nigga.
Nigga, that's
What you
what he
talking
did,
about,
bro. He signed, bro. Listen, hold on now. You just sound like you don't know what happened. So
Bruh.
listen, let me
Bruh,
tell
do
you
you
what
know?
happened.
Do you know who everybody goddamn your manager is at PBC?
Al Heyman, nigga.
That's
No,
their
that's not the
advisor,
the
nigga.
manager.
100%. He signed your
Yes.
ass to perpetuity. Yes, it
No,
is.
bro. Al Heyman
Yes,
not the
he
manager.
is.
He's the manager. I thought he was the advisor.
He's
That's what the
both.
fuck he is. You doing what the
Okay,
fuck
Advisor
but
he
all
and
right.
advised your
manager,
ass
So
to
you
bro.
do,
don't
nigga.
remember, bro?
Yeah,
That's
it's
why
Nah,
Al
Al
bro.
Heyman,
took his
bro.
Swear to
Because you
God,
position
when
don't.
they
last.
went, swear to God,
Man, listen, bro.
he
I'm
went and got
telling
with
you what
Adrian.
happened. He signed, bro. He couldn't get the fight done, so he hired Adrian Clark with Fighters First Management, and that's the
Adrian didn't
dude.
have nothing to do with that fight, bro. On me, he had nothing to do with that fight. I'm gonna tell you how it went. Motherfucker called Earl, said, I got somebody won't give us 25 million apiece. Motherfucker Earl said, man, shit, that shit sound good. He said, let me call Al. He called Al. Al said, fuck no. Al called Bud. Nigga, ain't two fighters ever made no fight. It ain't gonna happen on my motherfucking watch. And that deal got done because Earl, after that, the fight wasn't gonna happen. How that fight got pressed, Earl refused to fight. After
Okay,
that
then.
came
So
out, after
all
that
right. So
came out,
listen, what I'm saying, bro. We agreeing, bro. I said Terrence Crawford is where he is today because Errol Spence a real nigga.
yeah, I
That's
commend him
it.
for that
That's
because they
all,
wanted him to
bro.
fight
That's
Keith Thurman. He
it,
said,
bro.
no, I'm not fighting Keith
But
Thurman.
that's why Errol Spence fans be so pissed when the nigga shit on him. Because nigga, he was the nigga, what the fuck? No, you know what I'm saying? But y'all Crawford fans, so y'all don't look at it like that. I got all the respect for
No, what
Crawford.
I'm saying, I'm
I
not
got
We
all
don't
the
what
shit
I
respect
on
for
saying
Errol
him.
is
personally. I shit on his fans. The
I
fans talk
said what
mad
I
shit.
said
That's who
because
I
you said
shit
it was
on.
a
The
manager.
Errol sexuals. I shit
I
on them
said what
niggas,
I said
bro.
because you said it was a manager. And Zai Pacino said Tom Brown and Loser Coopers. Loser Coopers just handles Al's business for real. And Tom Brown is the promoter.
So then what was the purpose of Adrian Clark in the first fighters first management? Like what tell me what
He
was the
just
purpose of
basically
that?
put him on after he
A
got
shell
ready to leave.
company.
If you notice, he still fuck with him, and it was after he left.
After who left?
Earl don't fight no more, man.
Earl don't fight no more. He
Earl,
gone.
I don't think Earl had no plans to fight no more. I think that's what fans feel to realize. I don't think that like Bud beat the fighter. I think that man already saw, nigga, I'm finna make the biggest payday ever. I'm done. I really believe it. I don't believe in the car accident shit. I don't believe in none of that shit, bro. I think that man already had his mind made to fuck up. I'm good, bro. After I get this, I am okay. When I start seeing them videos of him showing where the fuck he stay at in the country, he got
Well,
cows
check
and
this out.
shit
I
and
bet he be
Cutting
back.
overall
grass with
stuff.
cowboy
I
boots
was
on
like,
and
this
shit.
nigga, I
Hey,
was like, this nigga ready to sit his ass down, bro.
hey, but check this out. I bet he be back. And you want to know who he gonna be back against?
Who?
Who?
Pacquiao at 154.
Pacquiao? No. Guess who I think finna get it?
Tank.
Nope.
I think
Who?
you'll get
No.
Thurman.
Nope. Nope.
Who?
Nope. Rolly.
My
Oh,
nigga.
I think he
My
Rolly.
can get
nigga.
Rolly, and I think because the turnout that man brung out for, they ain't finna let Pacquiao go. He filled that whole fucking stadium up. They like Pacquiao still bringing numbers. We finna put him there with fucking Rolly, nigga.
My nigga and Rolly gonna dog walk his ass.
I'm telling you that's the next easiest belt to get. Go on, get. Hey, you got another shot.
That's the
Go on, get
one
that
fight
belt,
on planet Earth where I would cheer for Rolly's punk ass. He's a
bro.
bum, but I'll
That
cheer
is
for him
the
in that fight.
easiest bet. And I
I mean,
promise
I
you,
fuck with Rolly,
I
man.
believe it's
I
Rolly,
fuck
bro.
with bro. Rolly's my favorite fighter.
Man,
Rolly's
I ain't gonna lie,
trash.
bro. Just me. The reason I respect Rolly is because, bro, I really know how this boxing shit go. And any nigga pull up to the TMT gym and end up on TV can't be trash. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Listen, bro. If you can pull up to Floyd Mayweather gym in Vegas and get a deal, you don't suck, bro. I don't give a fuck what nobody say.
Garbage with
Hey,
a capital
hey,
G, nigga.
hey, check this
Hey
out though.
man,
Garbage ain't Rolly like 3-time champion though.
Yeah,
hey
three
man,
division champion.
hey man. We ain't gonna have this Rolly slander on
I'm
here.
just saying, like,
Like,
We
bro,
not gonna do
like I
people
that.
just
said,
don't
we can
like
talk
Garbage,
about
Rolly
Rolly
baby.
because
though,
Trash.
he
A
don't.
but
fucking
Rolly
Niggas don't
showed,
bum.
like
Rolly
Rolly.
Horrible.
showed if you
Get out the
focus him,
sport.
a focused
Hey,
Rolly
bro.
could be dangerous, bro.
Niggas
A
think
focused
Rolly.
Rolly almost beat Tank.
Niggas talk shit about Rolly because he sound how he sound and he don't do the shoulder roll.
Yeah, I ain't gonna talk about how he sound, man.
And
He
he don't
told
do
that
the
story. I
he
was like,
don't do
damn,
the
I didn't
he
know all
don't do
that.
the shoulder roll. He don't do the shoulder roll and he talk weird. So niggas be like, man, this nigga trash. And then he ain't got no amateur background. So niggas just automatically
He
put
ain't got no
trash on
amateur
the
background, but he
put.
was a champion. He's been
No, I
champion.
know. No,
Yeah,
yeah, I
yeah, that's
agree
what
with
he's
you,
saying.
bro.
That's what he's
Yeah,
saying.
that's what I'm saying.
He
I
made
nigga, I fuck
3-time
with Rolly,
champion.
bro.
That was
I,
the most controversial stoppage in history. Miss me with
well,
that
yeah, that was
bullshit.
some bullshit, but a lot of niggas
But did
got
he
controversial
win?
shit going on, bro. A lot
But
of
did he
niggas.
win?
A lot of niggas got controversial shit going on, bro.
No. He won on a
But
controversial stoppage, nigga, where that old man was whooping his ass.
what was that W word that you said?
And that same old nigga knocked out the other dude in the first round. O'Hara.
Yeah, he's
That same
cooking.
old
Bro,
nigga. So sometimes you gotta quit disrespecting one nigga and give some respect to the old nigga, bro.
I'm telling you, Rolly about to be
That
undisputed at
old nigga could punch,
147.
nigga.
Now
Bro,
you
that
just
old
talking
nigga.
shit.
That's cap.
Rolly's not gonna be no fucking undisputed.
Nah,
Rolly
nah,
gonna
nah. He
be
ain't gonna be all
undisputed
that.
at
Nah, see,
That's
nah,
the
147.
nah.
long stretch
That's
right
All
there,
right.
that's
boy.
super cap
Bruh,
right
Now
there.
you put too much
no,
sauce
it
on that
ain't,
there,
nigga.
boy. You put way
I
too much
think that,
sauce on that.
you know what? I think y'all hating, bruh.
No, I fuck with Rolly,
What
but
the
I fuck with Rolly, but he
I
ain't
think
gonna do
y'all
all that.
Oh
hating.
my God!
He not
No
finna do that.
way! Yeah,
But you know
yeah.
what? No, but
Man,
Hell no.
no, but you know what could happen though? He could end up in a undisputed fight. He won't win. But if the nigga, let me hear me out. If the nigga, I think he can beat Mario Barrios. If he
He
beat Mario
can.
okay then. So listen, if he beat Mario Barrios and then Brian Norman Jr. got the other belt, shit, Brian Norman Jr. versus Rolly in the undisputed is. I mean, he gonna lose. He gonna lose, but he was in the undisputed fight.
Bingo.
You know what, man? That could possibly happen, bro. That's kind of far fetched,
hey
but it
man, I swear to
possibly could
God, I'm like,
happen.
what the
That could
fuck,
happen.
Possibly.
That
bro?
could
That
happen.
shit happened, bro. Swear to God, bro. Stop playing,
I
bro.
mean,
That'd
it
Bruh,
be
can happen
wild.
though. It
That's
can.
the only path for Rolly to undisputed, bro. It kind
It
of
can
makes
happen.
sense.
And he ain't gonna beat Brian, but he'll be in the undisputed fight though. You know what
This
I'm saying?
bruh.
nigga smart.
Rolly got some fast hands, bruh.
That's wild, bro.
Rolly got fast hands and he hit hard.
Yeah,
Bro,
he do
Rolly's
hit
not
hard.
trash,
He hit
bro.
hard,
He's
bro.
not fucking trash.
No. Focus Ryan. I mean, a focus Rolly is a dangerous Rolly, bro.
And I feel like he focused because he talking clear and shit again. I think he stopped eating
I'm
crayons.
not gonna lie. I was
This
impressed
nigga
against
right
Ryan
here, bro.
Garcia,
So
but
stop
every
eating
single fight I
crayon.
seen of Rolly before that, man, he was garbage, bro. But like the Ryan Garcia fight, he showed improvement. I ain't gonna cap, bro. But
He was
every fight
focused.
before
He was
that, bro,
focused
Bro, to
on
nah,
be
winning
nigga,
the
honest
whole
with
fight.
you,
he's
to be
trash,
honest
bro.
with you, he showed improvement in the pit bull fight. It's just he got knocked the fuck out, but he was good
Bull
until
obliterated him.
he was good till he wasn't.
Hey
You know what
man.
I'm saying?
Yeah,
Hey man.
he is one of the ones he just can't get
I ain't
clipped.
He had
sold, bro.
sweat in his eye.
He
He
get
surprised
clipped.
me
He
against
get
Ryan
clipped.
Garcia, bro,
Yeah.
because I lost mad money betting against his ass, bro. But I'll still bet against him next fight for sure.
Hey
And,
man.
and the
Don't
power
do
is
Rolly
definitely
like
real.
that.
Yeah, the power
Power
real,
there.
bro.
But on everything, though, that's a wild scenario, and that shit could fucking happen, bro.
It could happen.
That'd be wild in them
Yeah,
motherfuckers, bro.
the way Prez talked to, yeah. That's the only path to undisputed I can see for him going through Barrios and trying to working his way to Norman Jr. But we
Yes,
all know what's gonna happen when they get in there with Norman Jr., bro.
Zappuccino said, I believe he was draining 140. Rolly said that. Rolly was like, I should have been left that motherfucker. He was like, man, I was hurting myself. And I believed it when he said it. He said, but that because right after what he said, man, but that fucking check was so big, man.
And that's
He was
another
like,
thing, bro.
he was like,
That's
I did
another
it.
thing.
Fuck
That's
it.
another thing. Rolly don't lie. Rolly
Yeah,
don't
I
lie,
give it to
bro.
because the way after what he said, but that check though, he said that check, man, hey, fuck that.
Yeah, that nigga
Hey,
don't lie,
so
bro. He don't
yeah,
lie.
and when he said that, I said, okay, maybe he was right.
Bro.
That's the one thing I do respect
Shit,
about
really
Rolly. He
don't.
don't lie, yo. He
Shit,
keeps it 100, bro. I do respect that about him.
I ain't gonna lie. That's a PB. That's almost like a PBC MO. Like a lot of niggas from the PBC really don't fucking lie. Like niggas might not like what they say, but them niggas don't be lying, bro. Like them niggas
Hey,
don't be lying. That nigga Errol Spence was like, I'm gonna clean up my side of the street and then fight this nigga. That
but
nigga made sure that happened.
but
That nigga Jamel Charlo and Jamal Charlo, they don't lie about shit.
I'm holding
Goddamn,
Nah,
true,
that's
bro.
bullshit.
what they be lying about?
Everything.
Oh shit, I don't know.
They
Tell me.
lie about their eye color if they could.
Oh shit, I don't know.
Hell no, this motherfucker stupid.
Shit, Tank tell the truth so bad.
Jamel been caught in a few lies. I don't know if
Tank tell the
Jamal been
truth
caught
so
in.
bad. It don't even sound right sometimes. Like that nigga be like, they was like, how many times you went and asked them for the big fights? Shit, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't never asked for no big fight.
Yeah,
Like
he was. I
Tank
ain't
keep
never
it
had.
real, bro. Like
Yeah,
you gotta love it. You gotta love it, bro. I fuck with the PPC, man. They getting cooked by Turkey right now though. But you know,
they
and
been
that's
getting cooked forever. They be getting their ass whooped by top ranked fighters, bro, for the
no, I ain't talking
longest.
about the fighters. I'm talking about actually like
Oh,
competition. Like they're getting put
well,
out
that
of business.
PBC gonna get cooked anyways. When you put out like what 6 shows a year, and
But I'm
everybody else,
saying they getting cooked. They getting cooked. But they wasn't getting cooked before. That's what I'm saying. They wasn't. They
they
was a
probably put out
top.
more than that.
That was a top
But
promotional
I'm
company
just
before
saying,
Turkey. That was a top promotional company before Turkey came out.
in the beginning, not this year,
Yeah.
they wouldn't.
Bro, Turkey been out. That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm
Oh
saying.
well,
Yeah,
Like,
Turkey been out about
yeah.
2 years
Yeah,
going
I'm
on
about
3.
saying,
2 years,
bro,
2
before
years going
Turkey
through.
came
Right,
out,
right.
PBC was the place to be down there, bro.
Yeah,
It
That's what
was.
I'm saying.
it
So
was.
that's what I'm saying. They getting cooked by Turkey right now. But other than that, them niggas, I mean, I fuck with the PBC. I like their whole program. I like their fighters. I like how them niggas got down, like that was an exciting ass promotional company, bro.
That's because it was right.
Uh,
The marquee
Bro, they
fighters in
had
the
everybody.
division. They had everybody.
That's what
Like
I'm
Everybody was
saying.
over there at
you couldn't help
PBC.
but
Hell
be
yeah,
the
that
shit.
was the crack of this promotional company. They had all the top fighters was running the
For the
PBC.
God,
That's
you
what I'm
couldn't help,
saying,
man.
bro.
You had the man Mayweather. You couldn't help but be the shit, bro.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But I just hear, and I ain't saying it's y'all, but I mean, y'all probably have slandered the PBC, but I mean, they
I
probably have
have.
done. I mean, they've done
Oh,
bad
I
things.
definitely have.
Yeah, because y'all hardcores. You know what I'm saying? Like hardcore. So, but bro, PBC is the reason this shit. Nigga, they kept the lights on. They kept the
Nah,
lights on in America, bro.
to
I
me,
don't give a fuck what nobody say.
for that
They
little
kept the lights
span, they
on, and
had
niggas don't appreciate it. Niggas don't appreciate it.
they had they run. I do give them they had they run. Like I said, they had the division that everybody was watching, the 147. You had Mayweather. They did. And they
And they
had
had
Canelo from time to
154. They
time.
had
They had
154.
154.
They
And
had
quietly,
154,
and
147. They had a bunch of
I'm be
divisions
real.
filled up.
Quietly, they got a shitload of motherfuckers at 154 right now. So like
Still, right now, they got
still right
154
now.
loaded with PBC
Yeah,
fighters.
no lie, they still do. So they still got some hope out there. You know what I'm saying? So like,
They still got the Mexican monster. They
I
still
didn't
got
shit
Tank.
on PBC. It was just like Al be moving, boy, different. You know what I'm
I mean,
saying?
as long
Like,
as PBC don't lose Javante and David
Man, he be
Benavidez, they'll
moving.
be fine.
I'll be moving like Casino Life Promotions, and I ain't got no problem with that.
keep him in house.
Keep it
That's
in
why I'm
house,
telling you,
bro.
Rolly finna fight Pacquiao. Watch, bro. I'm telling you,
Hey,
they
that's
gonna
it.
put a
Nah,
belt on
that sound
Pacquiao
realistic. That
and
sound realistic.
keep him fighting, make that money because they need that major comeback, bro.
Matter of
That
He's
fact,
sound that
bringing that
sound
money
realistic.
in.
if anything, Rolly should leave their ass. Go to TKO.
Nah,
And
Be
guess
the
what?
man.
I promise to God he'll fit. The way he talk, he already a walking character, goddamn me. He don't need no
Exactly. He be
script.
the man.
Just give him a goddamn mic and let him start joning on everybody, bro. And put the right
Exactly.
and do like Casino say, put the right fighters in front of him. People think Rolly
Bingo.
larger than life. They'll
Bingo.
think Rolly larger than
and
life,
niggas be
bro.
thinking, niggas be talking like Turkey don't protect niggas, bro. That nigga he'll protect you if you goddamn like Canelo, bro. If he was really trying to goddamn like, bro, if Canelo don't fight David Benavidez, then he protected him. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? So
I think all
he'll
promoters got that
protect you if
faith
you
in that.
worth protection. If you worth protection, he'll protect you.
Yeah.
Like I think he'll
What up,
get
round
Tank.
one?
I think he'll get Tank and protect him. I think he'll get Tank and protect him. Real talk.
Think so?
Yes,
I,
bro.
I,
If that nigga get Tank, he will let that nigga do whatever the fuck he want to do, bro. Real talk.
if he get tanked, it's gonna be a multi deal. That's the only way he gonna get
Yeah, he
tanked.
get Tank. It's
No,
gonna
I'm
be a
saying it'll be a
super multi
multi
deal.
deal, but it'll be like Canelo. Like Canelo really can.
It's
It's
gonna be
his
like a couple
choice.
$100 million
It's
for
his
sure.
choice who he want to
I mean,
fight.
Tank
It's
should have
gonna be
been
a
getting a
gunfight
bag
real
like
No,
that,
but
quick.
man.
listen to
He
what I'm
been
saying,
deserved
bro.
that.
This what I mean. Canelo, right?
Right,
All right,
Zach?
so put it like this: if you not Canelo, if you turn down a fight from Turkey, you're getting the fuck up out of here. Canelo got options with Turkey. Like even though Turkey's a dictator, he got down work with Canelo though. You know what I'm saying? And that's
Yeah,
the same thing he'll do with Tank.
that's
Like
why
he's
we
not
said.
gonna force him to
He
do
gonna get.
shit.
No, that's
Hmm?
why we said he'll get a. That's what we mean when he'll get a
Yeah,
multi
he'll get a
fight.
big bag.
Yeah,
He'll get.
yeah.
That's what he gave
He'll get one of
Canelo.
them three fight, $300 million, 4-fight type deal. Yeah, he'll get something like that. For sure.
It'll be a multi-fight deal for him. You know,
I
and
think he's
probably
Javante Davis. He's just as popular as
all he
Canelo
gotta
Alvarez.
do because all he gotta do, Turkey gonna be like, just give me this one fight, and you can pick the rest of your fucking fights. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? And that's essentially what he did to Canelo. You know what I'm saying?
Pretty
That's
much.
essentially what he did to Canelo. Give me this one fight, bro, for Terrence, and then the rest of the motherfuckers, you can choose what the fuck you want.
And I think it's gonna happen too.
I can see it.
I think it's gonna happen too, bro.
Yeah, Tank going
Tank see them dollar signs, bro. He's getting some of that bread.
And the only reason I know that's facts with Canelo because that man again on that couch said, and hopefully I can convince Canelo to fight Benavidez. He didn't say I could tell him who he gonna fight.
Exactly. Hopefully I can convince him.
Because even though Turkey is that nigga, he still ain't bigger than the some
Hey,
niggas.
yo, I'm about to get out of here. I gotta go.
Yeah, he's not bigger than the sport. No, nobody
He's
is.
not bigger than sports, and he's not bigger than Canelo. Canelo be like, what? Bye.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's still a new kid on the block, nigga. He got earned his stripes. Like Turkey came in with a splash, but he's definitely still a new kid on the block. He got some stripes to earn, brother.
Yeah. So he definitely had to lock him in with a deal. Because if he didn't lock him in with a deal and got talking crazy after that Terrence fight, he'd be like, oh, I'm going to who want me next? PBC, y'all trying to come back, right? What's good? You know what I'm saying? What's the other twin doing? You know what I'm saying? He that left and still got the same cake, essentially. Close to it, at least. You know what I'm saying? So no doubt. I definitely agree with you on that shit. 100%, bro. I just feel like I don't know, man. PBC is good for boxing. It just, man, the way they just play in-house a little too much. Ping pong. Which Al is known for that too, though. I mean, not Al, Bob is known for that too with the WO.
But if your in-house is lit, I don't got no problem. Like, I don't see me.
And that's the beautiful thing now. Everybody's most of the fighters, like 154, that's top names and things like that, they're kind of spread out. You know what I'm saying? So now you kind of got to play with each other. You know what I mean? But it's going to be a division. I just hope, I know it's going to happen, but I don't know which one, but I hope it don't happen. Where one of these promoters is going to have a stacked ass division and it's going to get right back to that same old shit. You know what I'm saying?
But
yeah,
I don't be having no problem with that shit because it's like, shit, nigga. Shit, get with it or get lost, nigga. Like, I mean, shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I ain't got no problem with it. Now, where everybody go?
Punch Fountain phone died. Same thing probably for Polo phone probably died.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. That string y'all be eating chopped more. I'm talking about eating batteries.
Yeah, because I was on like 70%, now I'm on 30.
Yeah, fuck them motherfuckers. String yard on the phone ain't no joke, bro. But yeah, no, on everything, man, you know, PBC was good for boxing while they was doing their thing. And they did bring more, like I said, they brought it to regular TV. They brought people back into the fold. You know what I'm saying? They was that candle, you know what I'm saying? The beacon of light for a while. And then it just start shifting to, we only gonna fuck everybody else. We keeping belts in-house. We ain't even trying to do this, that, and the third type shit. And that shit became weird because then you had those fighters, not just Bud, it was other fighters like, damn, fight him. And it just never materialized. You know what I mean? And it started turning. And then that's why the fans
notice. Like, I'm gonna tell you straight up. Like, I was one of them people, bro. But I literally thought PBC was real boxing, like Showtime and shit like that. I thought that was real boxing. If you wasn't on that, you're a step below.
Yeah.
I always thought that shit, and that's what a lot of people I know think, bro. Like
but that was their MO when they came out. When they came out, the Woodworks, that's how they made it seem. Premier boxing champions. You get what I'm saying?
But
they made
like,
Keith Thurman was the mouthpiece for that shit, bro. Like 100%. Keith Thurman was the mouthpiece, man. If you ain't over here, man, you ain't doing that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And they bigged it up like a new record label. You know what I'm saying?
The same thing with the ring. Like, that's how that shit feel now. Like, if you're not with the ring, you not in boxing.
That's how good. But that's how good branding. It all goes back to what branding. Like this ring shit is crazy, bro. Like I can't go a whole day without seeing a new ring interview. Bro.
Yeah, a new post.
Like these motherfuckers posting 3-4 interviews a day. They posting I'm talking about my feed is stacked with these motherfuckers. Like, God damn, y'all be working. You know what I'm saying? Like they ain't playing with the PR. They not. So like, and PBC was the same way. They wasn't playing with the PR, bro. In the beginning when they had all that money. Like I say, you had 24/7. They started the the what they call it, the prologue and the prelogue, whatever, where you can see them working all the way up to the fight on ESPN. That started with Mayweather on HBO. You know what I'm saying? Like they knew what they were doing in the beginning. It's just the money fumble. The guy fumbled the money like that. But like PBC, like I said, they walked into a candy store, essentially had everything. They owned everything.
But you know what I was gonna
147 was
say?
theirs. Everything. They had everything, bro.
But the thing about it with that fumbling the money, bro, niggas is gonna fumble the money regardless. Anybody, because the only reason Turkey ain't fumble the money is because it's limitless.
No,
Like
the thing. No, see the
I'm
thing.
telling
No,
you, bro.
no. This ain't got nothing to do with Turkey. You right. Turkey shit is limitless, right? And he ain't got to worry about it. But you still got to manage when the promotion come. Like for instance, Top Rank been in business for years because they live like the NFL. Not one person is bigger than the brand, right? So like they set their minimum. So like you become champ, I think it's like 250 or some shit like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Minimum. You know what I mean? Until you become a star, then you can start setting your own type shit, right? And if they want to buy by it, they'll buy by it. If they don't, like when Shakur said, if you can give me this, I'll stay. Them niggas was like, buy Shakur. You get what I mean?
Right.
Ain't nobody bigger than the brand, bro. No over the top. That's why Top Ranks, they comfortable where they at because I did a show on this. To me, Top Rank ain't the competition for nobody. Top Rank is the D League, right?
Yeah.
Like that's your starter. That's where you start at, right? And then you may graduate from that and go to Golden Boy. And if you was the shit like when PBC was around, PBC, the bigger names, but they survive off the new talent. That's why they throw a lot of shows with the new talent. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So
And they
like,
do small venues and shit.
right, exactly. So that's how he manages his money well. Like a lot of these guys don't be having offices and shit. You get what I'm saying? Top Rank got a whole fucking facility, office and everything. You get what I mean? PBC ain't got no fucking office, my nigga. PBC ain't got no building, my nigga. You know what I mean? So like that's good money management. PBC, no. And then like a lot of people don't know motherfucking De La Hoya wasn't no promoter in Vegas. His office was in Los Angeles.
But you need them levels. Like you got it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can manage your money like Top Rank, but then you ain't. It's like, yeah, you could do that, but it's like shit. But then where the stars gonna go? You see what I'm saying? Like,
Well, if you got it like you got your business right.
yeah,
You know for a fact you can't pay everybody the same thing. It don't work like that. You got to give them something to work towards, right?
yeah,
If you want to be that man, show me you want to be the man. If you want to get that Earl Spence space, show me you worth getting the Earl Spence. You gotta have
yeah.
that.
But Bob ain't
But
coming
they
up
were
off that
getting it. He was giving
regardless.
them all that. He was, shelling out money, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? These niggas get introduced with fucking Cuban chains and all sorts of shit. And you like, damn, man, I ain't see this nigga fight. Where he get all this money from? He was already giving them money. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, he mismanaged it, I guess. But
You gotta
I
give
feel
them
like
something to work. I just feel like you gotta give a person something to work for. I ain't saying you ain't trying to keep them broke, bro. You know what I'm saying? You ain't trying to make them broke, but everybody can't just be getting the same pay. And I ain't saying it was the same pay, but damn, them niggas rich seemed like they was rich out the gate.
yeah.
And that was part of the mystique though, because like I say, eyes gravitate, Come on, man. You seen Earl at motherfucking early Earl fights. He's sitting there in a fight and he got shitload of jewelry around his neck. Like, how the fuck you get that and I only see you fight? You know what I'm saying? Like, it just didn't add up, but that's because I'm giving you advances and shit. You know what I mean? Type shit. You know what I mean? So you got to kind of manage that. But like Top Rank is the best at it. But again, Top Rank, that's why like all your superstars all leave Top Rank though. You get what I'm saying? All your stars, all came through Top Rank, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
They
No,
just he not gonna pay them that type of money. You're not gonna get that type of money with no.
that's what I meant by it's necessary to have them levels. Like
Yeah.
it's like if you only got promotional companies like Top Rank, where the stars gonna go? That's what I'm
Right.
saying. Yeah.
Right. Right.
So
Right.
PBC was where the stars go. I
Yeah.
mean,
So,
I ain't saying every nigga on PBC was a star,
and
but that's where they fucked up. They treated everybody like that. Like
right.
that's
Right.
where they fucked
Right.
up.
Because see,
Yeah.
it took the hunger out of them. Because that's why Top Rank fighters usually whoop PBC fighters' asses. Because they hungry.
Yeah. Yep.
They hungry, bro. Y'all the stars over there, man. I'm about to beat your ass. You get what I'm saying? Like I gotta make a name for myself. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And that's why I say, I mean, you probably don't agree, but that's why I feel like Terrence Crawford be hating on Errol. That because
I
he
don't think he
thought,
hating on him, bro.
nah, he be hating. It ain't just that time when he said that shit, bro. Bro. I done seen the nigga hate on him. He was mad at the fan base. It's really not even Arrow. He's mad at Arrow fan base because he thought that was gonna be his. That's what it is.
Now when you say it like that, I can kind of agree with that. Like he felt like he was gonna
That's
take over
why
the
he
spotlight.
always preaching about we don't support black fighters, nigga. We know you just mad they don't support your black ass.
But that fighter's been saying that though. Black fighter's been saying that
But I'm
before
saying
him.
I'm
I
saying he
think,
said it a lot after he beat Arrow. That's what I'm saying. Like
yeah,
after he beat
my
Arrow, he
opinion
kept
on it.
saying that shit because he wasn't feeling the love. He want the love, bro. He thought he was gonna snatch that man clout and it didn't work. And now he mad. I'm telling you, that's
But
what happened.
he had generated like his persona wasn't, and this is to his detriment. Like he wasn't the most talkative, right? But when he did talk, he said some shit that'll kind of rub people the wrong way. You know what I'm saying?
But check this out though.
So like when that fight happened, motherfuckers wanted him to lose so bad, bro.
But
And
look
when
at,
it didn't happen, he, like you said, he thought it was gonna shift, but it didn't shift.
and then look what
You know what I
happened.
mean? It just made
The
motherfuckers
nigga,
hate him more.
what? All right. Do you remember the first time you seen Terrence Crawford in public after the goddamn fight?
Say that again.
Do you remember like Terrence Crawford's first appearance after the Arrow fight?
No, I don't remember that.
All
He
right,
was
let me tell
everywhere.
you what he had on.
He was everywhere.
The nigga popped out with braids and a big ass Terrence Crawford chain, nigga. That bro, the nigga was looking just like Spence, nigga. But not,
No,
I'm
that
not.
CC thing, he already had that, nigga. He
No, the
already had that
big
CC.
one. No, bro. No, bro. I ain't never seen that big ass chain. After he beat Arrow, bro, he had that big ass chain. He ain't even been wearing it no more.
I gotta go back and look at it. I know
Man,
that
go
one
back and
TC
look at. He
chain he
was
be
at
wearing. He
somebody's
already
fight,
had that.
bro.
He already had that one TC chain.
No, he had a small one, but that same
Yeah.
emblem. But he had
Uh-huh.
that shit big as fuck.
For real? I gotta go check that
Yes.
out. See, I
Yeah,
don't be
bro.
paying attention to jury like that, but damn, I gotta
Yeah,
check that
like,
out.
and I noticed it because that's not Crawford. And I'm like, okay, so he trying to be a star now. And when niggas wasn't, he wasn't feeling that shit. The niggas
Mm.
started hating, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Like, and it's okay. I'm not
Yeah.
taking nothing away from him. I'm just telling you, this is real shit. I don't just be saying, like, I'm watching him. Cause I mean,
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
after
With
you
the
beat my favorite
prime
fighter,
chain,
nigga, I'm trying to see what you do with it. You know what I'm saying?
that's
And
what I'm thinking. I'm trying to think. Like Zai just said, the prime chain, because that was the biggest chain I ever seen them wear. That prime chain. He
nah,
getting
bro.
paid to wear that.
He had a big ass the same logo, that Terrence Crawford logo.
Yeah.
He
Uh-huh.
got a chain big as fuck.
I gotta
Big
see
as
that.
fuck. Yeah, bro.
I ain't saying you lying or nothing like that
Yeah.
because he did go on a spree after that. Like he was more talkative. He was more, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
interview wise. Because before he didn't even want to talk at press conferences. And I'm on, like I said, my biggest gripe about Bud was, and this is from the beginning I started the show, I always said if Bud would just talk more, bro. Bud didn't like to talk. He did not. I remember watching an interview, right? And he was like, damn, what's my guy from here? Battle rapper, Averb, right? We have a famous battle rapper from St. Louis. Salute to Averb. He had got a rare interview from Bud, right? On Instagram. And he put it on his YouTube channel. And he was like, why you don't talk much, bro? Like, you know, why you don't be talking your shit? You know what I mean? And he was like, we know who you is, but a lot more people know who you is. And he was like, well, if they could promote that he was like, Pacquiao don't even know I talk motherfucking English. And they promote the fuck out of him. Why the fuck they want to promote me like him? And
He
I was
always looking at somebody else,
like,
bro.
hold on. And that's why I was like, see, you worry about the other man. You should be
Yep.
trying to take his spot. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
When he said that, I was like, fuck. So that's your mentality because you can't fight him. You gonna shut up, but sometimes you can cancel yourself out being Andre. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
You should be talking your shit. You know what I'm saying? I had to salute Aver for asking that question because that was dope ass. Because that's what I've been wanting to ask him. Like, talk your shit, bro. Don't just talk in spurts. Like when he beat old boy for that belt, the last belt before he came undisputed at 140. He had headphones on, bro, on stage. And then somebody's like, he gonna beat your ass, and he heard him. He's like, watch, I'm gonna beat his ass. Watch, fuck you, I'm gonna beat his ass. And then he put his headphones back on. And I'm like, see, that's what I'm talking about. It's like you like disregarding everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Because he
like
he think that the hard work in the gym is the only hard work.
and he said that. He said,
Like,
I want talking in the ring do for itself, but
that's not how that shit
it.
work, bro.
Yeah, that's not it.
That ain't how it work.
Yeah, you gotta have some showmanship about yourself for sure. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have that. And I always wanted him to talk more, bro. Cause I was like, that's part of it, bro. Like even you got fighters that don't even got no big fights or like Rolly. Rolly
Yeah.
talked his way into that fucking Tank fight, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Rolly talked his way all the way into that smoke. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Yep.
sometimes you just gotta run your mouth, bro. Like the shit crazy, you know, pulling up on people and shit like that. But the fans want to see, you know, if you really about that and if you could back it up, it go hand in hand. You feel me?
Yeah. Like Brian, like I'm happy that Brian Jr. talking how he talking, bro. That nigga can talk, bro.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
been
Oh
following
no,
his interviews?
Brian is an old soul, bro.
Yeah, he an old soul.
That kid's an old soul because that
He
shit not
act.
no act.
I'm from Atlanta, bro, and I don't even say the shit he say. Like it's certain lingo that's before our time. He's not even in my. I'm 32. He's like 24. We
Yeah.
ain't even close in age. Niggas older than me talk how he talk with all that shawty shit. Like, bro, niggas in Atlanta don't even say shawty. A nigga his age should be saying twin.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Niggas his age say twin. That nigga say
Yeah.
shawty. Like
Yeah.
T.I.
Yeah.
Nigga T.I. old. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But I mean, the people gravitating towards it
oh
though.
no, it's nothing wrong with it. I
It
fuck with it.
working. It working. And it worked. I said, oh, this kid can talk too. Oh,
Yeah,
he's gonna be a star, bro. I said
yeah,
this kid can talk. And
yeah,
it just roll off his tongue, pause, with no
yeah.
problem. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
hey,
Hey man,
as long as he back that shit up and he keep talking, I'm telling you, he gonna build a big ass fucking fan base. He gonna
hey
build a big
man,
fan base. Cause that'd be the worst thing, bro. When you see a nigga get in front of Mike and he can't talk. I hate that shit.
man. He
That's
from
why I liked
DeKalb
about
County, man.
Keyshawn. I liked about Keyshawn. I said Keyshawn talk his ass off, bro. I
Shit, he from
said his
DeKalb
go a
County, man.
long way.
He from DeKalb County, man. That's how we come. That's how we come, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
That's
you
just how
got.
we come, bro.
I wish all boxers take note on that, bro. Like that talking shit, bro. I'm telling you, that's like half the battle be a fucking star. That's why Rolly's still Rolly. Rolly could lose. People gonna
See, my
love
problem
Rolly.
is, my problem is I can talk better than I can fight. See, that nigga can talk and he can fight. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Salute to my boy Casino. He said, my problem is I can talk better than I can fight. He can talk and fight. I heard that, fam. I heard that for sure, bro. But no, man, like that fight right there, though, B. Norman and Haney, that's the one.
That's what I wanted to say too, bro.
That's
I
his
was in the
one.
chat saying it, bro.
What? Would
See,
you?
all right, so Bill Haney and all the Haney fans, bro, them niggas be acting like Elijah Muhammad, bro. And goddamn, here's another black fighter coming up trying to goddamn do his thing, bro. And they throwing that nigga all the way up under the bus. And these is supposed to be the pro black niggas.
Yeah, it was my friend said.
That's crazy,
My
bro.
partner I was talking to, he said same thing.
Man, that shit.
He Muslim and he was saying I don't like that.
Yeah,
He's
bro.
Muslim.
That's
He
some
was like,
bullshit.
I don't like that, bro. He was like, that ain't what you supposed to do, bro. And he said that rubbed him the wrong way.
He finna, bro. This what they're gonna hate so bad that when he get knocked out, number one, his career is over. I ain't gonna lie, he's gonna be out of. He's getting dropped from the ring after this.
I'm beyond. For some reason, I think if he does lose, Turk gonna give him another fight.
Hold up.
Turk gonna give him another fight.
You
He
said
gonna
Trey
give
gonna
him
give him
another.
another fight?
Yep, yep. I think he gonna give him another fight, bro. I think he kind of
Hold
invested
on,
in
right quick.
Devin.
I'm about to mute myself. I gotta.
I think he invested in Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? And it may be a rematch. To be real with you, depending if the fight good enough, it may be a rematch, bro. Because if unless he gonna go up, unless T.O. gonna want to fight him. Well, that's your shit. I forgot about that. Yeah, Turkey not fucking with T.O. But yeah, it's like who else? Unless Shakur going, which I don't understand it, why he would fight kind of being at 147 and not fight Devin. He should call Devin out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Turkey got a plan A, B, C for a select few guys. Yeah, I think he's invested in Devin, bro. I honestly think he is. No lie. No lie. And having said that, I think Brian Norman got to understand when he go over there.
I'm back.
Hey, yeah. And I having said that, I think when Brian Norman go over there, he got to know we alone. You know what I'm saying? We alone, bro.
You said he got to know that we alone.
Yeah, bro. We alone, bro. Cause I
I ain't
really
gonna lie, bro. But you said you were saying Turkey gonna give him another fight.
I think so. I think he invested in Devin. I think he
Well,
gave
if
him
he
another
nah,
fight
I don't believe he's invested in Devin, bro. I don't believe he. Let me tell you why he's not in.
because like let me tell you why though. Because he a name, and if I got other fighters that I'm trying to bring up, right? Like especially within the TKO shit, he's a name.
Oh, you
So
saying
whether
he gonna be food?
right, he's still
Okay, all right,
it could be that or
that makes
whatever,
sense.
but he's a name, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like
Bro, to be honest with you, bro, I'm just being 100% honest, bro. He's already a shot fighter, bro. After this, that nigga might be changed. He's already changed, but bro. Listen, bro. He's fucked already. You already can see that from his last fight. He's fucked. After this, bro, his wires finna be all crossed up, nigga.
if at this the fight, I'm gonna be honest, this the fight that's gonna tell me if he's really messed up in the brain. Right? The other one he ran, I didn't really get to see him take a clean shot. This
Man,
the one that's
I
gonna
think he fucked him in the head. You could
do
tell
do
off the
you
face off. Did you hear the mic'd up face off when that nigga was like,
yeah,
I
yeah,
see
yeah,
it,
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
see
yeah,
it,
yeah,
I
yeah,
do see it, I do
yeah,
see it.
yeah,
Who the fuck
yeah.
was he talking to?
He
Who
don't know
was he
how
agreeing with himself?
he don't know how to talk. He
That
don't
nigga said,
we
I
know
do see
Devin
it.
don't know we know Devin don't know how to talk shit. You know what I'm saying? But like at the end of the day, man, this is the fight that's gonna tell me because this is a kid that's gonna come at him. And you not ain't got feet. I know the narrative being put out there, the kid ain't got you crazy. I don't give a fuck with nobody. I don't know. If you say this kid ain't got feet, then he shouldn't got that knockout that he just got.
They don't want him to have feet. That's what it is.
So
They
he gonna
don't
cut.
want. They
I
in denial,
believe
bro.
he cutting that ring off. That's all in the plan already. You not getting away from me. It's gonna
They
be a
in
fight.
denial.
It's not gonna be boxing. This kid finna come at him, bro. You get what I'm saying?
But I'm saying, like, you think he gonna get another fight regardless how he perform? Like,
Yeah, yeah,
if
yeah.
this
Because
even if it's short work,
yeah, because yeah, because people like if I say I got a kid like Sasumi or somebody that I'm trying to bring up or something, or maybe I found a 147 pounder I think is a shit. It'll be great to put him in a ring with a name and make his name big off of your name.
well, look, if Devin want to live to fight another day, the first
Too
time
rich.
he
What's
hit the
happening?
ground, I ain't gonna lie, bro. On some real shit, if Devin want to goddamn live to fight another day, he better goddamn stay down. He better he better stay down, bro.
I ain't gonna say he ain't got a chance to win. He definitely got a chance to win. It's just that it's gonna be his mental.
No, but I'm saying I'm
That's
talking
the
about. You know what I
part.
mean
That's
by
the
stay
part that got me
down.
questioning.
You know what I mean by stay down.
What?
I mean, like when that nigga gets knocked the fuck down, he need to stay there. He do not need to get back the fuck up. But if he gets to if he be on that brave Ryan shit this time, it's over. It's over, bro. He gotta goddamn stay
he
down, bro.
he
If he
just
gonna
gotta
live,
be.
if he
Don't
want
get up
another,
so fast. Don't
he
get up
gotta
so
stay
fast.
down. He gotta pull a Daniel Dubois. If he want to live to fight another day, he better stay down, bro.
He's
I'm telling
stupid.
you, bro. Just
What's
like
up, Too Rich?
Ryan. Ryan was smart enough to know that. When Ryan quit against Tank, that nigga was like, "Boy, I better not get my ass up." Sometimes you gotta know you better not get up, nigga. Like sometimes you gotta know that, bro.
I hear you. I hear
You
you.
gotta know, bro. If you want to make more money, nigga, you better know. Stay your ass down, nigga. Real
What's
talk.
What's up, Too Rich?
Hey, what's going on, Slick? What going on, Casino?
Man, what's happening?
Yeah, man, y'all talking about the Norm, man. It's fucked up, man, cause y'all know I'm a Haney fan, man. But hey, I'm from Atlanta, man. I'm fucking with B Norm, man. It was just a good fight, like a really, really good fight. But now the shenanigans is in the game now. For me, we know Brian Norman got the physicality. It's a possibility that Devin can outbox him, but I don't think we worried about that as much. I'm gonna tell you what I'm worried about. It's the Haney star power. A lot of times we shit on Haney, but now that he's not associated with Tank or not associated with Ryan Garcia, he's the star. And Brian Norman got to overcome that. These shenanigans, these games they playing, these mental games. That drug test is about disrupting him. You gotta think he
Right.
trained or he doing what he doing. These motherfuckers might just pop up anytime here. They trying to throw him off his game. You see
Right.
what I mean? And this is
Mhm.
what Brian Norman gonna have to deal with. But don't get me wrong. On November 22nd, the Shadow Realm gonna be sitting in the front row for Devin Haney.
Uh,
And goddamn, I hope the God be Norm send him there, man. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm a Haney fan, man, but hey, I'm rocking with the home team on this one.
yeah, I hear
Yeah,
you,
real
man.
talk.
My thing is that, like I say, he got a chance to win, but this is mental. I don't know. when he get that first hit, he go get hit. Where's his mind gonna go? You get what I'm
I
saying?
don't even think it's that. I think he gonna already be on that before he get in the ring. I think he don't even want to take the
But
first
the thing
hit.
is, that's what I'm saying. He could try to run, but as much as they try and paint the narrative that the kid don't got no feet, the kid can't move. That's a lot.
This is my thing, bro.
So like you
This
gonna have at some point you gonna have to. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to.
this
It's
the
not.
problem. This is the problem with Devin in this fight. He has zero counter game. Zero.
Well, he got a pull counter, but you got to be able to be in the fire to use it. That's see
Man,
what I'm
that's what
saying?
I'm telling you, bro. That nigga got zero counter game. If it's real smoke. I ain't talking about when it's like some little small nigga where it's like you can keep him at the end of some shit and all that. And no, I'm talking about real counter ability, bro. Like not folding under pressure. Like every time that nigga been under pressure that I've seen on camera, and it ain't been many times because usually he don't let you even get like that. Like the nigga usually gonna hug you or some shit. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
But if you can get that nigga without hugging, like in the Ryan fight, or if you just even look at the Tank sparring, and I know sparring don't mean shit, but the nigga didn't counter the nigga not one time. He couldn't do shit till Tank got tired. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't. It's like he can't counter. He gonna shell up. Look at the Ryan fight. Every time Ryan opened up, the nigga shell the fuck up. He didn't counter that one time, bro. Not once.
I honestly, it's gonna have to be something different.
It's
That
gonna have to be something we
Ramirez
never
shit, not
seen.
that.
Yeah, something
Yeah,
we
that
never seen.
Ramirez shit ain't gonna work. It's got to be something different, bro. And if he
I
doesn't,
mean,
God
the great
damn, man.
and sometime going into the fire is the best option. He
man, he
got to
got all
show
them damn muscles, bro.
he got to show be knowing that he willing to fight. If he come in there running, you just lost all respect. He finna come at you. So you got it has to be something that he's never done before. He gonna have to stand in the fire and use his feet and get in, get out. But of watching Dev could keep his distance, but it seemed like once he get in, it's like a stick in the mud. He don't know how to get in and get out. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So it's something that they're gonna have to work on to gain be no respect. If he don't get his respect, it's gonna be a long night.
And to be
That's
honest with you, bro, see the difference in feet.
or a quick night. You know what I'm saying?
See, people always say Devin got feet, bro. I beg to differ, bro. Like, well, I don't beg to differ, but
No,
I have a different definition of feet. All
no,
right, moving around in circles and backing up is not feet
that's
to me.
not no,
That's
no.
he don't have feet. He's the one in the fight with no feet.
Yeah, he doesn't have. He can move his feet, but he doesn't
Yeah,
have.
moving his feet. That's what
He
niggas is
he
saying. Him
doesn't
moving his
punch.
feet.
Why he can't
Yeah,
punch on a he can't punch at the same time his feet move. Now that's not feet, and I know a lot of people think that's feet. That's not fucking feet. Goddamn, you know what feet is?
exactly.
What you saw him do that last knockout that B Norman got that everybody talking about he had no feet. He
Yeah,
wouldn't even got that fucking knockout. Goddamn, that nigga moonwalked out of that motherfucker. He was ready to serve his ass with another punch. Everything
man,
he did
bro.
is set up another one. But see, like when you can fight off the back foot, you can use your lateral movement. You when you back out with a hook, all that's feet. You can fight while you move, you got feet. That shit where these kids doing today, they go just straight backwards. That ain't no motherfucking feet or hopping out and then hop. That ain't no goddamn. I don't
That's
no,
not feet. Okay,
no,
so you understand. All right, bet. All
no,
right,
that's
cool.
not.
As long we
That's
ain't even
not,
gotta say no
bro.
more. As long as you ain't one of the ones who be saying, "Goddamn, that's feet." I'm
No.
cool. We ain't gotta say
Being
no more.
flea footed and having feet is two different fucking things.
Exactly. Exactly. That's all I had to. Yeah.
And
Exactly.
like I said, I'm like too rich. I like Devin, but I call a spade, bro. You know what I'm saying? And if anything, y'all take away like from
But
Brian,
what I can say, he do good. I'm gonna be nice right now because
he adapts, bro. If you look at his fights, they ain't been the same, and he adapt. That's one good quality that kid got, bro. If I gotta fucking fight you, guess what the fuck I'm gonna do? I'm gonna fucking fight you, bro. That's what's
who
gonna
who
fucking
you talking
happen.
about?
B Norman.
Oh yeah, yeah, exactly. But
If
I'm gonna tell you what Devin probably do have in this fight. He got the more experienced corner in his situation, and I have seen Devin come with different game plans. You know what I'm saying? Like, he fought Loma in a way that I never seen him fight nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
he did do that. You know what I'm saying? I give him that. Because I gotta be realistic, because I really want to make sure my nigga gonna win. You know what I'm saying? So
For real.
I really gotta look at this nigga. Like, and I'm like, I really, really honestly, with no hate, even though I don't like this nigga, and I can't wait till he get his head knocked off. I really honestly can't see a way he can win this shit. Just even an unbiased opinion. Like I done looked at both of these niggas. I don't see too many ways. I don't see really no way that he can do it. Like you said,
That's
it's trying to be something new.
what you said is the way I see it.
Yeah.
Walk into the fire and keep the dude close, bro. You take the steam off his fucking punches and you fight a grueling fight on the inside. That was the only reason they fought Loma like that. Because if he would have gave Loma any type of, you saw when he gave Loma some space, he started working his ass. Loma got feet. You got to stick to him like white on rice. If you don't, that's the type of night you're gonna have, because he uses his feet, his angles and shit. You know what I'm saying? And you give B Norman too much, he got leverage on them heavy ass punches, and they know he come with a strong, as far as they know, a strong left, and he got it right. You gonna have to stick to him, bro. That's
You know
the
who I would
only
say?
that is, like literally that is the only way I see. If he's on the outside,
Yeah, it's
and
over.
he do land a punch on B Norm and it don't hurt him, B Norm gonna run straight through that shit, like how he did Santillion.
Yep. And Brian Norman Jr. and Teofimo Lopez got similar feet. They got the same kind of feet.
Who?
Teofimo Lopez and Brian Norman Jr. got the same type of feet. Like I feel like they got the same. I mean, I ain't saying they use them the same all the time.
I'm gonna give B Norm a little more props in that category, only because I like that he break with some every time he get out your face and he can circle your ass.
But you know what I mean?
Teofimo,
you know what I should
he
say?
can fight going backwards. You know what I'm saying? His lateral movement is more walking across you. It's
This what I
not to
should
really
say.
hit you. You get what I'm saying?
This what I should say. Brian Norman Jr. got Teofimo athleticism. That's what I mean to say.
Yeah, that he do got. So like for Dev, I really believe like the plan should be walk into the fire and stick to him, bro.
Yeah. Hey, I can say this though, right? Norman can't go in there thinking I'm just gonna knock this dude out, man. It's
You right.
hard to knock the boxer out, man. Meaning you're gonna have to box him a little bit, because what I can see happen, let's say Devin come in there, he's shooting a jab, right?
Mm-hmm.
And next thing you know, he's scoring with that jab. If Norman don't keep up with the scoring, he could look up in the 5th round and be down 4 rounds to 1 or 3
Right.
rounds to 2. And then he pressing for the knockout. I don't think he could press for the knockout, so he got to keep the fight close so he can stay comfortable to get the knockout. Now, Norman, I don't consider him to be a power puncher. I consider him to be a boxer puncher with heavy ass hands.
Right.
So I think Norman is going to look to box him a little bit because he can box. You see what I mean?
Right.
He's not just a left hook, man. The last guy he knocked out with a left hook. The guy before that he knocked out with a damn jab, damn near. And Santillion, it was inside work. It was uppercut.
Right.
So he's well rounded. But he got to keep the fight close, man. Dave land a jab, get it back. Like, don't let him run away on the points. Don't let him run away on the points.
I heard his dad say that's what they were gonna do, and
he wants that out there. That ain't what he gonna do.
Huh?
He wants that out there. That's not what he gonna do.
But listen, no. But I'm saying, listen. I thought about that, right? And I like what you just said. This is what I came up with too. He basically finna be patient, just like he been recently. You know what I'm saying? Like he been patient recently, bro. And like you said, he heavy handed naturally. He not loading up. He not loading up. He ain't got to load up.
No.
As long as he don't load up too soon, man, it's a wrap. And I think they smart enough to know that. I think they experienced enough to know that. And because they've been showing this patience. They've been showing it.
I think also, like, from what I've been watching from B Norm, like the last fight, one thing they have been working on for sure is punch placement.
Yeah.
And he placing them motherfuckers, bro. So that's a big deal when it comes to Devin Haney, because one thing about Devin Haney, he has a bad habit of leaving that chin out there, and he can't do. I'm telling you, his best bet is to be in the inside, because that's like you say, he a boxer puncher. Well, I'm gonna tell you, a boxer puncher, goddamn me, that can place his punches where he won't. Hey man, that's dangerous, bro. And he can box. But the thing is, like I said, if you got a guy like that in front of you, and I know I ain't got no power, my best bet is to be in the inside. You heard what the little fella was doing to him, bro. He told his daddy. It's like he knew what I'm finna do for it, do it. That's why I told you throw the fucking brick hand. That little dude was hurting Devin. Tagging Devin. You get what I'm saying? So take Lomachenko, and I'm not saying B Norm is a Lomachenko, but he's smaller than him. Smaller. B Norman bigger. And he could, if he get that same type of action of touching him, bro, it's gonna be a long night.
Yeah.
That's what I
And Devin ain't never been one to make everybody miss, bro. I mean, even when he doing these so-called defensive masterpieces and shit. I mean, it's been some people who couldn't touch him at all, like Regis Prograis. Because I mean, I ain't got no excuse for that. I was actually impressed with that, and I
yeah,
wasn't on this show yet when that
Devin did
happened,
that
but
jab.
I admitted that he did good on. You know what I'm saying? I just felt like the only criticism I had for that, well, I was like, bro, this dude don't got no finish. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
He ain't got no finish in him. You know what I mean?
I feel like no, that's true. And the only thing that worries me when it comes for real, how big he gonna be when he come in.
Mm.
That's
I don't
my
think that's gonna matter, bro.
I do. That help you absorb punches, but it play a part. But I like I said, it's just gonna all boil down to when he get when he get hit, out where his mind go back to, bro. Where is it gonna go back to? Is he gonna run? Is he gonna shell up? Is he gonna, you know what I'm saying? Because you ain't gonna be able to do that. Be knowing you take a hit and go run to the ropes you want to, he gonna be all over you. Fuck around, get a TKO out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know if y'all heard Shane Mosley on Blue Blood today, but he was like in the training camp. He said Devin, I mean, just showing out. He was like Sugar Ray Leonard, man. He was doing like you said. He was standing on the inside, ducking and going inside and everything. He said, but when they got in the fight, he said all I could say he was scared, but he said Bill did tell him when they tried to tell him like what you doing there. Bill told him, said, look, he ain't right, man. He ain't, just leave him alone. I got him. And then Bill told them, hey, just move around. But he said Shane, like Bill told him, he's Dev ain't right. He ain't right yet. Like, and Shane, like he's scared. He said, but if he fight like he trained, he's good, but he don't know if he gonna get out there and be scared. You know what I'm saying? When, like you said, when that first shot come, is he gonna freeze up?
Yeah,
Is he gonna forget about the game plan? We don't know.
And
that's
that's
a
what
big deal.
and listen, I thought about that too, but that's why I'm studying it as if Devin gonna be the best he ever
Yeah,
been.
yeah,
I'm looking at
yeah.
it like if Devin come the best he ever been, then can he beat Brian Norman? I still come up with no. You know what I'm saying? And like Brian, all right, so in the history of since I've been really paying a lot of attention to boxing, it seems like the Road Warriors come out on top. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
Brian is a real Road Warrior, bro, and that's a different type of heart. You know what I'm saying? And he was ready for that on the TV because that nigga go all the way across the country. He the only person I know sparred the people who he sparred. You know what I'm saying?
But
Like,
like I said, you better. I had said before 2 fights ago, you better get this kid while he green. If you
yeah,
don't, and once he get comfortable under them lights, that's all it was. He even repeated what I said.
he one of them
Now I'm
ones, bro.
comfortable under them lights, bro. Y'all should have got me, bro. Now I ain't worried about the people. I ain't worried about the crowd. It is what it is. But like I said, and I by any means, I want to make this clear. We not having this discussion like as if Devin had PTSD, didn't have PTSD, it wouldn't be a tough fight. Because I still think it would be a fight that for B Norm, like, because this is his first time really being on this level. You know what I'm saying? But it's just a matter of can Dev hold up and make it a fight. I still
I think
think
it's
B Norm would come out on top, no lie. But just because of the power differential, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I
I
think
really
it's
think.
harder. I think it's harder to win if he got PTSD.
Yeah.
But no, it's gonna be no. I don't think they're gonna give it to him
Nah,
anyway. Though
it
they ain't gonna give
depends.
it to him. They ain't
Yeah,
gonna give it to
it
him.
depend. It depends on the shot that he eat. If he eat a strong shot and that man fold up on the road, I don't think it. I don't think that. I think it would have been a harder fight if he wasn't. If he wasn't, if he didn't have PTSD, he'd be safe and sound on the end of that jab, moving around. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Not really worrying about nothing until he do get hit and then try to weather that and whatnot. But like off the rip, taking a big shot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and then fighters that I've seen take big shots. Like I always say this: you watch fighters. I like seeing fighters get knocked down early in their career, right? Because they tend to get up and brush it off and go back at it, right? When they ain't never touched the fucking canvas and late in their fucking career and they hit that motherfucker and they been the man that long, they never get up the same, bro. So when you start laying hands on them, the first thing they do, they shell their whole face up like this and just let you tee off on them. You know what I'm saying? You know, one of my favorite fighters ever, Roy Jones. The minute he touched that canvas, he got back up. The minute you caught him with a good shot, what'd he do? Throw his hands up and lean on them ropes and let you just tee off on his head. They never get back up the same, bro. So, like, that's my thing. Where's his mental state is? What are they doing in the gym? You know what I'm saying? You might need to have a fight or two without that fucking guard on. You know what I'm saying? If you're really trying to see if your son's safe, besides PEDs, because it just may be unsafe, period, because of his mental. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And a normal fighter, you could say, would take away his best shot. I don't. If you take away Brian left foot, he still got a right hand.
Yeah.
You take away the right hand, he still got the left hook. So I don't know what he gonna take away. I don't know what Dale gonna take away.
I don't know either.
It ain't really.
The only
He gonna have
advantage
to,
in this fight is
bro.
size. That's it.
He
It's
gonna have to
size.
beat him, bro.
Because
Yeah.
if you go back to the face off, he was bigger than Brian Norman. So if that's Brian Norman walking around weight at that damn thing, he is gonna be bigger than Brian Norman.
No, but but Brian Norman though. See, but the thing is, Devin ain't fought. Brian Norman just fought. He's still small, and Brian stays small. He more towards his fight weight.
That's why I said.
Oh, okay.
But when you look at Devin carry weight, bro, and he bigger. He's already bigger than him. And that jacket, he was bigger than him.
Yeah, so he bigger though.
Yeah, so like that's I'm just saying that's the only advantage that he has. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't think
that's what he always counting on, bro.
Your best thing away from you or any of that. Like I said, man, people looked at that Sasaki fight with that knockout and be like, oh, he was a nobody. If that's all y'all was looking at, y'all stupid. Yeah. Like that man really was in the gym, like working. Like I'm not finna go to Japan and get embarrassed. That man was on the ropes. Go look at B Norm on the rope. That nigga was look at his face. Comfortable than the motherfucker, just looking. Mm-hmm. As soon as he dropped that motherfucker, knocked the shit out of his head. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm looking at all of that shit. That man wasn't panicking, taking his eyes off nothing. Even with the knockout, I call it the moonwalk because the nigga hit it with that hook and back, you know what I'm saying? And moonwalked out, but he never took his eyes off of him. Yeah. Never.
Yeah.
So he was ready to hit him again. If that man wasn't falling, he was finna catch another one. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So like I look at those little subtle things, bro. Like I think the kid is really comfortable now, bro. Especially to go to Japan. I don't give a fuck who you fight, nigga. That nigga didn't have not one nervous jitter in his body.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna tell you, if I'm coaching Dev, man, I'm gonna tell you what it's two things. Nigga, I need you to throw 800 jabs this fight.
I promise to God.
I need to never let Brian Norman feel like he got any space. You see what I mean?
Right.
So 800 jabs and shoot the right hand. Or Brian Norman expecting you to come in there and box. Man, come in that bitch throwing a bunch of haymakers, man, and try to take this nigga out early. And try to catch him.
Catch him with something. It got to be different.
He's expecting you to box.
It has to be something that they ain't seen on tape, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah, but the thing about that, the first option sounded best because that second option, hey, that second option, bro. If that shit don't work, nigga, bro. If that nigga throw that haymaker, that so-called brick hand, and that bitch don't be no brick, nigga. Bro, if that bitch don't be no brick, bro,
you ain't lying.
He just got his ass knocked out in
Devin,
the first 2 rounds, bro.
Ugly, bro.
He gonna get himself knocked out in the first 2 rounds with that shit, huh?
I remember he first started throwing haymakers. That was in that Cambosis fight. Boy, that nigga hand was coming from way up here, dog. I was like, what are you doing, dog? What are you doing? Don't do that.
Bro, he better do that first. He got. I like that first plan. 800 jabs.
Even Bill, Bill was cursing him out when he was doing it. He went to corner. Bill said, "What the fuck was that? I ain't tell you that shit." Bill went in on his ass, bro. What the fuck was that?
Yeah, he got to chill out with that punch shit. Because you know what? That's what he tried to do against Ryan, bro.
Bro, I was dying when he did that.
He tried to do that shit against Ryan. That shit did not go good, bro. He better not do that shit.
It don't look good, bro.
Nah, bro, you can't run up. He can't run up on no nigga like Brian Norman Jr., bro. That nigga is ready for the smoke. He want that.
But but either way, I do agree with Too Rich. It gotta be something different.
Shit, 800 jabs with hella right hands is a little different.
Yeah,
I'm talking about standing on his square though. I ain't talking about trying to do it on the move too much. He can move.
No, he got to stand on his square and just
he got to stand on his square and do it. Yeah,
if you gonna hit me, you gonna run into one of these jabs. I'm gonna take some steam off by running.
Right. If he jab, he need to circle B Norm, keep taking him off his. You know what I'm saying?
They need to go. He got to go to Bivol gym.
You know.
They need to go to Demetrius. They need to go to Demetrius Bivol gym.
Yeah.
If he gonna have a chance, he got to fight like that.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm saying that's the training he need because when he get inside, it's like he's stuck in the mud, bro. That's the one thing I always used to have a problem with him. Once he dash in, he gets stuck.
But
he
that ain't
don't know how to
change.
go out. You know what I'm saying?
He gets stuck.
I used to always get mad at that shit. Like, why do you do that shit, bro?
But there's no point on working on that right now because if he work on that, that's never going. He's so far from being good at that
no amount of training is gonna get him ready for this. He need to leave that alone. He need to get with Bivol and make sure that don't ever happen. He need to get a game plan where
He said,
Brian.
"Get with a master jabber."
Yes, bro. Get it with a master jab 1-2 nigga, and goddamn, don't let that happen. Cause if that happen, he fucked anyway. It's no amount of training that he finna learn that he finna whoop Brian Norman Jr. ass on the inside, bro.
And plus, if he gonna get another check from Turkey got to see him fight. So you might as well just come out there and go balls to the wall, man. You know what I'm
There you
saying?
go.
Go
There
balls
you
to the
go.
wall, shit.
I still think he get a fight, but like I said, it'll be in the essence of I got a fighter I'm trying to build, and you a name. So you know what I'm saying? That for real. That's
Yeah.
I think if he lose, Turkey be like, yeah, I got another fight for you. I got this upcoming kid.
I'm of the opinion that he only signed him because he had Ryan and they was gonna do the rematch, right?
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
yeah.
then when he lost, he really ain't had nothing for him. But no, not when he lost. When he did that performance, and Ryan lost, it was like, man, I'm stuck with this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
What's up,
and
nerd?
that's why he hit Brian Norman Jr. up first. Like, hey, you want to fight Devin Haney? You know what I'm saying? He didn't even ask Devin. He just set him up with a fight.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean, shit. He saw that knockout that kid came off of that dude. Turkey watch everything. You know what I'm
And
saying?
plus, Turkey trying to get you beat, man. He trying to get you beat. Now, look, I give Devin credit for taking the fight, but I don't think it was about Devin daring to be great to be taking a fight. Devin want to make a certain amount of money. And at first Turkey like, I'll pay you this, you fight Teofimo. That fell through. Okay, you want to make the same money, you can fight Jerron Boots Ennis. Boots turned it down at 147. The next on the list, Brian Norman. So Turkey ain't giving him no easy options. You
Right,
see what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
He trying to
right.
get him beat, man.
yeah.
But that's
Hey,
what we want, though.
nerd.
That's what we
Oh,
want, though. We
yeah.
want not saying get Devin beat. What we're saying is that fighters should feel like, you know what I'm saying? It should.
Yeah,
I
it's a
feel like
threat.
they
It
should
gotta
never
be a
feel.
threat
Yeah,
there. Yeah, it gotta be a
it should
threat.
never feel like I can skate through this nigga. You feel me? As a
Yeah.
Cause
fan,
whoever win
I
this
like
fight,
50-50 fights, bro. You know?
But
yeah,
if you pay attention, bro, to the ring, if you pay attention to the ring, they posting more Brian Norman Jr. content than they are Devin Haney.
Yeah, because
yeah, they
they
looking for
won't get
Norman
familiar
when
with
he
people.
win this fight,
Yeah,
man.
yep. They
And
won't get familiar.
Nerd said, I was gonna respond to Nerd. He said Bivol been fighting that style since he was a kid. He said, so now Haney's supposed to fight like Bivol because he got one training camp with Bivol. Nah, I don't think he gonna be able to pull it off. We just saying, I think we all just saying that's his best bet. I think we pretty much all got Brian Norman Jr. in the fight.
And the thing is, too, though, quit like in the essence of that, like don't go outside your norm because that's what he known for. He
Yeah.
was a kid with the baddest jab in the game. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know,
Yep.
don't deviate from. If you can't keep him on the outside, stick with that son of a bitch and line him up with that 1-2. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
if you can't, boy, you just gotta be ready to weather a storm. So
Hey,
he still
but like
gotta
I
have that
said,
plan B.
when he shoot that jab, shoot the double jab and get close to him, like you're saying. Stay in the pocket with him where
Yeah,
he can't hurt you, where he can't extend his punches to
right.
hurt you. You see what I'm saying? Stay close. Jab, come in close with the right hand and get up under him.
There you
You see
go.
what I'm saying?
Tie him up, frustrate him.
Yeah,
Like he's
whatever
gonna have
the
to do
fuck you
something
gotta
we ain't
do.
seen before. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Hey,
'Cause
put on about 10 pounds of muscle, goddamn. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna need it.
he already did. That's why I
Nah,
was
he
saying in
too
the
big.
beginning. He
Yeah.
already big, bro. I ain't talking about fat. Man, that dude big.
Yeah, he
Yeah, he
just
like,
naturally
bro,
big, yo.
that nigga really not even a welterweight.
No, he not, bro. No, he
That
not.
nigga really, you
Not when
notice
you
every
came
time he
in.
move up, he already the biggest one.
Yeah, and
Every
he swole, bro. Like
How the
muscle.
hell is he not, bro? How is he not strong?
Yeah. You know,
Hey,
so
hey,
like
you know what? Hey, Casino, I think I heard you say this, man. I think it was just a brilliant comment, if I'm not mistaken, when you said one of the best, Devin best attributes is his ability to train and lose weight.
Yeah, make weight. That's his best
Yeah, make
skill is
weight,
making weight.
make
Yeah.
weight. But so what that means is he a big dude, but he can shed the weight so easily. You see
mm,
what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure out how can you maintain some of that weight while making weight though.
That's that snack
the
shit, bro.
muscles. Now he can't shrink down to 135 or no shit, 140 no
Man, that's
more. He
that
put too
snack
much
shit,
muscle
bro.
mass on, bro.
That's that snack
You
shit.
see his training man, that kid got
Man, that nigga
like
big as fuck, bro.
I went back. I didn't just make that statement at the beginning of the show. Bro, I went back. Go look at him at 135, 140. Just go look at him. You know what I'm saying? And look at the muscle on that kid, bro. He get bigger and bigger and bigger. I'm not talking about him walk around fat. I'm talking about muscle mass. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, them pictures he be posting in the gym look just like them Conor
That
Ben
nigga
pictures,
is
man.
huge.
Goddamn.
He getting
Remember
big,
right before
bro.
Conor Ben popped, he was posting all them gym pictures.
Yeah, he getting
That's
big,
how
bro.
that nigga
It's
look.
like,
That nigga thighs look like a goddamn football player. Pause. You
yeah.
know what I'm
And
saying? But
I'm
like,
just,
I'm looking
I'm
at
with
the
you.
whole fighter when I'm watching boxing. I got to see how niggas coming. You know what I'm saying? The niggas, all his weight is in his legs, bro. The nigga be dead. Like I be seeing him doing like the leg workouts and shit, like the squats with the weights.
Yeah,
He be posting that shit. Like that nigga really swole.
yeah.
Like,
He got way more muscle mass than
but why he don't hit hard, bro?
because muscle don't equal strength.
Yeah.
What you know what I think though, man? I always think, he knocked out Antonio Moran. That's a
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
big dude, man. And Devin
Right.
dropped that nigga ass. But what happens is when you start fighting for them championships, man, you get defensive. Cause the defense win championship. So he done got so defensive, he won't put his back in them punches no more. He throwing them to retract it back for defense.
Yeah, it's like
He
he
not
reaching.
really letting it
He
go like
reaching.
he should.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he can't be in there reaching because when Michael, you reach, I teach.
But like you say, if he go ahead, shoot the 2 jabs, throw that right hand like you mean it, and get close.
Right.
He might be safer than he think getting close and
Yep.
putting his back into the punch. You see what I mean?
Yep. So I don't know, man. Like it's gonna be a fight to see at the end of the day. But at the
It's
end
a
of the
good
day,
one,
man,
man.
Hey, Z
I am eager
Pacino,
to see
right?
his game plan.
He said the power jab. He gonna have
Yeah,
that power
yeah.
jab.
But shit, that's what the fuck B Norm got. He showed us that
Yeah,
motherfucker.
yeah.
He showed us that
Yeah,
motherfucker.
bro. I mean, listen, bro. I'm trying to be out. You see, I'm being nice for a change, bro. Because
For sure, for sure, for
I know
sure.
he finna get his ass
Right.
whooped, so it's like it's all good. You know what I mean?
It's leaning that way. I'm just eager to see his game plan. I can't see him coming out the same way. I could like I this what I see it like, and I hate to say it like this, and I hope it ain't like this. I promise y'all I do. But remember when the third fight, Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder? Deontay Wilder came out doing pretty goddamn good behind that jab, and he was and going to the gut of Tyson Fury, right? But once he got hit, shit, that motherfucker went right back to old Wilder and got his ass whooped. You know what I'm saying?
But I can't
Because
see him not getting hurt, bro.
he had that PTSD, bro, and it kicked in. That motherfucker got whooped on so bad, bro.
Man, he fighting somebody where all it take is one, man.
You know, so at the end of the day, that's if he come out with new game plans working, I hope it keep working. But if it don't, he get clipped. That's what I want to see. When he
And
take that punch.
if Haney lose this fight,
Somebody got some feedback. Who is that?
Oh, it might have been me, my lighter.
Oh, okay. What'd you say, Too Rich?
He went out.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. He probably went out.
Oh,
What's up?
What's
You there,
good,
Too Rich?
bro?
What's up, AC?
What's good, man? I guess I jumped in on the right time because me being a solid Haney fan, at first I congratulated him, but again, my issue with this fight was everyone's trying to put something on Brian Norman. And Brian Norman has been showing a level of maturity, a level of poise, and a level that says the big lights don't fuck with me.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? So for me, when fans try to bring that into play, I just got to ignore it. And if Devin Bill think that they're gonna get in Brian Norman's head, that's what's gonna get Devin knocked the fuck out, just like the most embarrassing knockout we could think of, because I think they're going into this fight thinking that they have a mental edge on Brian Norman, and that is not the case whatsoever. I don't know where you're getting this from. Just like I didn't like all the talk with Bill Haney talking about Dev is gonna knock him out. I'm like, that's not what Devin does.
Right.
If the knockout happens, fine, but a knockout where you knock, that shit only comes way early in a boxer's career. Now, if you're a puncher or fighter, you're gonna have them shits stringed up, or you're the boxer puncher, you're gonna have plenty of knockouts, and it's not really gonna matter what level you get at, but it'll matter what level of competition you're facing, whether you get a stoppage or not. For me, the boxer stoppage is the TKO.
Right. Right.
Just got to put enough hands on him that you convince either his corner or the ref to stop the motherfucking fight. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe Devin is on that level to get a TKO stoppage on Brian Norman. I don't give a fuck how much feet you use, because the minute you put them shits down to be able to sit on your punch to hit him with something that can actually score, that's when you're going to put yourself constantly in in harm's way.
Right.
You're going to be a turtle, you know, basically trying to cross an interstate highway. Something gonna hit you. You feel what I'm saying?
I likes that. I likes that.
Hey, that was hard.
Yeah. What?
I just got to be honest. If the Ramirez fight was something that I could put my thing to and say, yeah, but he showed he was back and he let it be known that Ryan shit was X, Y, and Z. Even if you never took the layoff with Ryan and you just kept on fighting and tried to show people, look, that Ryan business, that was him. That was Austrian, and I proved it because look at the 2 or 3 wins I got leading up to this fight. He didn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
So you leaving me with the Ryan Garcia performance, and then the Ramirez performance.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Norman Jr. I got 3 solid fights where when people try to say put belt to ass, you put belt to ass. You knock 2 months out of a nigga's life. You feel what I'm saying? So listen, and y'all heard me come up here and say, yeah, but I think my boy from Japan gonna get it.
Right.
Nah.
Yeah. You was the one that I was telling everybody. You was the one that put me on him.
Yeah.
And all that shit. But that's why we was just talking about. I don't know how much you had heard, but I was saying it might be smart enough to just walk into the fire, bro, instead of trying to stay away from it. Like we were saying, use that jab, double up that jab. If you can line that right, go down the pipe with it. If not, double jab and move inside, cut B Norman punches off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he got to work on speed. He needs to be working on his speed and accuracy. If Devin gonna win,
but for me, I mean, it definitely has to be something different. It definitely has to be. I'm talking about something off the wall where we be like, what the fuck? Where he learned that from? But I don't care what he come in with. I got to see him take a shot.
Yeah,
because once he take that shot, that's gonna tell all where his head is. You know what I'm saying?
For me, it's his guard and his stance that stylistically gets him knocked the fuck out by Brian Norman. Trying to assume that weak ass, I never really stayed long enough to learn how to really use that Floyd Mayweather guard.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna get you knocked out against Brian Norman. Because you got to remember, your dad was in the street. His dad was in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
And his dad is old enough that he can go back and really study, what Sugar Ray did to break the
right.
To crack the Philly shell. You feel what I'm saying? He can also say, listen, for this fight, since they're going to try that bullshit with you, let's do something to shock them. Hey, let me go talk to the guy that everyone wants to say this guy had the Philly shell, but this dude was MUI Goku with the Philly shell. And that's to me is James Toney. You compare James Toney Philly shell to it's not even close. Mayorga would have never caught James Toney in the Philly shell because he knew how to do it and roll up under and catch you. He never stood straight up, like with his head up in the air and making the face and everything. He just would be like right there, still in the stance, like boom, boom, boom. What are you doing? Boom, boom, boom.
All in front of you.
Wow, hold that one right there. So they could do stuff like that and come out with a mirror stance that'll just fuck Dev up. Like he'll be like, wait, hold on. Guard,
won't know how to operate off that.
Exactly. So for me, when I look at it stylistically, there could be a path for Devin to win,
Mm-hmm.
but stylistically, the way you holding your guard, and it's not even a guard that we could actually believe in, then stylistically, you picked the wrong fight, bro. This is gonna be a nightmare for you.
All
And
right. And see, that's why I'm saying it got to be a different Devin we ain't never seen before.
yeah, and I don't know if
It's-
he had that ability to give that. Now,
right.
the Ramirez was a different Dev we never seen before,
Yeah,
but
but
at the end of the day,
that wasn't even a plan, bro. That was, you know what I'm saying? That was
yeah,
like, what the fuck is this shit? You know what I mean? But like I said, I brung up the Casino never said you saw that fight, but I know you had a Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury 3.
yeah, I watched
And
that.
Deontay came out pretty good. You
That was the
shredded the
best
good.
I
fight.
saw that fight.
Oh, you did? Okay,
Yeah, I
yeah.
saw it.
But the minute he got touched, he went right back to old Deontay.
Yeah,
And told
because
me he was fucked up from the other fight. You know what I'm saying?
at the end of the day, his problem was he never learned how to defend himself against a guy that's his height or taller.
Right. I always said that. And
But
boxers was going to be the ones who get him.
yeah,
Because it was happening. It was starting. And then you fucked up and got a boxer that's bigger than you and can box. You know what I'm saying? So
Spilka was smaller than Wilder, had much better feet than Wilder, had a
he can
much
box.
better educated jab than Wilder, and could box his ass off.
Yep.
And if Spilka never ever got that cocky, Spilka would have gave Deontay Wilder his first loss.
He had
Because
rocked. Hey, remember, he had rocked Deontay. Deontay had to hold the rope to walk back to the corner.
yeah, because he
That was
damn near couldn't see out of his eye, and I'm like,
yeah.
you're not gonna stop this fight. Look at this nigga's
Yep.
eye, bro.
Yep. That was the beginning of the end right there. Spilka. Because it wasn't no
Yeah.
choice but to go to boxers. Then King Kong lost. He was winning both of them motherfuckers again. Like you said, got cocky.
Yep.
Get your ass rocked. Because
Yeah,
he started using, he started going desperation mode, launching that right hand. You know, it was inevitable it was going to happen.
They
You know
get
what I'm
that
saying?
shot that Robin hurts them, and then they think they can keep landing it how you set it up in the first place.
Right. Right.
Because you know,
No, I think that was just a little bit of feedback.
oh, but for me, it's just like, you know, with Devin, I'm horribly concerned. This is like for me, Devin wanting to fight Tank at 135 pounds after the Loma and after the Loma and Cambosis fights, bro. If you would have tried to make weight and get in the ring with a dangerous puncher like that, you're going to get knocked the fuck out. To me, this is kind of like the same thing. This is your first time really at 47. Your last performance wasn't noteworthy whatsoever. I don't give a
Right.
fuck what goofy fans try to go in, and the only way they could try to justify the fight is with ConcuBox stats. And I'm like, if you got to go through all of that, the fight wasn't what you thought it was.
Right.
And,
Facts.
and another thing too, bro. Brian Norman Jr. is 24 years old with 28 fights and 22 knockouts.
And he did it from the mud, much like Devin did by going down to Mexico. So I give him both, you know, that bit of saying, all right, Brian Norman really did it, you know, a little bit longer, fucking around in Mexico like that. You did it, Dev. We're going down to Mexico and fucking around and shit like that. But you were just playing around. You feel what I'm saying? He was doing it from the mud, and at
But
the end of the day,
I tell you another thing he got. He already had his adversity fight with Santillan.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
So he done been through a ringer.
He battle
Been through a
tested.
ringer. Yeah, he's already been through the ringer
And he
already.
passed. And he passed fast.
With pressure on your back. Because if you didn't win that, they was finna get rid of you. So it was only quite natural. Anything after that, you know what I'm saying? That type of pressure compared to anything after that wasn't gonna be the same pressure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it a bean, bro. Listen, I know some people might be hearing me and be like, I don't know what kind of Dev fan AC is, but I don't know, but I'm just saying, like,
I'm not biased.
yeah, right now I'm just saying it like this. Um, for me, the upset would be if Brian Norman lost.
Mm,
Facts.
I'm expecting
mm.
Devin to lose this fight. There is nothing. There is no way I see Devin winning this fight. I mean, outside of you know, uh, whatever that boxing movie was with Richard Pryor and Sidney Poitier and
Oh yeah.
JJ and shit like
Was that
that.
which way is up?
Yeah,
Or
No, it
was
ain't
it
which way is up. It was
night?
let's do it again.
Let's
yeah,
do it again.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it again. Unless you got somebody sneaking in your hotel room before the fight and doing the bell and hypnotizing Dev. Outside of that, bro.
Hey, is that the one where he hugged the old boy? He said, "Take your shirt off." And he hugged him like, "Hey, man."
Nah, he
Yeah,
was.
bro. I
Nah, he
mean,
was. It was who? It was JJ from the Good Times who was the boxer,
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and he was goddamn. He hypnotized
And
that
he
nigga to
fighting
be
a
world champ.
heavyweight,
He
bro.
knocked
He
out
be
the heavy
fighting a
champ.
heavyweight champion.
yeah. I saw it. It was.
Yeah.
I think it's two different movies, but it was one. Rich Pryor was in the locker room, and I think it was George Foreman,
Yeah.
and he was
Captain
like, "Yeah, man."
007 said, "What if Norman can't cut off the ring?" I mean, yeah, what if? But I think he couldn't
I,
have cut off the ring.
yeah,
You know
he
what I'm
cut
saying?
that. Mother.
He's cutting that ring off, bro.
He cut. Did you used to watch
He the
Santillion
type of
fight,
nigga not finna miss his shot.
bro?
He ain't
Bro,
missing his shot, bro.
the Santillion fight showed me enough. If he
Yeah, he
want to
ain't
get
missing
to
his
you,
shot,
he
bro.
getting to you, bro.
Yeah, he ain't missing his shot, bro. That's one thing
Real
about it.
talk. Real
When you
talk,
give that
bro.
nigga an opportunity, bro, he gonna show up. Let's see what Dev do. That's where I'm at. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
that
saying?
Santillion fight, he kept that man pinned on the ropes. When he got to him, he made every fight, every punch meaningful. You get what I'm saying? He ate some shit back, but if he showed me, if he want to get to you, he gonna get to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Santillion probably hit harder than Devin.
True, true. And I don't mean that
A
no worse
lot of
way,
them
but
niggas do. I
I
mean,
think
but I mean, what did the dude name?
Sasaki.
Francis
Sasaki.
yeah, he was knocking everybody out over there.
Yeah, he was goddamn. Yeah,
Yeah. But to say, those are the things that would catch my ear. He ain't got no feet. He knock you out, but he ain't got them. Like, what are y'all watching to even like remotely think? I ain't saying the dude got like the best feet in the world, but to say he don't have no feet, like y'all crazy.
I
I
mean,
don't,
when
I
you
don't
look
understand
at
it.
when I look at the fight between Brian Norman and Jin Sasaki, right? You talking about a guy whose game plan was to just go straight at him, throw him off by bringing the fight to him, put the fight in his chest.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? That was their game plan. Fuck defense, fuck it all. Because if we try to box him, he can box and he can punch, and we don't want you to make mistakes. He came out, showed a solid jab. Then he showed that he knows how to read what you're doing and take that little half step back.
Yes,
You feel what
definitely.
I'm saying? He
I
could
was like,
take
oh,
that. He could take the half step forward. He took the half step back. He took little steps, side
circled
to
out,
side,
circled out with hooks.
circled out. He did everything that we would look at and say, yeah, a guy like that has a nice ring IQ.
Right,
You feel
exactly,
what I'm
bro.
saying? So when
Comfortability on the ropes. It was so much he
exactly
was doing that I was peeping like, damn. And not
he
one
was
time he ever took his eyes off of him.
he was reading everything that Jin was doing. That's why he was connecting the way he was connecting. Yeah, Jin caught him because Jin does have fast hands and he's also a puncher. And that was the punch
Right,
that pushed Brian Norman back into the ropes. He gathered
right.
himself, said, all right, you got some pop to you. Bring you out and let me show you my pop right now. You
Yep.
feel what I'm saying? And thudded right back. So when I when I when I look when I look at him and I say to myself, you know, look at his last three fights. Um, you have to say that he is the most dangerous guy at 47, which told me this is why old boy got the fuck up out of Dodge. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? He grabbed his boots and he ran. You feel what I'm
Right.
saying? So I gotta say, bro, like Dev, you my guy. But being a non-biased fan of yours, you you chose an opponent that you gonna fuck around and find out that whether or not this boxing shit is really for you. Ryan, you may have took that year off to think about it because it had that other situation involved in it, but
Mm-hmm.
this ain't gonna be that. This is
Right.
definitely not gonna be that.
Right.
This gonna be an Austrian free ass whooping.
He said ostrich. I knew
Hey,
what you were.
hey, Slick, how my connection? Y'all can hear me?
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah,
we can hear
yeah.
you now.
Okay. But the one thing I give Devin to say this, he was gonna face the same thing in the rematch with Ryan Garcia. He was gonna still be dealing with it. So in a sense, he dealing with the same fight, just maybe a little bit, worse fight, but he dealing with the same idea of going into there with a guy with power.
I
Mm-hmm.
I I hear what you're saying, bro, man. But here's the thing: he beat that man 3 times already, and we talking
Yep.
about the amateurs and stuff like that. Now that they grown men and shit like that, yeah, old boy had to cheat you, so there was some doubt in his mind whether he could really fuck with you. You feel what I'm saying? This guy, you're at his weight class. You're coming up, and you
Right.
going into his house on his terms. You feel what I'm saying? And based
Yep.
off your last performance, bro, I get it that's a plausible argument. It's plausible to me. It's something that'll make me say, good point. But if I look at it from just straight on, if I look at it like I'm looking at, a porn movie, it ain't a lot of words. Everything is just right there happening. If I look at
Mm-hmm.
it like that, then it tells me he ain't him. He is far more a dangerous puncher, and he's more of a polished boxer. Recency bias tells me whatever was going on in Ryan's head, even if the rematch was that night or whatever, you got outpointed by Rolly.
Right. I think Dev had a shot to win that fight round, regardless of the PED. I just think that
Yeah,
punch fucked him up. He just wanted to get
yeah.
his cookies back when he should just went back to boxing. Dev could have
Because
won
when he
that
went
fight.
back to boxing, he was winning rounds.
Exactly.
Man, I told him earlier on the show, um, if he want to have a career after this fight, he better stay the fuck down when he get knocked down. If he keep getting up, bro, he gonna be fucked up.
That may be true, man, but
That's the
I'm
dog
hoping.
in him, and that's the scary part for me because that's the dog in him. Because
Nah,
regardless,
for sure.
he
I,
kept on getting up with Ryan.
But he better stay the fuck down this time.
uh, I
He
thought
can't
he was
take
getting
that
up.
shit.
He was
He
getting
can't.
up too fast.
He can't
Yeah,
take this shit. Man, he keep getting up from this shit. Man, listen.
He was getting up too fast. He should
Did
keep
you
the
see
A count down.
Santillion? Did you see Santillion?
Yeah, I
Yeah, he
saw it.
fucked
I might
them
say if
up.
he
Yeah,
want to get to you, and
Bro,
Captain 007 says Santillan is not a boxer. He's not a Sugarfoot. Yeah, that's a fact. But at the end of the day, he was trying to keep Brian Norman up off of him by meeting him in the ring. And guess when Santillan started moving around, who caught up to him? It was Brian Norman keeping his ass still with his head in his chest. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not letting you go nowhere. That's all I'm saying. If he clock Devin take that 1 foot back, he going in. That's the thing. He gonna go in on him. It's
yeah,
not a if, it's a win. And I want to know. I can't wait to see how Devin is gonna react. You get what I'm saying? That's gonna tell me if he's really shot, whether he lose or not. If he get hit and he's still in the game, okay, he could lose his fight and still keep continue his career. But if he shell the fuck up and let this man well on him, yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Like, if and I ain't talking about no shit like how the Tim Zoo fight happened or whatever. Like people trying to say he shot. I don't think Tim shot, but I think
neither.
I don't think Tim shot. I think his corner had more PTSD than he did. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
mhm.
But if he give me what that man was giving, I'd be like, okay, Dev, you in the game, cool. You know what I'm saying? Whatnot. But if he go the other way and just like fuck that, start backing up and leaning on them ropes and shit, nah, bro. It
yeah.
might
Man,
No,
now
be
look. if he go in there, don't do that Ramirez shit. Just go in there and fight your fight. If he go in there and lose, I'm not looking at Haney like he trash. I'm looking at we got a new star that's born. This is about Brian Norman. You
Yeah,
see
this
what I'm
is
saying?
Brian Norman
Right.
era at
Devin
47.
facing the
Yeah.
biggest puncher at 147. This is about Brian Norman. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's a bad loss to lose to the
Nah,
biggest puncher at 147.
not at all. Not at all.
Nah,
That's like
nah. And to be fair, like I said about when Canelo went for Bivol, you in that man house, you supposed to lose.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You supposed to lose,
Now,
bro.
I just want to say this because now I'm sitting here really brainstorming on it right now. Um, for Devin to win this fight, right? For Devin to win this fight,
Huh?
he has to fight him, and y'all gonna trip out when I say this. He has to fight him exactly how he fought Ramirez.
A lot of people
Right.
say, yeah, everybody's saying that you got to run
now,
and punch.
hear me out, because your footwork is what's the thing that's going to keep the puncher, the guy with the shotgun jab, because when you have that shotgun jab, you still have to kind of, it's not as, you're not at the stage of where you put it together to whereas you're throwing that shotgun jab fluently.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? It's not like when James Toney used to do the double instep with the shotgun jab, boom, boom,
Right.
catch you, and then go in the shell, block you up, and then hook off that. You feel what I'm saying? It's
Right.
not like Bud when Bud doubled up with the shotgun jab versus Errol. You feel what I'm saying? Now for me, what I'm saying is this: Devin, use your footwork, circle away from that man's power hand, present those angles. In a sense, when you see him shell up, go in and look at how Bam just fought the Kafu.
I get what you're saying. AC. But when the hell have you ever seen Devin circle out of anything?
That because his style is flat footed and he just
Right.
wants to do that, that thing. But with the Ramirez fight, you did show footwork and you were circling away from his power hand.
Yeah, but that was like
But you were 10 feet away from the nigga.
But that's not footwork, bro.
Yeah, he
We
was
was just talking about that
exercising.
shit. We was just talking
It'd
about
be
that shit.
different if he was
But you-
circling in a manner of like T.O. At least when T.O. circling around you like that, he jabbing, or feinting, or that man
Yeah,
was like
but the point is, if he can close that distance and do what he did versus Ramirez and stick to his jab that he did against Cambosis, who was the craftier counterpuncher. Because for me, at 35, I'm a person that was like, listen, sleep on
Brian Norman
Cambosis
Jr.
if
got
you
the reach
want.
advantage.
Yeah, he does. But at the end of the day, Brian Norman Jr. has the shotgun jab. He hasn't really shown us the flick type of jab just to get you off, or that busy type of jab to close distance and shit like that. He hasn't shown that. It's more of just boom and he catches you, or it's boom and it's down. It's straight up a power
it's the setup
jab.
before. What he's saying, he ain't developed the setup before that jab.
Exactly. So he's just starting to put things together. Devin knows his style, although it's a Frankenstyle, but he knows his Frankenstyle. So at the end of the day, if he just pulls different pieces of different performances that he has, we'll still get the Devin Haney style that we're looking at, but we're looking at him pick and choose what tool or what stance or what he's doing at any given particular time.
Yeah, I get what you're
Will
saying.
become frustrating for Brian Norman because he will never be able to get his timing.
Right, because I get what you're saying. You got to give him different looks dinner every round.
Yeah, because you're going through a library, a Rolodex of shit that happens.
Right.
And I ain't trying to say he need to fight like he fought necessarily like Ramirez. He fought scared. He got to plant his feet at some point. But to think that Devin Haney ain't supposed to move, he gonna have to move, man. Meaning, but what I'm saying is trade with Brian Norman a little bit. But if he catch you with a little shot, buzz you a little bit, then move around, reset, then jump back in there.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give you a good game plan. I think he should think about is Puello against Matias. Puello will come in for. He was working that jab, and he got hurt a little bit. He got on the move a little bit, but he was still working that jab. And to me, he outpointed Matias. That was a good fight, and but he stayed close enough to Matias that Matias couldn't knock him out.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's kind of what Devin gonna have to do. You know, jab your ass
The
off,
keyword what
but
you just
stay
said.
close enough where Brian Norman can't extend his punches.
Keyword what you just said. That's what he gonna have to do. But will he do it? That's the thing,
That's,
bro.
that's the issue, bro.
That's the
We-
issue, to stay right in vicinity to get your shit off and have enough time to move the fuck out the way. That's basically what y'all saying. And the thing is he gonna be willing to do it? Because is his mind gonna be at the understanding that I'm somewhere in this fight, I'm gonna catch a good shot. You know what I'm saying?
To be honest, I think they already feel like they're gonna lose. That's why they're doing all that bullshit.
Yeah.
Well, they played the mind
They
games.
gotta
They
throw
played the
Norman
mind
out,
games anyways, though. They did it to Lomachenko. They was harassing that man. Talking about, don't be doing that how when we hug and how you be breaking. Because Lomachenko known for not letting you hug on him. So as soon as see you getting hug on, he put both of his arms together like this and lift him up. You know what I'm saying? Remember they was following around. Don't you be doing that when we clinching. You dirty in the clinch. They was all on him about that shit, and
trying to
they
make
do stuff
points.
trying to be in his head and shit. They do that shit though.
Yeah.
And you see, Norman, he don't have a lot of wind up in his punches.
Right.
And I'm gonna tell you what, where I kind of look at Norman like a cross up between Marvin Hagler and Better Beef. Because Better Beef had that same style where he don't have to wind up his punches to hit you with power.
Right.
And that's kind of like what Norman do. He could be right there. It's like his power coming from his center of his body. You see what I mean?
Right. Like Hagler used to throw off the wall.
Yeah, but with that said, sometimes that he's moving around, he'll square his feet up. And Dev gonna have to pay attention to them feet, and when he see them come square, shoot you right straight down the middle. Cause Norman been dropped before, and to me that's how he got dropped. It wasn't a you hurt drop; it was a balance, caught you off balance type of drop. So Devin, I mean, I'm just trying to think of what he could do, but like will he do it? That's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, and hey, that we both in the same place because at the end of the day, we kind of want to, I still want to see a really good fight. I want to see where Devin is at.
That's why I want to have this discussion. Like, what can he do? Because, like I said, I've been a Devin fan, but I ain't gonna sit here and I'm like AC, like, bro, this is a tough one, bro. Like people looking at it like because they ain't like they picked Brian Norman first. I don't give a fuck. It's still a tough ass fucking fight. But if we go to 147, get his feet wet, you know what I'm saying? And then not only that, the what do you call that shit? The type of win this man coming off of, the confidence he got right now, like all that shit play a part, bro. You got to mentally break Brian Norman down. You got to take him off his high horse because he really looking at you like, dude. Especially your past fights, he looking at him like, really? I'm finna demolish this dude.
His attitude,
you know what I'm saying?
His attitude was fully on display when, after everything that was said, he just dismissed Devin with that little push when they was at the face. That's a dismissive push. Like, get the fuck out of here. I ain't even trying to hear you no more.
Yeah, that was that DMX. That was that DMX. Part my back, nigga.
Yeah.
What that
was. Like that shit was so like,
wild.
I don't give a fuck about you. I was just like, wow, Dev, now you really got to go in there because this kid got no respect for you. He ain't going to have respect for your punching power. He not going to have respect for your ability. He not going to have zero respect. And with his father being a boxer like that, his pops is going, instill motivated. Like, listen, you already seen what this bitch ass motherfucker tried to do with his corny ass security dude. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm just saying it like that because I can pretty much tell you that's probably how Brian Norman Sr. said it to him. You feel what I'm saying? But keeping them motivated and keeping that drive that he thinks just because they've been in California and his dad had these opportunities that they're better than us, and because they think they're better than us, he thinks he could fight better than you.
Yeah,
you gonna let him know that you are a real champion, and this is the
It's the moment.
Brian Norman Jr. era, and this is
I
your
think.
Yeah,
moment.
Yeah, I think he know that. I think that's why I
yeah,
respect him for saying that. Like, yeah, this is my biggest fight, and I'm about to take this shit. Like, he recognizes this.
yeah,
You know what I'm
And
saying? Like,
they,
he not gonna sit there and shit on that man like he didn't have fighters better than Devin. He like, shit, this is the fight, and I'm finna do it. You know what I'm saying?
that
Yeah,
nigga Brian Over Senior said, "Nigga, I raised a killer. You raised a track star, nigga."
Right.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
That nigga
Like,
said,
and I like the kid got his own mind too. You know what I'm saying? And
and
he put it all together.
senior training junior to come in there and knock some shit out.
"Oh
Yeah,
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 Senior ain't training no 12 round fight, bro. This gonna be a knock. If junior
yeah.
win, it's gonna be by knockout.
And it ain't, and that's the thing. Like, I hope they thinking the same way, because if you take anything from the last fight, anything, I don't give a fuck, you want to talk his feet, his punches, it was the patience, bro.
yeah.
Yep, yep,
That
yep,
was the
It
most
was the
impressive.
fucking patience,
That
bro.
was the most impressive
He
thing in
set
that.
that
yep.
man up, bro. That boy really thought he was doing something, man. You know what I'm saying? And for people like that, was not no lucky shot. That was him
Nah,
paying
hell no.
attention to everything that boy was doing, and he knew he was gonna eventually get that off.
Hey,
Yeah,
before that, when he had Sasaki in that corner, man, Sasaki should have been dropped because he was taking some hellacious shots,
Yeah,
man. Like, shit, that knockout was just a culmination. But see, Norman was up in that fight. That's why I'm saying he can't allow Devin to steal the early rounds and outpoint him so he can stay patient. He got to stay close,
right.
so he can stay patient.
Yep. Yeah, man, no doubt, bro. I really just think like Dev, just overall everything we saying is asking Dev to do something we ain't seen.
Yeah, yeah,
We ain't
basically.
seen, bro. He can't come in there flat footed trying to push that long ass jab, because that's why I don't. I've been saying it for years. That's why they talking about that jab. You keep it out there, but ain't nothing on it, because he reaching with the motherfucker. He be reaching, like leaning, his
Yeah,
whole head be out there, bro, when he shoot that jab. He not really sitting down on it. And if he reaching, man, Brian gonna like do it again. Do it again. Pop. You know what I'm saying? Do it. He's
yeah,
gonna time him, bro. Cause that first round, he gonna fill him out. It's gonna be feints. Oh, he gonna do that? Okay. If I do this, he go that way. Okay, okay. Then next thing you know, he gonna start teeing off on Devin. And I don't want to see that. I want Devin to try to make it a competitive fucking fight, bro. And I
yeah,
think
yeah.
he
I want to
can.
see Devin
I
fight.
just
Shit.
it's just, I'm like everybody else. I have to agree with everybody else. It's the PTSD that wears me. Like, where's
yeah,
his head at? You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like the Tim fight, to bring that back up. I didn't think they should have stopped that fight. Tim was just getting in. He was actually starting to get to fucking Sebastian front door. I think his corner was just like, "Hey, dog, nah, bro, fuck that. We don't want the
See,
same thing happen." The time,
I'm gonna say, go ahead. My bad.
no, I just think it was more of his corner than him, because he was starting to get to that man. He did take that what, like 4-5 shots at the end of the bell, but I don't think that it was at the end of the bell. Nigga finna sit down, bro. Like, I think they
Yeah,
should give him another round and be like, if you can't get to him this round, bro, fuck it. But I don't think they should have quit. And if he can get at least that level of fight, then I think we'll have a good fight. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna agree with you with the Tim Zoo analogy, but I think Tim Zoo's situation goes back before that fight, because for me the PSD didn't show up in this fight. Where it really showed up was when he fought Baccarat.
Yeah,
How many
that's where it
times he
came
kept
from.
on looking
Yeah,
at his head like, oh my God, oh
yeah,
my God, oh my
yeah,
God, what happened?
yeah,
Cut? Am I
yep,
cut? Am I cut? Like he was
right.
completely fucked up and distracted that if Baccarat would have just took a swing at him, he'd have knocked him out like right there.
Yeah,
Because
and he was
Tim's
pawing
mind
at it.
just his mind was just gone. You feel what I'm saying? And there was no
Yeah.
cut. So
Mm-hmm.
and for me, like the corner recognized maybe a look that he had and then got nervous and said, yeah, he got that same Baccarat look, so let's get him the fuck up out of there.
Yeah,
You,
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
they were
you
saving
feel
him.
what
They
I'm,
were saving him.
yeah,
Yeah,
they
I
were
They
think
were
they.
saving
saving
him
him.
from something.
I
I
don't
don't know
think
what
it
it
was in
is.
him. I think corner, bro. I
Yeah,
don't
I
think it
don't
was
know
him,
what it
man,
was.
because he was taking, he was starting to give him, bro. I went back watching. I'm like, damn, why they stop this motherfucker? He really just start getting to the
nah,
dude.
for real, I was shocked.
He was really
That
starting to do.
that
He
was
was
his
getting into
best round.
Sebastian head where he was starting to fight.
Nah, for
Because he
real,
started
that
going
was
through
his
his
best
body,
round.
and Sebastian started fighting him. That's, I said, not. I was here like, oh shit, Sebastian fighting. You about to give him what he want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for
And
sure. Now, when
they
it
Hey,
comes,
hey,
stopped. I
but
was like,
look,
what the fuck?
toward the end of that round, though, Fundora got him in the corner. And
Yeah,
he
he did.
landed some uppercuts and some straight. I just think they looked in Tim Tszyu eyes and said, hey, man, I can't let you take no more.
Yeah, he
Yeah, yeah.
probably like for me, I said, you know, for me, I just thought it was maybe a look that reminded him of when he fought Baccarat. But at the end of the day, to bring this back to Dev, it's like if you go in there and you you become the boxer, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can probably stay in the fight, but you have to remember this kid can box too. He's a boxer puncher, and his boxing
Exactly.
is being slept on. Just like when I forgot who mentioned it earlier, um, when they mentioned him like a Marvin Hagler and a Beterbiev type mixture. Everybody sleeps on Beterbiev boxing because of his power. They forget that
Right.
Beterbiev sets all of those knockouts up with great boxing, and he
Right.
breaks you down. He don't have to throw a lot of punches. He's just extremely accurate because he can box. So
Mm-hmm.
Brian Norman is starting to get in that direction. Yes, he put it together in the gin fighting and things like that. But to be fair, Devin Haney is not Jin Sasaki.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No doubt. That's what I'm saying, man. I can see scenarios like if he Devin, you know what I'm saying? It could be a good, interesting fight. If it's just that it's like everything I'm want to say about Devin is all in hindsight because I don't know how you're gonna take a punch.
Exactly. And
I
that's
don't I
that,
don't know how you're gonna take a punch.
and that's why my inner side just tells me for um, my inner my inner me and inner Devin Haney fan just says go with Brian Norman. That's the safer bet. I don't know
Hey,
what
Man,
a
Dev
ask
lot.
is going to
yourself
bring,
this.
so I'm just going with
Ask
Brian.
ask yourself this, bro. How many times have you ever been this worried about a nigga chin and it actually held up?
hey, hey, you ain't lying.
Never.
Last time I was hoping Deontay man got that third one, boy, but that was like, damn, boy, he got hit. I
Yeah,
said, this shit over.
Every
Who-
time you worry about a nigga chin this bad, they get knocked the fuck out.
yeah, and you start worrying about that PTSD and how he's going to perform against a guy who can punch too. Then it's like, yeah, we know we just don't want to say it out loud, and
Right,
really
right.
commit to it. But you're about
But
to
if
get
he
your ass whooped and knocked the fuck out, bro.
but if he pulled this off,
Oh my God.
it put Devin back on the map for
Back on
sure.
the map, baby. He back on the map. He
That put
pulled
him
this off.
right back on the map. Mark was
Yeah.
Because
good.
now you're gonna be a three division champion. You're gonna have uh, a Lomachenko. You feel what I'm saying? A Ryan
Yep.
Garcia, a George Kambosos, a Regis Prograis, and I'm gonna skip Ramirez and a Brian Norman Jr. on your resume.
Yep. Came up and beat the
The
champ. You know what I'm
totality
saying?
of those
So that,
last of your last six fights. That's your
yep.
that. I mean, bruh, you gotta say, okay, yeah, this kid done earned his stripes.
Yep.
He's
Yep.
questionable, but you got to give him his props now.
Yeah, if he pulled this off,
Yeah,
because
he
I ain't
pulled
gonna
this shit off. I'm gonna give him some love.
Hey,
yep.
if Devin win this fight, he back on the map. But if Norman win this fight, he a superstar, man.
He a
Atlanta,
superstar.
Yeah,
we
he a
got us a
superstar.
superstar,
He a
baby.
superstar, bro. He
You're a
win this,
superstar.
he's a superstar, bro. But I would say this. I don't think the losing talk will get to Devin. It's just all based on his mental. Because remember, he went through this losing talk with Cambosis.
And my phone on 4%. I'm
Yeah,
all
they
right.
thought he was going when he went to Australia. He was going to lose, and he won
Yeah,
that not once
yeah.
And
but twice. So I don't think the losing talk will get Devin. It's just going to be all based on Devin. You
nah,
know what I'm saying?
the losing talk don't affect him because you right with the Cambosis thing, and then right after that, they said there's no way he was going to beat Loma.
Right. Right. Yep. So I think none of that, and I think Brian Orr will be just as comfortable. It's just gonna come down to that first swat he take. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Yeah,
That
yeah.
first shot, it may
Man,
be a jab, it may be a hook. I don't know, but
But
how
you
he
know what
react off
I'm
of it.
interested. I'm interested to see. I think Devin's guard, like how he comes out, his stance, his guard, gonna have a lot to do with this fight, man. Like how is his, is you gonna high guard? Is you gonna hands low? How are you gonna come out? Because one thing I noticed about the Roach Tank fight was Roach's guard and the way he fought. I thought it prevented Tank from doing a lot of stuff. So
Damn,
I'm trying to think, how is Devin gonna come out? Like how your guard gonna be? You know, because
but
you gotta have, you gotta think defense. You know what I mean?
that's a good fucking example right there, fam. That's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about. You gonna have to go. That man frustrated the fuck out of Tank because he walked into the fire. He
yeah,
never walked away from it, bro. And that
yeah,
defense was so Tony.
yeah,
God damn, I just went blank. Billy Shell.
yeah,
Say it,
yeah.
AC. What's his name?
James Tony.
James Tony. Yeah, it was so James Tony is how he was moving him with the pool kind of pow. You know what I'm saying? I was like, God
yeah,
damn, this kid won't it. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. That's what I'm talking about. Like,
yeah.
that's how I feel. But that wide stance with that jab, he gonna catch a hook on that bitch.
And
You can't
see
you can't do that.
Devin's best jab is that wide stance jab
Yeah,
because he gets so much range on it. You feel what I'm saying? And it really
Mm-hmm.
works. It really works with the shorter fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Now Brian Norman has the reach advantage over you, so you're going to have to go into that stance that allows you that range to whereas if you are countered, you don't want to be countered when your feet are closer together because then that'll cause you to step.
Mm-hmm.
You
yeah,
feel what I'm saying? The wider
Right,
stance is if I get caught, I could just squat.
right. But
You feel
his
yeah.
stance been wide though. Like that motherfucker right there, if he come over the top of that jab, bro, because he don't have no defense when he let that jab go. That's one of his biggest problems.
Hey, but look, check this out though. Now, if you gonna set Norman up, if you gonna take advantage of the power, we know Norman gonna eventually get a boot on that jab, and he gonna look to slip and land that left foot. Well,
Mm-hmm.
some of Devin's best defense gonna be that straight right, shoot that jab and shoot the straight right, and catch
That's that one two.
Norman trying to counter.
That
You see
one
what I
two.
mean?
That's
But he
right.
gotta go inside to do that. He gotta go inside to do it though.
Yep.
yeah. Like
Yep.
Devin has to for me, Devin has to fight this fight. The same way I'm predicting with Bud and Canelo. You gotta fight this fight from distance to mid range. Because that negates the power puncher's ability to catch you cleanly. Now, if you're gonna try to implement that Philly shell, you feel what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Implement it with the half step back that keeps you in range for your shot, but pulls you out of range for his shot because he's gonna have the longer reach. So the little
Right.
half step back with the Philly shell, that man ain't never gonna touch you even
That
though
or
he has the longer reach.
when he gets stuck in the mud, like say that double jab try to or that 1-2 going inside and tie his ass up. You know what I'm saying? Make it an
But
ugly
then,
fight.
yeah,
Yeah,
but then
yeah,
now for Brian Norman, if he just makes it an ugly fight and then becomes disciplined in certain pockets, you're gonna offset Devin entire game plan and shit like that. Dev
Right.
in this fight, stay off the ropes. That's
Yeah,
hot
that's
gloves.
no.
yeah.
That's
Do
a
not.
fact.
You gotta stay in the middle. I know you guys don't really fuck with each other right now, but look at the adjustment that Shakur made with Zepeda. He couldn't win that
Right.
fight on the ropes, even though, Zepeda's throwing a six punch combination and only two are actually making it home. You feel what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But once
Mm-hmm.
Shakur decided to keep the fight in the center of the ring, that's when, he
Yeah.
had his best work.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? For you, Devin, your best work has to be mid range, center of the ring.
Hey, cause Norman, he got options, man. Even if Devin was out boxing, let's say by the fifth round, he could just go high guard and go Santillion. Just go in there, eat a couple Devin punches and get his shit off. He got
Right.
options, man. But so Devin, he gonna have to be right. I don't know what the game plan is, but he gonna have to be. But he gonna be in shape. But he gonna have to be ready to carry it out for 12 rounds.
Right.
Yeah.
No, no, on everything though, that I feel one thing I do agree that Brian Norman come to take his head off, and I agree with that. He put that fucking high guard up. If Brian Norman coming to with a high guard, we already know what time it is.
Hey, you know what time it is. You
It's
know what
around.
time it is, man.
He coming to everything he throwing is gonna hurt. He trying to kill you, boy.
And
Yeah.
use that old school tactic. You wanna fuck with Devin's head. The first punch you throw, you put all your might in it. You ain't
Yeah.
trying to hit him in his
Yeah.
face. You
Yeah.
want to hit him in the glove.
Yeah. He gonna be like, oh shit.
Oh my God, this dude got crazy power.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Now everything that his corner's trying to tell him, he like, yeah, I hear y'all, but this nigga got power. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. Or just punch his glove in like Pacquiao used to do. Pacquiao,
Yeah.
punch your gloves. Fuck you. I'll make your glove hit you.
Yep.
You give a damn back in the day, bro. That's just do that. He want to keep out. Wow. Pop that motherfucker.
Yeah. So for
See.
me, at the end of the day, bro, it's a more complicated fight for Devin to get across the finish line, but it's an easier fight, in my opinion, for Brian Norman to pull off the victory. Because even if Dev pop shots him and gets on his bike and stuff like that, if Brian Norman is throwing those type of punches that everybody is reacting to, when it comes down to that scoring criteria, who threw the more effective punches? If Brian Norman is walking through your punches and you constantly trying to fight this fight on a back foot, in this era of judging, I don't know if you get that win, Dev.
I said Brian Norman got to go when he go out there. He got to understand that he alone.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. 100%, you alone. And shit, if you got my mentality, let them know everybody had a chance until I woke up this morning. Simple as that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. That's how he got going that ring. You had a shot until I woke up, boy. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Now he should have figured it out before then. Shit.
Hey, in a vacuum, say if I didn't see the fight and you told me Brian Norman didn't drop Devin and it went to decision, I would think Devin won that fight.
Yep.
Because I think they're looking for Brian Norman to do something devastating. I think he got to deliver a knockdown. He got to deliver something. Because if he don't, that means Devin was in the fight.
Yeah, 100%.
And Devin's supposed to win the fight on points if he gonna win.
Yeah.
So if I'm Norman, I'm going to take his head off, man.
100%.
This is his Mike Tyson, not Buster Douglas, Trevor Berbick moment.
There you
or Mike
go.
Tyson, Terrell Biggs moment. You got the guy, Terrell Biggs, legitimately beat Mike Tyson a couple of times in the amateurs, kept him from actually making the Olympic team and shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? Now y'all facing each other. Although you two never saw each other, there was supposed to be some sparring rumors and stuff like that. But no, not sparring rumors. You had tried to get him to spar with you and shit like that. But at the end of the day, bro, it comes down to this. This is your moment.
Yeah.
If Devin Haney gets back in the game, if this fight goes to decision, he's gonna get that moral victory, even if you win. You feel what I'm saying?
That's why I said he got going to understand he alone.
You got to go in there and understand that by the time the bell rings, you need a knockout.
Yeah.
You that far on the card,
you can't work out. Right. You can't depend on them judges, turkey, no nigga. In my mind, everybody here finna cheat me.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you weren't supposed to be where you are. The money was behind Centillion.
There you go.
You feel what I'm saying?
And it's gonna
you weren't supposed to be where you are because Top Rank was putting the money in the Japanese fighters.
Yep.
And they wanted that first. They wanted that first welterweight Japanese champion. So 2 times you done fucked up the bag for the suits.
Sure did. Sure did, bro.
You feel what I'm saying? So now they're sending in the boxer, the black boxer to get you. It might have been Boots, but Boots ain't signed with Top Rank.
Right.
So Top Rank is like, look, okay. So then if it's Devin, we done did business with Devin before. He kind of plays the company role to a certain degree. We could trust him. He knows the game.
Mhm.
You're a bit of an anomaly. You you feel what I'm saying? So with that being said,
Mhm.
you walking into that fight, bro, to whereas as soon as the bell ring, you need a knockout.
I think I agree with you there, but I also think he got to play a bit of possum, like, because if he come in there, don't be trying to be twinkle toed, you know, do like you do with your old lady. Sometimes you just let her win an argument, even though she wrong. Let her, let him go ahead and think he doing something.
Yeah,
But keep that way, you keeping him close. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
then you pick your shots, get his ass. You know what I mean? Like, because I really think that if anything remotely close come hard, fast or hard on them gloves, he gonna get on his toes, bro.
Yeah.
He don't get on his toes, bro. And that's why I think if PTSD there, yep, he gonna be like, oh, nope, I felt that shit. I'm about to move around. Fuck what you talking about, Dad. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
He gonna be
And
on some shit.
and
And
the
I think
sad part is
cost
that
him a little bit.
this is the type of fight for Devin Haney that would definitely put him where people would say, yeah, he showed his greatness in that fight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He need this just as much as Brian Norman need. No,
Yeah.
no lie. This is the great reset for Devin Haney, bro.
Yeah, this is his tank. This is his Tio.
Yeah,
All in this Brian Norman kid.
swear to God, bro. No
And,
lie.
and, and real talk, Devin Haney coming this fight to me don't have no reason to really be scared of Norman. Yeah, he got power, but if you would have fought Tank, you would have fought, you would have still been dealing with power. And
Right.
Devin Haney got the pedigree, so he just need to. It's a mind thing for Devin Haney.
Right.
This is
That's
purely
right.
mental. It's
That's why I
purely
say it's
mental.
mental, bro. It's fucking mental because I stand on it.
Yeah,
I'm not a person that's a fan of knockouts. Like, of course, I like seeing them, but I mean, like, I don't be all on box. Like, he ain't knock him out. I don't care about that. I don't give a fuck if Devin knock nobody else no more. If Devin go through his whole career and ain't knock nobody out, but he winning, god damn it, yeah, you can't say shit about that man. Couldn't beat him. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it's you say he don't need to be going in the mindset of knocking him out. Not necessarily going in to survive. Put on a good fucking show and a dominant performance. That's all the
Yeah.
fuck you got to do. You
Yeah,
know what
I,
I'm saying?
I just wanted to comment to Nectar's comment. Yeah, Nectar, they should have been did it. You feel what I'm saying after the Sasaki win, but it didn't happen. But I could tell you like this: if Brian Norman beats Devin Haney and he knocks Devin Haney out inside of eight or less, Top Rank has no choice but to get behind
Uh,
Brian Norman
yeah,
he's the face. He's the face.
because they don't want to. Because Brian Norman pops will be like, wait. Y'all ain't get behind my son after he done knocked out Devin Haney?
Yep. They're gonna try to finish that contract quietly and move on.
No, I think his pops would be smart enough, and I would tell his pops, you know what? Sue the shit out of him to get out your contract immediately. Don't even give them the opportunity to make any more money off of you because you as a free agent, you know who would love to have you?
Right. Motherfucking turkey. Eddie is swooping up so fast.
Eddie will bag Brian Norman up in a heartbeat,
Quick,
but
bro.
yeah.
Quick.
But Turkey gonna cut the check
Oscar De La
regardless.
Hoya would wet himself to have
Oh,
a Brian Norman in his camp,
hell yeah.
and people would be like, "But Oscar don't like to do what he'll do what the fuck he want to do for Brian Norman."
Yeah, he would. Because he need that right now.
You feel what I'm saying? There'll be, and then
He need that support.
somebody will try to bring up Charles Conwell. Okay, did Charles Conwell, as nice as he was, did he was did he put himself, or when he speaks, did he start to make you believe in the product of Charles Conwell? Charles Conwell's belief was what he did in the ring. We saw him
Right.
do the truth. With Brian Norman, people are gravitated now the way he talks, that level of confidence, and how he's performing in the ring. So everything is right there.
Yeah.
It's what
So
you want.
he's a
He's
whole
got
package.
that Atlanta swagger. You feel what I'm
Yeah,
saying? That Southern swagger that Ray Leonard kind of had. He talked, and then there was those little pauses. Like you asked Ray Leonard about a fight. Oh yeah, he's a great fighter. One day I hope to get in the ring with him
He has a
really
career.
soon. You feel what I'm saying?
You got straight charisma. I mean, and all you need is this fight, and that's the icing on the cake, bro.
Yeah. So Top Rank, they'd be stupid to shit on Brian Norman and not make investments, because when it comes down to it, how did your Keyshawn investment work out so far?
Mm. Right, and that's who they was trying to make the face.
How did your Shakur investment work out so far?
Right, you want to kill somebody, goddamn.
How did your Big Baby Anderson
right
project work out so far? How did your Jahad Tucker project work out so far?
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So now you've got an Abdullah Mason.
Yep.
And you've got a Brian Norman.
Yeah, Brian Norman, bro.
Bro, you better put money behind both these dudes ASAP.
That's a fact, fellas. That's a fact. But fellas, I'm gonna go ahead and end the show right here, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. Good cook with y'all, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
All right, appreciate you going to come up.
Man, anytime too, Rich. Anytime.
Yeah, for
all
real.
Right. All right.
Right on. Yeah, that was a good cook, man. I appreciate everybody who came through, man. I do. And everybody who hit that like button. Salute to y'all, man. I really appreciate that. And the people who hit the subscribe button, man, and took part in that poll. But yeah, Ryan 1, thank you, man. It was something Nerd had said I wanted to touch on. No one of those Haney's losing to Cambosis. In fact, Haney was I wasn't saying that. This is for Nerd. Because I saw this and I didn't get the chance to comment on it. But reply to what you put in the chat, Nerd, if you're still there, bro. I wasn't saying Haney didn't say he was food. I'm talking about before that, if you remember, they were saying like Haney ain't got no power. This is in the third, blase. He gonna fuck around, go over there and lose, or he gonna get cheated. You can go back my catalog. It's easy to find. Just look up Devin versus Cambosis. And I was on there like, but if he go over, that's a hell of a story to be able to tell your kids, goddamn. And you know what I'm saying? If he pull this shit off, because everybody was like, they were definitely against him. And I didn't think they should have been, for real. But I mean, during that time, they were saying that shit. You know what I'm saying? They was. He can't punch. He can't do this. And he went over there and cleaned house. You know what I'm saying? Mark, thank you, man. I appreciate you, bro. Real talk. But yeah, that's what they were saying there. Real talk. Real talk. But I agree with a lot of opinions on here, man. And I value everybody's opinion. Come on the judges table. That's what it's here for, man. That's what the platform for. Come express your opinion anytime you see the link put in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I ain't the end all be all. I like hearing everybody's opinion, man. And all these opinions and what Devin should do and be normal. I'm glad that opinions weren't biased. Like straight up. Devin got a shot, man. He got a shot. It's just every which way we think of where you're gonna win, it all reverts back to his mental status. And we just gotta see when he take that punch, because me personally, I'll be honest with you, I don't want to see B-Norm go in there and slaughter him, right? I want to fight. I want a no excuse fight, because I feel like if Brian Norman just go in there and say he obliterates him in 2 rounds, they gonna say it's because Devin had PTSD, and then they gonna devalue his win. And I hate when the fans do that, because they're fans of someone. Like, let the sport be the sport at some point. Like, and I feel like that's what's gonna happen. I want the fight to at least go 8 rounds. You know what I'm saying? And I want it to be a well-earned KO if Brian Norman gets it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? I just don't want no excuses, bro. I hate when fights happen and it's always something. And I don't want it to be nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's all. But end of the day, man, salute to everybody who came through, bro. Listen to me ramble. Salute to everybody that jumped on the panel. Like I said, man, and I'm your boy Slick 50, man. Y'all gonna see me on the next one. All right? Deuces.